Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to another throbbing, gristling edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
Gristling.
You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, joined, as always, by the fantastic scribe himself, Mr. Jack the Jobber.
Thank you very much. That's a lovely thing to say.
And no expense spared, Mr. Tom Campbell, all the way from next door.
I'm gristling.
Yeah, the word
Certainly,
gristling made me feel like I had something in my teeth. I was like, oh, gristling. Ugh.
That's what I think of when I think of you.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
In my mind palace of words.
What's happening already? Okay.
Yes, we're off to a great start as always. Jack, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad, Matthew. I'm not too bad. How are you?
Mint. Like the more there, that's
Sorry,
that's
I've got
all
no-
we need to be honest with you.
no stories of the week. And
Well, I mean, me, you, and Ross carved a pumpkin.
we did.
That video's on the channel. Parts of me came out in that video that I just wasn't aware of. That was quite an aggressive. No. Parts of me came out in that video that I just wasn't aware. Parts of my soul. I've watched it back, and I'm taken aback by my own aggression on the pumpkin a little bit.
But we did decide that it was down to past experience.
It was catharsis for me. That
Yeah, I felt like it was good for you.
I carved a pumpkin once ever in my life at uni. The house we were hosting a house party, and they were like, the girls in the house were like, let's all carve a pumpkin for the decorations for the party later on. And they put mine in the upstairs back bedroom. They were like, oh, well done. we'll put that up there. It's bad. It was the worst of the 5.
Oh, I was not expecting this response for how was the pumpkin carving. It was therapeutic.
It was an emotional release. Yeah.
It's a journey to the centre of Jack.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good for you, I think.
Tom, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I had a chat with the wife of Tyson Fury this week.
Paris
Fury. Her new book is out now. And I did a little radio shift, and as I was about to start, they went, oh, by the way, you've got a live with Paris Fury at 5 o'clock. Cool. I'll ask about wrestling, because I bet nobody else has done that.
Yeah.
today. And then, lo and behold, we had a little bit of news that went all over the place. So that was nice.
Wow. Is she signing what? Toasters?
She was her book.
Oh, that makes
her
more
book,
sense,
Love
doesn't
and
it?
Fury. But she confirmed that Tyson is always texting Vince McMahon. I'd like to think they're texting each other memes all the time, and says he'll definitely be back in the wrestling. So that was a huge scalp from us.
You make sure those people say my name correctly on those kickoff panels.
I would have been so terrified. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but I always think whenever I see them in interviews together and stuff, she's like the boss. Like she's harder than Tyson Fury is.
She's in charge.
Yeah.
She's very much in charge, but she was lovely.
I just realised I should have said, wait, you were carving pumpkins and thought something of yourself. What? It was illuminating.
Oh.
But the moment's gone now. Talk about something else completely. But
We'll pretend that happened immediately.
exactly.
after.
Yeah, we'll cut that out and put it right afterwards, and everyone just jerk like that. So, I mean, was she like Tyson Fury when he's not in a good mood? Just like, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ.
No, she's
John
very
3:16.
she's very chill, but she's very much like, I think if anybody can reign in Tyson Fury, it's Paris. You get that vibe. And if you've seen the TV show that she did as well, and when you read the book, you'll get it as well. I don't know why I'm promoting the book so much. I'm getting nothing for the book.
You know, because you're a nice guy. You did the interview, you plug in the book, and this is why you're getting so many amazing interviews. There's so many amazing scoops with amazing stars. God, if only we had some more lined up later on today, yeah?
If only. It may have
hide them notes.
I've hidden by the time this comes out, it's either happened or been cancelled.
Oh, right, fair enough.
You'll find out,
Yeah,
I guess. By the time this
That's
comes out.
why I'm leaving ambiguous.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Tom's
I like it a lot.
exclusive interview with the Atlanta Falcons.
How are you, Maffew?
I'm lovely. I saw June with friends at the IMAX.
Oh, is
It
that
was
Dave
lovely.
Bautista versus the Sand Monsters?
That's exactly what happened. He gave it a big old bomb.
Oh, with June with a D, sorry.
Yes.
I thought you were like...
It's hard to say Dune.
So you're saying like one of it's hard to say in an English accent.
Dune doesn't sound right.
So you're saying one
but
of
it probably
you
is.
saying like one of your mum's friends or something. Saw June.
I saw
On the
June.
show. Oh, you're right there, June. How you doing?
Me and my mates want to see my Auntie June.
Saw June down Morrison's.
It's a very different Dave Bautista film.
Great.
How do you war June? How you doing?
Dave Bautista.
Auntie
Auntie June's took in all the spice.
She's looking well since the divorce. She's looking all right. She's looking well.
So I've got Oregon. I've got
Oregon.
it's a spice, isn't it?
Oregano.
No.
You're thinking of the
name
Oregon.
in
You're thinking of the
states.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oregano, you're thinking.
Oh no.
All I know about Oregon,
Ah.
I've never played the Oregon Trail. All I know about it is that like one of your party can just sometimes die of dysentery or something. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's true to life.
Yeah, and when you say sometimes, you mean every time you go out.
Right,
So
okay.
it's great.
It's a really fun. It was Justin Henry from Off of America that put me onto the Oregon Trail the game. It's very lo-fi, bit of fun. I do want to stream it one day.
No, you mean the Oregano Trail?
Yes.
Very silly, Tom. Very silly.
The
Anyway,
spice aisle.
going from the serious to the very serious. Ring of Honor has announced it is going on a hiatus to reimagine the company. The wrestling promotion, which was founded in 2002, helped build the careers of wrestlers including AEW CM Punk. God, it's weird to read. AEW's Adam Cole. That's weird. AEW's Bryan Danielson. Oof. And WWE Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe. In a statement, the company said, throughout the pandemic, our top priority was to keep everyone healthy and safe. Despite not producing any live events over 18 months, we were able to keep everyone fully contracted.
I mean, that is
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
But yes, as
A lot of
reported, all Ring of Honor talent has been released from their contracts. They anticipate returning to live events in April for the Supercard of Honor with a new fan-focused product, provide a new experience for wrestling fans.
It sounds a lot of wrestlers have come out since on Twitter and stuff and said like, no, we were treated really, really well over the pandemic. Like they did the best they could. So I feel sad for Ring of Honor. And when you said there, founded in 2002, I was like, wow, that's a long time they've been around.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so. But when that broke, it was tough. And again, as to reiterate what Jack said, like a real classy move to keep everybody on the books. When you know what, bigger companies let people go.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, and Ring of Honor kept everybody payrolled, which I thought was really classy. It looks like it's gonna, if it comes back, all being well, in April, it'll be kind of a bit more like be a bit more indie-esque, i.e. you pay per appearance, and they have a smaller roster that they pull from. However, Justin Barrasso has been saying that they're currently looking to sell the video library as well. Presumably, if I don't know what that means. If they find somebody who's willing to pay the price for it, whether or not that means they'll just shut the company, or whether they'll just sort of sell off the rights but still run a company.
Yeah, it's weird,
I guess they're not selling the name; they're just selling the library.
Yeah. I think I've read somewhere. I think it may have been Meltzer speculating. I can't remember who it was. Someone saying that like WWE and AEW would both probably want that for different reasons. But oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Dave Meltzer at all. It was our own Jack Atkins.
It was Jackkins from Cultaholic.
Yeah.
It's easy to get the two confused.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal article.
Very good piece.
On
I hope it's out now,
cultaholic.com.
and I haven't just spoiled it.
No, it is. I saw it last night. I gave it a read.
It's really good.
Jackkins is great.
He sent me. He was like, "You just look over this and make sure it's all right." And I read it, and it was a brilliant article. And I was like, "No, mate, that's absolutely like what do you want me to like?"
Rubbish. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
No,
But
he's
no,
incredible.
he was saying that WWE and AEW probably won't. But if they were to buy it, it'd be for really different reasons. So if WWE bought the library, they could use that in like the history of Seth Rollins on the network or whatever, like loads of documentaries and stuff. Whereas if AEW had it, they'd probably want it just for launching their own kind of, like on-demand service. It's a really good bonus, I suppose, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember his exact point, but do check out the article. It was really good.
We've got good all the AEW shows plus every Ring of Honor. Yeah. Like, it's as an aside.
Yeah.
It's funny how, like, since when Ring of Honor started in 2002, like, the premise was, you would buy the promotion, and at the end, 20 years later, the money's in the library.
Yeah.
And sticking it online. That's where the money is. And yeah, so I think whoever gets it, I hope they stick it all online because Ring of Honor is one of those promotions that when it came back, like when the wrestling world came back, I don't think ROH really hit the ground as much as others did. And it sucks.
Their position, I always
Not
think,
Ring of Honor sucks, but it sucks that it didn't.
Their position in wrestling and their like kind of unique selling point kind of got not taken by, but like that's now AEW, but on a bigger scale. So it's really hard for Ring of Honor to like exist in the way they did previously.
Yeah, and Ring of Honor certainly gave AEW all the help it could to help it kickstart above them. And yeah, Ring of Honor, so IVP videos did a really good line, and I think it's very similar because we're all here going, oh, that's a shame. But we're also saying, yeah, none of us are watching it at the same time.
Yeah.
So Ring of Honor to me is like that comic shop or pizza place you used to go to all the time growing up, but you stopped years ago. And then when you hear they are closing, a flood of memories come back, and you wonder why you hadn't been there in years.
Yeah,
that's a
very
really
good.
good
So I thought it was
shout.
worth sharing.
That's
Thank you,
a
IVP
really
videos,
good
for
shout.
some of my opinions. So yeah, it sucks, but yeah, at the same time, with AEW, GC Dub, I know even H2O taking over the stuff I'm interested in. Yeah.
I like the fact they're going to reconceptualize and find a new niche, sort of go into the desert and find the new sound like they did in the Mighty Boosh that time. That's what they need to do.
Wow, what a reference.
I know.
I heard about like the Queens of Stone Age and the desert sessions they do, but that's even better.
Cut to Joe Koff wearing a big hat with a door on it.
Oh, some wrestlers, and probably by the time this comes out, be even more, have announced that they've got appearances set. Bandido set for GC Dub's December shows already.
He's going to make so much money on the indies.
Yeah.
Oh,
But never mind that. The biggest revelation was, of course, Joaquin Wilde, a.k.a. DJ Z, a.k.a. Zima Zion, whatever you want to call him, was the person who designed the first Ring of Honor logo.
First of all, I thought, he looks 21. Like, when did he do this? He's been around for a while. Yeah. But I didn't realize that.
I love that. That's amazing.
That's the American indie version of finding out that you did the Biggin and Wigan.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah.
It was big.
Bigger than Wigan.
I found out who the voice was in the Bullet Club theme once. I think it's Carl Anderson.
Oh.
And that was told to me by
Carl
not
Anderson.
a member of the Bullet Club. Can I say who it was? I think he was in an interview that I did with him once. It was Rocky Romero anyway. But yeah.
There you go.
But
There we go. We keep our sources quiet.
Rocky's all big on the music and everything, and I think
He
he
is,
was
yes.
responsible for the Bullet Club theme, and it was Carl Anderson's voice potentially.
Well, you just tickle him.
Did I tickle him?
No, but they get the noise out of him. I mean,
Oh, I thought you meant did I tickle Rocky to get the information out of him?
I'll never tell you who did the audio. And then, oh, okay, Jack. WWE teams, tag teams, reportedly found out about being split via the draft via social media.
Oh, come on.
A number of tag teams reportedly only discovered that they were going to be split up, including Natalya and Tamina, Shanky and Via, Shotzi and Tegan Knox, and T-Bar and Mace all drafted different homes earlier this year and only knew when they looked on Twitter.
The only way I can relate to that is years ago when I worked in radio. I don't know whether I've mentioned it before. I used to do a radio show in Wolverhampton, and they went to an ad break on this Monday morning, and the advert said, "Join Tom Campbell from Signal 107 this Saturday in Shrewsbury."
Really?
I was going to go to the pub, but have you booked me for something? I had to go see my boss. Have you booked me for something? Oh, did nobody tell you? No, funny enough, they didn't. I did it. So I can relate to losing my job with a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah, it's the same.
Because I was booked for an event in Shrewsbury that time.
It depends what Shrewsbury's like.
It's lovely.
Oh,
spent a couple of years living there. It's
Lovely.
beautiful.
It's lovely.
Oh, no, Shrewsbury is away from the Midlands.
Oh, sorry.
It's sort of it's Shropshire.
Oh,
so they
right.
wouldn't appreciate it.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry, Shrewsburyites.
They'll get over it.
Okay.
They'll get over it. Big shout, Shrewsbury.
Getting into trouble again, Jack.
I know.
You know how every year WWE Sunny Asides there's a season premiere of Raw, and it always sounds weird and dumb sounding. Yeah, well, episode of Raw this week was an upturn in viewership and audience figures in key demographics. So,
Well,
next week we can reveal that we welcome to the season premiere Revenge. WWE Ring of announcer Greg Hamilton threatened legal action against Rock Nation's artist Westside Gunn for sampling his introduction and threatened him with, quote, WWE lawyers.
oh,
2 days later, Greg Hamilton confirms WWE departure. He says after 6 years and 52 weeks a year, it's time to say goodbye. First and foremost, don't let the internet or social media gas you up that this was a mutual respect departure from a great company. And look, yeah, he's right. Obviously, we're probably not getting the full story there or something happened, but
I don't think
I
the two
love
are
the term
connected.
mutual respect departure.
yeah.
Conscious uncoupling.
I agree to be thrown out the door.
I feel he's a good ring announcer.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He did the show in Newcastle,
He did.
and
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah, he came in the head of steam. And because
Did he?
because it was people going Smojo, Finn Balor, and it was him, and I had to Google NXT ringer Greg Hamilton. He looked around, I was like, yeah, he looked at me. I had to Google. His
So
name.
this was the NXT show. This is going back a few years.
2015.
That was it. The night of our infamous fallout.
Before you'd met.
was it NXT? I thought it was WWE.
NXT.
Because I remember that event.
Damn, Greg Hamilton causing issues for us
Greg
all those years
Hamilton's
ago.
fault.
You know, when you, oh, sorry.
I was going to say if there's a line grabs to find out what that was about.
Ah,
Sorry, Jack. Go on.
You know, when you hear about like that infamous like Sex Pistols gig or whatever that like 5 different people who started bands were at. or
Oh
something.
yeah.
All of us were there. That NXT thing without each other. Like,
Oh, it's like the refused last ever gig. It's just, if everyone who said they were at that gig was there, there'd
Yeah.
been 200,000 people. So yeah, bye bye, Greg. Goldberg reveals he has one match left on his WWE contract. quote, I still feel as though I can wrestle. I still feel as though I can entertain. I have one more after this match. I have one more match on my contract, and that's it. Boy, I wonder who he could... Big E, he could wrestle.
Slap the meat.
Yep.
I'm wondering if I'd want... I know Big E would be great, and Big E wants it, but would that be my choice for Goldberg's... If this was, like, say this was his retirement match, who would I want it to be?
Yeah, it'd be good to know. Like, because I think Big E'd love that.
Yeah.
He said before, like, his dream match is Goldberg.
Yeah.
Two meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping me.
If it's not that, then there's only one of a choice for me. That's DDP pinning him. Like what should have happened. Halloween Havoc, 98.
Would you have the jackhammer reversed into the cutter?
I can watch that on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just have that at a Saudi Arabia show.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
We've got this idea.
Have
guys.
it in Atlanta.
Yes. Altanta, as I'll always call it, because allegedly on the server they said that they sent out loads of new letters. The new and improved WCW, Altanta, with Atlanta misspelled. So now I can't unsee Altanta every time I see Atlanta. Or Oregano. Cain Velasquez says he can understand why WWE let him go from his contract last year, saying the company were not using him enough and paying him too much. It's fair enough. He had one match. And it was the weirdest thing when it was announced. Cain Velasquez has been released. I was like, what? He's under contract. He says primarily it was because of COVID. That has dropped a lot of the roster.
Fair enough. Lovely guy.
He seems very nice.
I interviewed him and he was class.
Yeah.
And that was a weird interview because it seemed like...
When did you interview him?
On a bus in London.
Cain Velasquez?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
okay.
the same event where we went down and interviewed like Angle and stuff.
Yeah, RMS Cain was there.
Well, we didn't, and then we
He
were on
bought an
top,
open return to King's Court, to King's Cross.
We're on the top deck of the bus talking to like the guys setting up the event and stuff, and then there's like, Angle and Paige and stuff are like milling about, and Charlotte Flair, and then just this bloke just this man just walks up the steps, and we were like, oh my god, that's Cain Velasquez, and he wasn't on like the press sheet or anything, he was just also there. He must be like a last minute addition, and he was the best interview that I did that day in my opinion. Yeah, he was great.
That's so crazy. He's Cain Velasquez.
One of my questions was like, so you did that AAA event and you did like Lucha stuff, and that took a lot of people by surprise. Why did you do that? And he went, because it looks cool as I was like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So you had no idea that you were going to be chatting to Cain Velasquez until he came at the bus. You wouldn't know to watch that interview. You just like go,
oh, Tom.
That's true.
Well, he made me feel really comfortable. Part of the comfort was knowing that he was the scariest, hardest man I'll ever meet. And I was like, oh, well, there we go. It can't get worse than this now. But he was lovely. He was a lovely guy. The bus moved after the interview while Pacitti was like moving the tripod and stuff. And Pacitti fell down the aisle and was caught in the safe arms of Cain Velasquez.
Oh, what a moment.
Wow.
Yeah, he saved.
But was it like two fingers? He's not even looking on something, holding Paci's entire body.
Pacitti looks at Cain Velasquez in the eyes and goes, you've got me, who's got you?
He went, oh, you call me? That's got to be Cain. He went, I don't understand this reference. Tony Nese confirmed he signed with AEW. I was confirmed it. Well, he's there on the bloody show.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Cheers, pal. TNT, next, the idea of the Elite this week dressing up as a Squid Game reference. Because it's not on their network, so why would you dress up as the competition?
Would have been cool.
That's a really
so they did
show.
the Ghostbusters, but given the amount of times it's been shown before AEW Dynamite, I'm surprised they won't dress as the accountant.
Did you read what Mickey Ruckus put on Twitter? What Ruckus put on Twitter? He's the music guy for AEW. He got a phone call at 5:30 on the night of Dynamite and said, "We need a Ghostbusters, a copyright-free version of Ghostbusters." To which he got in the cab, got to his studio, beat traffic, and put it together. His computer crashed.
Oh.
He then had to redo it again, get it to AEW. So what you heard was put together within like 3 hours notice.
What a life.
Ruckus is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Desperate to chat to him.
He was one of the guys who wrapped the Lucha Bros to the ring, I think, for their
He is.
cage match with the Bucks. And it was an awesome entrance.
Oh, that's
as well.
him.
The entrance where everyone was like, this is the best thing we've ever seen. Yeah, that was him. He was one of them.
Wow.
Being able to conceptualize music like that and kind of boil it down to its bones and go, I can make this, but make it out. I'm in awe of people with that kind of talent. I'd always wish I was more musical. Like, obviously, I ain't got the xylophone with me today, so I can't be. But
that keeps on appearing on my Twitter timeline.
But I'm in awe of people who are like musically gifted like that, who can do that. It's such a skill.
Yeah, it's very clever.
If one of the Ghostbusters non-copyright infringement. Why don't you go bustin'?
Oh, the Neil Cicierega one.
Gotta love that.
I ain't afraid of no sleep. I ain't afraid of no bed. It's a whole Ghostbusters song, but without mentioning ghosts. He does. Neil Cicierega does the whole thing.
That was good.
Yeah.
The best song Neil Cicierega did, and then we'll get back onto news, was it's a 10-second song he does, which is a mashup of Friends and Disturbed. Which is just, so no one told you life was gonna be this way. Oh, wow!
Okay.
And that's the whole song. It's lovely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally, Shawn Michaels, WWE NXT 2.0 rebrand reminds me of the Attitude Era. It reminds me of the Attitude Era. We had the same roster the day before the Attitude Era started. I still remember Vince coming into the locker room and making that speech. That's where it is. Turning over a new leaf, restructuring a few things, and putting a brand new coat of paint on a dominant and incredible brand. It's chum the watters, so to speak, and that's fun to be around. So we're confirming this week, HBK doesn't watch NXT 2.0.
What's he referring to there? Because aren't there a few different opinions over when the Attitude Era started? Like when Austin won King of the Ring, or when Austin first stunned Vince. Like when was the start of the Attitude Era?
Oh, that's interesting. I always thought it was the cure for the common show speech he gives.
I thought it was that episode of Raw where they debuted Steve Austin, Mankind, Triple H, Kane, The Undertaker, DX, the Job
Chase.
Squad, all on the same night. I think that was when the Attitude Era started.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Austin grabbed Undertaker went, all right, Snowflake.
Sir, my name is Steve Austin.
I don't know. When do you think it started, though? Could that be the big question?
Big question. That's a quick podcast this week.
Yeah.
Could that be
Do I fall asleep?
Richard? Sorry, young Jamie, as Ross would call you. Are there too many relevant things this week that could be the big question? Too many timely things, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a big week with a lot of stuff in it.
I mean, think about that between segments.
Okay, yeah, think about that between segments. Yeah,
We're
fair.
very professional asking this stuff when we're supposed to
I
do
know.
the proper bit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Will it suit the metadata, young Jamie?
Yeah.
If we call it that.
A question with as much metadata in it as possible.
Yeah, question was much
Excellent.
metadata.
WWE Crown Jewel, Triple X, Raw, SmackDown,
Yeah.
Dynamite. Do you like wrestling?
It's just the
Botchamania.
hashtags. It's just the hashtags in the title. That was the news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Last time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order from last week, the Kevspiracy, 8%.
8% for the Kevspiracy. That was mine.
I forgot what that was actually.
Remind us what the Kevspiracy
So
was.
Kevspiracy was, you know, the Tomspiracy, where Tom Phillips would stand legs akimbo to make the wrestlers look taller.
Oh, yeah, the picture of it. That's right.
Kevin, the Irish backstage ring interviewer, did the worst one I've ever seen with Woods and Kofi Kingston, because it looks like he's sat down. He's shorter than Woods, but he's a tall man, and he's sat there and he's like, how are you doing, Xavier? But you can tell just from the size of it. Well, I think I said last week, he's just got a bigger skull than Woods. He's just a bigger man. You can just tell, but he's like really.
Maybe he's
below
like
him.
MODOK, just a giant head and little legs.
Could they not just have like a little platform that the wrestlers stand on?
Yeah.
Out of sight, and then Kevin stands next to it.
I don't mind if the ring. Some people are tall. I don't mind if the interviewers are taller than the wrestlers.
But
the hand
Vince
thing.
does though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's very bothered.
Do you think when they walk through the airport, he makes the ring and all the crew crouch?
They wear those special, those special bouncy shoes that you see people wearing around Halloween.
Oh yeah.
They all wear those.
I thought you meant everyone apart from the wrestlers has to wear shoes on their knees, like when you pretend that you're really short and you're just walking along.
I expect Cluso.
It's an even better idea.
Mustafa Ali. Hang on. Supposed to say sexy Mustafa Ali because he had 32%. Damn it. I got screwed over there. Of course I didn't. A clear winner this week is Jim Ross's Vince McMahon laugh, 60%. Now, if you weren't here last week, Jack, can you do an impression of an impression?
God. So Jim Ross is on. What was the podcast? It was on
Grillin' JR.
Yeah, Grillin' JR.
But sadly, it's not him being grilled.
So the impression is Vince's laugh when he was a commentator. And what is it? It's like, hey, I can't even remember. Yeah, that's very Vince.
It's Jim
That's
Ross
very-
doing that, but then he does an exhale.
Or like, yeah, that was it. Yeah, and which the impression started off decent. I was like, Jim's nailed him there, and then I was like, ooh, does Jim know who Vince McMahon is? What's going on? I've never once heard Vince make that noise that JR made. We wish JR the very best, of course, after his news this week, his health news.
Yes, he's been diagnosed with skin cancer.
Yeah,
and they're looking at surgery options and stuff to go forward. He seems in really good spirits, though. So
he does.
Said nothing but
so hopefully the news.
I forgot about that. I thought the news this week was him starting his own weed company.
That as well.
I wonder whether the two are connected.
No. I think
he'll take weed if he's going through cancer treatment.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, right.
No,
actually.
that's not like that. No,
no. I get you. Yeah, you know what? To be fair,
a friend of mine had cancer, and they did weed.
Yeah,
took the edge off a lot of it. I wonder whether that's probably why Jim's doing it.
Oh, potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
Maybe he was high when he did that impression of Vince.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know what? Maybe.
But obviously we all hope he's doing well and everything. He's still going to work. He's still going to do AEW and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, what a hoss! In Jim Ross's own words.
I know.
Jim Hoss. So well done, Tom.
Oh, thank you very much.
You won.
Yeah.
So what is your nomination for Hall of Fame pick this week?
I'm nominating a YouTuber this week, but not as we know it. I'm nominating a YouTuber named Mama Gina.
Okay.
She is an Italian grandma who makes wonderful sort of Italian grandma home-cooked meals for her family. And the reason I'm nominating her is my mum hasn't been very well. She's on the mend now, but my mum and dad have been poorly. And my mum was just feeling a bit fed up with it all. And she said, I've really got into Mama Gina. Do you know who she is? And she sent me some videos of hers. And it's just this lovely, sweet older lady who just cooks really nice, comfort eating food. And Mum said, I've been cooking along with her and stuff like that. So I thought, I know what I'll do, cheer my mum up. So I found Mama Gina on the Instagram and I dropped her a message, thinking, you know what, Shy Ben, she's got nearly I think she's nearly got 1 million subs, so she's big. And I thought, Shy Ben's getting out. So I thought, I'll drop a message. Look, my mum's not been very well and she's been watching your videos and making her feel better. Is there any chance you could do a little hello for her? And then lo and behold, about 2 days later, without prompting, video in my Instagram DMs going, hello Sue, it's Mama Gina.
Aww.
Your son, he says you've been up poorly. I pray for you. And I just thought you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And it honestly made my mum's week. The fact that this woman that she's been watching all of a sudden is a lovely video from her. Mama Gina didn't have to do that. If you want the channel, young Jamie, it's look up Buon Appetiti. BUON dash A dash PETTITI. If you put Buon A dash Petiti, there you go. There's Gina, and she's just lovely and wholesome, and it's just mainly because she looked after my mum in a weird way by being very through the power of the internet, and here she is making bolognese sauce. There she is. It's Mama Gina. Look at her. And do you know what?
Hang on, she's got to cook a book.
She's going to... It's her book. It's out now. Well, actually, I didn't know the book was out. It's Mum's Christmas sorted. Don't listen to this bit, Mum.
You want to eat, you got to cook.
Can you take the heat, Grandma Gina? So, yeah, I'm nominating Mama Gina for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame this week.
Fair enough.
More than deserved.
That's a very good pick.
God love her. Definitely getting that book from
Have you made any of the meals?
I want to make. She does a lovely. There's a lovely recipe for what's it called? It's the bread. I nearly wrote it down, like the terry bread. Focaccia. She has a really nice focaccia recipe.
Well, eating the Irishman at the end with a dip in the.
That's the one. Yeah. That's it. I want to.
That's a film for the makers of Goodfellas.
Yes,
So
I've read the plot synopsis of the Irishman.
Oh, you mother.
I want to make the focaccia, so we're gonna. So Alex and I are probably gonna make the focaccia. If not this weekend, maybe next weekend.
That's lovely. Sorry, I just thought Maffew reminded me of something there. I watched Hearts of Darkness this week, the documentary.
Documentary of Apocalypse. What a documentary!
I like Apocalypse Now. But
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it made me realize
Nuts, isn't it?
It made me realize that actors are dicks.
Hey, everything.
Everyone's so pretentious in it. I know everything's going wrong, but they're all acting like they're all dying. They're all like, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever."
Mark Brando especially.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's just like,
You know
hey, what can go wrong making a film? Everything.
Everything.
It's like, this film's not going to be any good. It's Apocalypse Now.
Who's the guy in it? The photographer? Is it Dennis Hopper? Hey,
He's the guy who's in his camp. Yeah.
I like him in it.
All right.
I like him in it. He comes across well. I mean, he's off his face all the time.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
Dennis
sorry,
that.
Tom. That's a lovely pick.
Sorry, yeah.
That's a lovely pick.
Thank you very much.
That's nice. So if I'm making lovely Italian
Mama
YouTuber
Mama Gina
for Big Mom Campbell.
Mama Gina for Desert Island Graphs. That's got
That'll be great.
wrestling matches are.
Every answer's Bruno Smart.
Every answer's Tony D'Angelo. She loves NXT.
Oh, God, of course.
She's big into NXT at the moment. She's in their target demo, their accidental target demo.
My favorite is Big Vito. You know, he's the Pavarotti of hard shots to the body. Never forget that.
That's a great line.
So, wow, that's a good pick. I'll go because I know Jack's will have a blinder.
No.
My pick, and people who listen to me may be a bit surprised by this, but my pick, bear with me, is Christian.
I thought it was going to be my pick. That's fine. That's fine.
Christian. Because, yeah, I always mocked WWE for going, God, like, hey, we've got all these homegrown stars that are in their 30s, just willing to be pushed. I think we'll go for a bloke from 98, because nothing was stronger than the Attitude Era, and that always annoys me. But Christian this year, roll back the clock, has headlined a WWE pay-per-view, Royal Rumble, if it counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
AEW, it's gone Omega for the title, and Impact Wrestling. We lost the Impact Wrestling title to Mr. Josh Alexander
Yeah.
That's true.
in one calendar year.
He's the Royal Rumble, Bound for Glory, and was it
Was it All Out?
All Out?
I think.
Yeah, it was all out. I think.
I have to forget the names of these
It
shows.
was all out because that was the match, and then after that match, Cole and Brian did Danielson.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
AEW's pay-per-view of the year, that one.
That
yeah.
one.
Right. Just
Yeah.
a spoiler for next month, in case anyone's
Nice.
wondering. Yeah, that's amazing. And he's not doing it as a sympathy thing. There's not a lot of gimmicks involved or getting around these things. He's been stunning.
It's just Christian reminding us that he's class, basically.
Hi, I'm Christian. I am Captain Charisma. It started off as a joke, but no, it's true.
This is why I thought that move over to Impact was excellent, and I'm sad to hear like the Forbidden Door is, you know, it's ajar for a while now at least, and because like Christian will therefore go back to do stuff in AEW, because I thought when all these new faces were coming into AEW, I thought Christian sidestepping to Impact was a great way for him to put his years of skill and knowledge to great use. To work with younger talent on Impact, and so I'm sad that I think that's Christian probably done in Impact for a bit anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it should have only been a short-lived thing anyway.
Yeah.
Impact have had a hell of a run. If the reports to go by and they've lost 2/3 of their audience, but it's there going, well, no, the crew came along because AEW were there and AEW have gone. It's like, okay, now you've got to do your own thing with the Josh Alexanders of the world.
Yeah. He's very good as well, by the way.
They made the
love
right
him.
call for Bound for Glory, which I'm sure, actually we'll talk. Well, actually, I'll hold that because we'll talk about Bound for Glory in a bit. But that's a good shout with Christian.
Yeah. See, positive. Christian, he's old and he's good. He's like 1 foot in the grave. Jack, what have you got for us?
We'll talk about Bound for Glory right now, actually, because I've also got a Bound for Glory pick, or an Impact-related pick. My pick is the Demon, Dale Torborg.
There you go.
What a man.
God, I forgot that happened this week.
What a guy. Right, one of my earliest memories of wrestling ever, I must have been so young, was when they used to show WCW on like Channel 5 and stuff.
Yeah.
The Hardcore Championship, when the matches used to start backstage and would slowly make their way to the ring. But as a kid, I thought, when you're a kid, the backstage bits are the best bits. Like, they're fighting not in the ring. This is what I want from my wrestling. And when I remember, this was when Dale Torborg used to have that sarcophagus that he lived in.
Yes, I remember that.
But they'd call him often, like how JR calls Jungle Boy Jack Perry a lot, they'd often call him Dale Torborg. So this figure would emerge like, it's Dale Torborg. And I remember one wrestler was having a hardcore match with him. It might have been Vito? Would he have been in WCW that?
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Someone's like hammering the sarcophagus with a kendo stick. It's doing nothing.
I remember that.
And
I
then
don't know why I remember that.
he wasn't in it. He was
Yeah,
behind him all
that's
along.
right.
And I was like, oh, Dale Torborg's the coolest. But I had no frame of reference because it was like the first wrestling I'd ever seen, or some of the first wrestling I'd ever seen. So I was like, forget this Sting bloke. I'm all about the Demon, the Kiss Demon. I think they just called him the Demon by this point. Dale Torborg.
Yeah.
And he came back. I couldn't believe it. I genuinely, I mean, he wasn't brilliant, but I genuinely was buzzing to see him back.
That's what I like about things like the Call Your Shot Rumble and the Royal Rumble and stuff is that it gives you those little nostalgia hits where
But I wasn't expecting that one.
No.
Blindsided me.
I think, is he not doing more stuff with Impact? Like, are they not keeping him around for a few more things? 'Cause I feel
hope
like
so.
I
have
feel like he'd be
no
a great
idea.
fit with Decay. That'd be a fun little association for just a short while.
He's so huge.
He's big enough.
I just remember seeing him in the Impact ring with these relatively smaller guys in Impact, then back in WCW. I was like, wow, look at Dale Torborg. The baseball man. I don't know what it was.
Oh, God,
He used to be a baseball guy.
I knew-
He's
he's
the
a-
son of a baseball player or something.
And he was the WCW NASCAR. Well, maybe it's NASCAR, but some sort of motorsports
Oh, right. Oh, he's a man.
driving thing.
He's a demon of many hats.
Can't believe I know this much about Dale Torberg.
Dale
but I'm
Torberg.
also Torberg. But also having
what he does.
two big veto mentions so far in the
I know.
podcast. It's a good start.
But my nomination is actually Dale Torborg.
Do you like any Kiss songs?
No, I don't. We said this the other day.
Oh, it's just the look of the demon then. It's not,
Aidan was going through a bit of a phase on the music upstairs the other day. He was putting on like Twisted Sister and Kiss and stuff like that, and I was like, a lot of those songs I enjoy, but with like a bit of irony because they're stupid songs. Like no, you're not agreeing. Oh, I thought you were gonna be like,
no.
I thought you were gonna be like,
no,
Jack,
Kiss are really
I thought you were
detailed
like-
and deep. No,
I thought
they're
you were
not.
going to go, Jack, shut up, they're the best band. And I was like, do you actually enjoy these songs, or is it like they're just fun and stuff? And Aidan was like, I just like them. I was like, oh, fair enough. And I remember arguing with either him or Jack Atkins saying like, Kiss aren't very good. And he was like, Kiss are boss. And I was like, all right, okay, fair enough. I'm not personally a Kiss
Kiss
fan.
are a greatest hit set because
Yeah.
I remember getting their albums and going, all right, cool, let's listen to what it's all about. And I have a great song, or Rock and Roll All Night, or I Was Made for Loving You. And then the ballads kick in and you go, oh, God, oh, no, this is not what I want from the demon. But yeah, my main memory of that is one time I bumped into my friend I wasn't expecting to see at Rise, which I'm going back to on Saturday.
Oh.
Hope to see you there. If not, I will.
I'm going out on the Sunday because I've got Monday off work, so I might not see you there.
fair
But
enough. But my mate, and he was a bit dishevelled. And I went, you all right? And he goes, yeah, I was on a date. I was like, you're on a date? He goes, great. He goes, yeah, I went to go be sick in the toilets, and I came up, I think they've gone, I can't find them. And it was this awkward pause. Because I don't know what to say to that. And then, I was made for loving you, baby, kicked out of the thing, and I went, yay, that's...
Okay.
Whenever that song comes on from that memory, just, I'm on a date, I've been sick in the toilets, I think it's over, I'm not sure, I can't find them.
I mean,
Let's have a thing, shall we? You stink of vomit and your date's nowhere to be found, but you still think it's there. So yeah, Kiss Demon.
that reminds. I was listening to a thing last night. It was Chris Van Vliet's interview with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and one part he just asks her about how her and Adam Cole met. I'm guessing it's because you were both wrestlers. She was like, no, like we were both wrestlers, but we met on Bumble. And I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. And she said she didn't
Bumble.
realize it's like Tinder, but the girl always talks first or something. I think.
It's like Grindr, but with cuddles.
Oh,
But she said that they met on a dating app basically, and she didn't really realize it was him because he had his real name, and in the picture she said he didn't really look like him, but she was obviously aware of him. And then they met and they started like going out and stuff. And then Chris Van Vliet's like, but she was still doing dental school, and he'd just been signed by WWE. So he was like, how did you make it work when he'd moved down to Florida? She was like, well, we'd FaceTime every night. He said, pick a TV series and we'll FaceTime every night and watch one episode of it a night to keep in touch. Oh, it was a lovely story. And Adam Cole's like, when you see him out of character, he's like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But she chose Grey's Anatomy. I'd have been fuming. I'd have been so angry. He must have really wanted to stay with her.
Well,
If
the
he was
connection's bad tonight. I can't. I'm losing you.
Yeah. But I thought it was a lovely.
no, you make that noise with your mouth. I'm not.
I thought it was a lovely story though, so I just throw it in. Yeah.
That's lovely.
But it doesn't change my pick.
It doesn't
Dale
change your pick.
Torborg.
Do you think
So-
Gene Simmons knew about the demon turning up at Impact? Like,
I think doing the AAA thing and just pretend it doesn't. Shh, don't tell him.
yes, no one tell Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell Gene Simmons the demon is back.
Ace Frehley was fuming. I don't know.
Yeah, no one dressed up as Paul Stanley for some reason.
Who's the other
So
one? Peter Chris.
well done.
Thank you.
Something Chris. Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Weezer song where he mentions
Yeah, totally.
Ace Frehley. I've got Peter Chris.
Oh,
yeah,
Peter Chris. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I think it's Peter Chris. Anyway, the
I always
Kiss
thought you were going to say
members.
Peter Griffin because the Family Guy.
He
episode.
loves Kiss. It's his favorite band. Yeah.
Anyway, those three picks. I've already forgotten the name.
Mama Gina.
Mama Gina.
Mama
Big
Gina.
Mama Gina is your hookup. Holla if you want to.
Holler if you want pasta.
Yeah.
I tried. I couldn't.
Holla if you're linguini.
Oh. And already the winner. The next week. My pick is Christian.
Thank you.
Just 2021 run. Because he's
Nice.
main event and everything.
Can I change my pick to that bit from Jack?
Yeah, maybe that might be off. Sorry, Christian. And, of course, Grey's Anatomy. I mean, the Kiss Demon returning.
Yes.
Be great. People look at it on the 12-year-olds who look at the show going, who?
Yeah.
Why would you kiss a demon? That sounds disgusting. Ugh. So Jack's been on DeviantArt. But you can go to patreon.com/Cultaholic and place your votes.
They made a DeviantArt page for me once.
What do you mean?
Sam and Adam and that, yeah.
What?
There was some
They made you one.
There was some video where it was referenced like, this is weirder than Jack's drawings on DeviantArt. And then they made a fake account for me on DeviantArt.
What were your drawings of?
I can't remember. It was a few years ago now.
You can remember.
But it was not my real... My real DeviantArt is this one. I can't remember. I actually can't. Sam will definitely remember if you ask him.
We'll have more information on that next week.
Yeah.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in the bloody wrestling.
This feels like a month. It feels like a month in wrestling.
It does. Aye. SmackDown. Roman and Heyman open the show. Reigns criticizes Heyman for his actions at Crown Jewel. We threw the belt, but not really at anybody. And mocks Lesnar's promise to beat up Roman tonight. I whooped Brock so hard, he's tweeting.
He's tweeting now.
Even tweeting. He says he won't leave the ring until Brock gets out here. Lesnar arrives and batters Roman. The Usos try to make the save and it doesn't go well. Brock throws a ringside camera at Roman and starts taking out officials and members of the crew. Adam Pearce sends out members of the roster to subdue Lesnar while Roman bravely runs away.
Yeah.
Brock holds up Universal title. Adam Pearce announces that Brock is suspended for beating up everybody. So Lesnar heads back to the ring and hits him with 2 F5s. This whole SmackDown so far has been Lesnar in an elongated state of rage, and it's very fun. Also, he ripped Adam Pearce's trousers.
Yes,
which
he did.
Impressed Big Pat McAfee to no end. Funny how these things always happen with Brock getting suspended. It's always Brock coming out here, mysteriously finding a way to not appear on SmackDown for a few weeks because he's Brock.
But I loved it, though. It was a great opening to the show, in my opinion.
Do you think there's a connection? Brock Lesnar hits two beasts of an F5 on Adam Pearce, and then Ring of Honor closes. He hit him so hard, it shut Ring of Honor. It's incredible.
Wow.
Did we enjoy the little bit with Brock Lesnar and Cesaro having a little look at each other?
Yes.
It's nice to fantasy book, but it's not going
In my
anywhere.
veins.
Oh, please. Go
Of
on.
course, it's not going
Put
anywhere.
that in my veins.
Every year we go, this will be the year. This is the look, Del Boy.
I can change
Me and you,
him.
Cesaro.
I can change him.
Next year we'll be millionaires. It never happens.
Imagine. I can't imagine it. I was going to say, imagine Lesnar letting Cesaro hit the big swing on him. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd be up for that at all. I don't think he'd do it.
Cesaro put it on his Insta.
Only
Like,
if Lesnar
he's up
does
for
it to Cesaro and his trousers fall off.
Lesnar's one of the best, like, when he's selling, he makes the other guy look really good. He's one of the best sellers around, I think. He's like, he really looks in pain, like when he gets speared or whatever. He's like, whoo! But I can't see him letting Cesaro. I can't see him in the big swing going, whoa! I'm Brock Lesnar and I'm scared.
UFC champion Brock Lesnar getting a book swing.
But what if he did that scream he does? Sonya Deville is trying to deal with all the chaos backstage. Naomi tries to confront her. I almost said comfort her there. But Sonya tells her to sod off. Drew McIntyre tells Sonya that he's issuing an open challenge to mark his first night on SmackDown.
Drew is so annoying. Because,
why are you telling Sonya that?
Because she's the authority figure. And Adam Pearce has just been murdered. She's in
Drew
charge.
is telling the authority figure.
Oh, he's Drew McIntyre.
Okay,
but Drew's annoying because, like, he's the guy who, like, everything's going wrong. She's so stressed. She's got a million things to deal with. And he's popping up like, I'm going to do an open... Can I get your attention for 1 minute, Sonya? Sonya's like, oh, busy. And it's going to get worse for me in the main event segment.
Have you seen Trainspotting 2? It's like, all right, we're back to that, are we? It's not as good as the first one. Yeah, we know. He does so and Sami Zayn answers. Drew wins. Sami Zayn has new music. And it's so good he runs right into a pig boot. Kofi Kingston leads the coronation of King Xavier Woods.
I saw you tweeting about it. You were very happy about this.
Look, Xavier Woods.
What a guy.
He's one of these things where you say, like, if someone's a bit of a nerd, you're like, oh, it's just like me. You know, apart from the fact that Xavier Woods is amazingly talented, as well as athletic, as well as very intellectual, because he's Professor Xavier, legit. Got that from that NXT University thing. And now he's a king. Got to big them up, man.
I know it'll never happen because all parties have said no. But this is such a potential catalyst for a New Day split. I know.
I can see them feuding, but not splitting up.
But like
per
Woods
se.
just becoming like a maniacal king, like the madness of King Xavier.
Yeah.
It was a great catalyst for that. But then they've said, no.
I would really enjoy, even if they all stay together after it, you know how everyone was talking about the Shield triple threat main event, which they blew on like...
Battleground.
That should have main evented any WrestleMania.
True.
But yeah, a New Day triple threat would be really fun.
Oh.
When they're all friends at the end, though.
That could be the main event after the Cesaro Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, let's just book next year of WWE.
Yeah.
Who would you have win a New Day triple threat? You'd have Woods win.
Right now, yeah, he's the one who needs it the most.
Who would you?
Big E, Auer, Kofi,
Yeah.
great, but here's the king.
Who would you have win?
Well, I feel like Woods would be an interesting choice because everybody would count him out.
Yeah.
So Woods would probably do it. Maybe Kofi.
I was going
I
to
feel
go
like
for
Kofi's maybe
but
got the history, the legacy there.
Kofi's my favourite, so I think I'd...
Yeah.
Yeah. Mansoor beats Mustafa Ali in a couple of minutes in the annual, no, honestly, we're going to push Mansoor, not just a crown jewel thing. Yeah, okay. Also, Ridge Holland, Alia, Sheamus, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo all get short backstage promos.
Yeah.
Hey,
All
that
of them.
Also starring.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's a
Yeah.
good shout, that.
Yeah. Hit Row introduce themselves.
Hit Row.
If you don't know, well, now you know.
Now you know.
Isaiah Swerve Scott and Top Dollar beat Dustin Lawyer. And is that the guy's name? Dustin Lawyer?
I looked on the YouTube clip. WWE had their names and the thing, so yeah, I guess.
Dusty Lawyer and Daniel Williams in a squash match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought Dan Williams had it. I thought he was going to win.
They thankfully Hit Row sounded more like NXT than NXT 2.0.
Yes, they did.
Good. Let's keep
They're
that going.
clearly still writing their own stuff for now.
Yeah. Happy Corbin takes on Nakamura.
Unless someone in unless Vince has just suddenly got really cool. But I don't know. I don't know if
Put
that's...
on a shade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside the ring, Madcap Moss stops Rick Boogs from playing the guitar during Nakamura's comeback. Nakamura attacks him, and this allows Corbin to blindside him and win the match.
Boo! I'm sad that Ross isn't here because he loves a bit of Madcap Moss.
He does. He really makes these segments.
I don't know if you'll know this, Tom, but Ross gets really excited when Madcap Moss
He
is a...
loves Madcap
Why?
Moss, does he not?
Makes really bad jokes. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great bands. Do you think Corbin and Nakamura have wrestled too many times now? I feel like every time I put SmackDown on, I'm seeing something between Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Possibly.
This is what we call SmackDown.
Right.
A lot of it's good, but they do love their repeats. It's like
Yeah.
UK TV gold. Sonya Deville gets Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair to swap. Right.
no.
I forgot about this. So I watched it. All right, I'll read it and then go. Sonya Deville gets Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair to swap titles since they both switched brands as champion. Charlotte deliberately drops the Raw title on the mat, so Becky throws a SmackDown belt at her. This was apparently real. Real is spelled in capital letters, so you know it's really real. Sasha Banks interrupts and argues with Charlotte over who runs SmackDown. Becky says she's going to go to Raw and let them figure it out. Maybe she'll see one of them at Survivor Series. Sasha and Charlotte brawl with Sasha hitting a meteor off the apron. Sonya breaks it up to end the show. We don't care about that bit with Sasha. So I watched this and just thought, these segments are so bloody stupid and weird because no one looks good in them. It's so weird. All right, swap the titles because we have to when no one looks champion-y by going...
I think that's
all right.
important. To make that the first point, that this was a bad idea. Just swapping
But
the
they've done this
belts.
before and it's always just, all right,
Yeah.
let's swap the
Yeah.
titles
So
because
that's
it. Like,
that's a
not, you have to
big-
kill me to get this belt.
That's a big catalyst for what happened,
Yeah.
I reckon.
So, yeah, they're put in an unenviable position. So, like, all right, we'll go out there and don't look too bad in this naff segment. And so, all this drama over this segment as well. It's hilarious. Okay, well, you're supposed to do this. Charlotte, drops the title. And I could just see a perspective going, well, I'm trying to do something with this. But then Becky throws the title at her.
It was like a chest pass in
That's right.
basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Is my mic still on there, Richard?
Give me a shot.
Yeah, sorry.
That's just to make sure you're paying attention, people at home. And then, I didn't think anything of it other than whatever usual crappy W stuff that I'm not trying to pay too much attention to. And then backstage, what happened, lads?
All kicking off. So Becky's livid because from what
According
we
to Mike
gather,
Johnson of PW Insight.
According to my Johnson,
on another note, is that my drink that you made me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you.
I should have said that's pretty stone cold now.
No,
That'll be a good
it's
ring,
all right. It's all right. It's Ringmaster. So what was meant to apparently happen is they were meant to the swap. But I think Becky was meant to, for a second, hold up both belts.
Now, this is a crucial bit. Sorry to interrupt briefly.
No, please do.
Was that the plan, or was that Becky won in that moment? Because I think that really is crucial here.
Yeah,
Why look at us forensically like, now hang on.
Okay, frame 53.
Yeah.
Put it up on the screen, young Jamie.
Becky was on the grassy knot. Oh,
Yeah, you go.
I can't say that.
I think there
I
was,
was going to say it if you were going to say it.
I think there was from what I understand, there was a call for that to be a bit. The fact that people were chanting Becky two belts, kind of said that was the feeling in the room. But Charlotte, who has apparently gone and said, no, because I will look weak if I'm not holding a title, and that speaks for.
Oh, was that what?
She spent 3 years of her WWE run holding a title, so you can understand why she'd be concerned. So they ended. I don't know whether they ended up binning that bit off, or whether Becky just decided, we're going to do it anyway because people are calling for it. That's why she went to grab it.
I thought Sonya was trying to take Becky's belt off her as Becky was reaching for the other one. So I wonder if it was meant to happen or not. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it could have been a bit where Becky would have grabbed two belts and been a little bit obstinate for a minute and then did the business. But then Charlotte pushing the belt away, and doing that little smug grin was almost like Charlotte going, "Said we weren't."
That was really, that was really.
And the resulting result of this was Charlotte being asked to leave after got into the verbal or physical confrontation with
escorted out by security.
Escorted out by security.
Apparently,
her and Becky had
And Andrade tweeting, "Screw WWE."
Yeah.
Or what's that effect?
Her and Becky had apparently a heated confrontation in front of Vince, but then Sonya also had one with Charlotte as well. And the follow-up report from Mike Johnson was that this has been the culmination of a lot of issues with Charlotte and people feeling like she's being quite selfish and not very giving in promo segments, basically trying to look strong over other people, right? Which if she'd done it 10 or 20 years ago, no one would have cared. Like everyone did that.
Yeah.
But now, I wrote in my article this week, now it's like the backstage environment seems, at least on the surface, we don't really know, but it seems a lot more cooperative and more like a family backstage. Everyone seems to get on a lot more than they did.
Yeah.
And
A family that gets released when
I just feel
when
like
you lose
it was a
someone.
hard article to write because I was trying to balance. I was like, on one hand, it's not cool from Charlotte. On the other hand, she's not murdered someone. You know, it's not like the worst thing in the world.
I'm glad
Because
that
everyone piled on Charlotte on social media, and I was a bit like,
Of course. Look, I'm all right with Charlotte trying to make herself look good because that's what you're supposed to. This is shades of 97. Yeah, why would I do this crappy segment where I give you a belt where we're both baddies.
yes.
We both have to look like putzes, like schmucks. I love old school words like that. Like idiots.
like rubes.
Like rubes, exactly. Rick Rube. And handing over these belts, this stupid bloody thing doesn't make any sense. WWE is at fault here for making such a rubbish segment.
Absolutely.
They go, all right, well, I'll try and make myself not look like crap then. Uh-oh, now everyone hates me. Oh no, this is misunderstanding. Now I look like crap because you made me look less like crap. I can't believe all this happened over this bit.
You know what you could have done instead?
I think it was like a boiling point. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, wasn't it? Because the women's division's been so neglected for quite a while now. Like, arguably since Becky went on maternity leave, really, there's all those like news reports and stuff that Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis, they don't care about the women's division anymore, even though a few years ago it was the hottest thing in WWE. So yeah, sorry, Tom.
I was going to say that in my own mind palace,
Hey.
the way you instead of doing this championship exchange, would it have been so terrible to have had sort of a segment like that and then go, look, if you're not willing to hand the belts over, tell you what, they're both on the line in the main event, and it's Becky versus Charlotte versus Sasha. And then you have Becky.
How does Sasha get in that match, Tom?
Oh,
she doesn't deserve it.
She had a dream that she had it made.
Yeah, true.
She had a dream there. She had a dream of a dream gone by. And then you could have it so Becky does a nefarious, cheeky, evil roll up on Charlotte to win the Raw title, and then the next falls for the SmackDown title. Charlotte do a
we
cheeky
do the
roll-up
WrestleMania
on-
2000.
Yeah. That's surely a better thing than here's a belt.
It is better.
And here's your belt.
And also-
all stand for the ceremonial changing of the belts.
And
it.
also, this was like the main event segment as well. So this
I was very
wasn't even like they
surprised.
tried to hide it. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're swapping the belts." Yeah,
Yeah.
It's weird. I think they should have both sat down and painted their belts the other color. That should have been the segment.
Oh, that would be mint.
Slowly and calmly, just there you go.
Green is not a creative color.
Backstage, like man's like, "What do we do?" Charlotte refuses to do the belt, and then Triple H, Southampton. Well, why don't we just shoot?
Oh God! Or was it
Break
Cornette?
his leg, Bubba.
Or was it Cornette by Vince's Pool who suggested it first? Who knows?
Oh, that's
It's one of the two.
yeah.
Or both of them said it.
Yeah, well, they're both. Yeah. He planted the seeds or whatever. Yeah.
Charlotte there in the ring.
There we go. Yeah. Wrecking camera equipment.
Yeah.
So good. AEW Rampage. A beaten up Orange Cassidy faces Powerhouse Hobbs in the first round of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. Hobbs dominates but argues the ref, allowing Cassidy to win with the mousetrap. Bit of a crap
What was it?
finish,
How
to be honest
Hobbs
with you.
what? Dominates, but what?
But loses because of he argues with the ref.
Oh, argues with the ref. Sorry, right.
Yeah. whatever.
I would have liked Hobbs to beat Orange Cassidy.
I think it's one of these matches where I was like, we want both these dudes to look strong. Let's have a crap finish.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I like Orange Cassidy going on in the tournament.
Fair enough.
Penta comes out for an interview with Tony Schiavone, but sees Las Superanas in the crowd.
Not them.
He confronts them, thinking it's FTR, but the real FTR jumping from behind. Pac runs out to make the save. So it's like Penta just dumb as hell now or something.
Yeah.
Look, two dudes dressed as them, and they're really skinny. It must be FTR.
Penta's never been the kayfabe cleverest wrestler. He's just got no fear, as he reminds us.
No brain. Oh, that's why he's not scared of anything. Yeah, he can't think.
He's
Right.
fearless.
Now that makes sense. Oh. Anna Jay versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
AMD.
Britt wins with the lockjaw, which is like grinded with hugs, and continues the attack afterwards. Tay Conti makes a save and chases Britt away before holding up the Women's Championship before getting in a heated confrontation backstage.
Yes.
No, okay.
No. But no, yeah, cool. I think I'm all right with that, yeah.
No, it's fine. And Pac beats Andrade in a sweet main event.
Yeah. This is what we wanted to get to, yeah.
Rolling him up after a furious exchange. After what looked like AEW presents SmackDown, we've got this magnificent main event. The lights go out. Malachi Black is in the ring. He spits mist at Pac and helps Andrade beat him down, although Andrade seems surprised. Han Anderson walks down the ramp and fires his imaginary Glock at Black. It was jumped from behind by Cody. Pac and Cody send the bad guys out of the ring to end the show.
No.
All right. All that stuff was... I was all right
And
with
when
it.
this happened, alarm bells started to ring in my head, and adrenaline filled my soul. Every of my thoughts was out of control.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to do it.
Then my dad rang me and said, "Hard times, mate."
And then someone tried to carjack me and I ran away. Keep the car. But yeah, Pac versus Andrade. Some people online have been very critical of Andrade and Pac for not delivering the goods previously or not being what they used to be. Tish, piffle, and other words from the 1700s. They killed it.
They were great. This was so good.
Murderized
Best match in Rampage is short l'histoire.
Oh, was there another one?
This is if there was, this is the best one.
There's been some Danny Garcia stuff, but you know what?
Yeah,
This
you're
is the
right.
best
You're
match
right,
in
you're right,
Rampage.
yeah,
It's
you're
like the
right, you're
local
right.
lad.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
it. It's our boy doing well.
Yeah. Fair play.
Over the moon. Over the moon. This was great.
Yeah.
He did go over the moon. That's right.
really
On the ramp and everywhere else.
He did.
Magnificent. AEW Dynamite Part 1.
No.
Brian Danielson beats
dreading this.
Dustin Rhodes to progress in the #1 contender tournament.
Lovely match. Love Dustin. Love Danielson. Dustin's still got it somehow.
They call him the natural.
Well, yeah, he actually is. Yeah.
He's older than dirt.
Yeah, he's class.
Nice bit where Danielson was giving him the we can't call them yes kicks, and then Dustin takes about 4 of them, then just gets up and just sizes him up, saying, "Come on, is how you got? I'm ready." It's like, yeah, that's cool. Nice
Remember
bit.
that he's Dustin Rhodes.
You
Yeah.
remember who he is. That's nice, because if that had happened in WWE, it would have been Daniel Bryan battering Goldust in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So this and it's the same characters, same different place, and you have yourself a very entertaining match.
It was such a cool moment. It's one of my favorite live wrestling moments ever. Was at Double or Nothing, slowly realizing over the course of the match that Dustin Rhodes was still excellent, and just being like, "Wow!" Because I think we were all expecting that to be a great story match, like with Cody and Dustin. But I don't think we were expecting it to be as much of a great match as it was. It was such a cool moment.
It's good to see a Rhodes getting so over as a babyface.
Have I told this
such a
story?
He'll never
popular?
last.
Have I told the story
popular
about
star.
the press conference at Double or Nothing, or the public, the one that was open to the public, where I think, were you there? I'm not sure if you were there, but me and Sam and Ross went, and Dustin Rhodes unveiled the Dusty's favorite T-shirt, and everyone went, "Oh!" And then I ran down the front with my phone to film him walking off the side because for like the social media, just to put on like Dustin's just unveiled this and now he's walking off, like trying to be a news reporter, right? And then Dustin saw me run down with like a few other people just with my phone up, but he thought I was like just a big Dustin Rhodes fan because the video I took captures him walking over and going like, "Yeah, like hey buddy," he just gives me like a high five. I was just like. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. Thank you, Dustin Rhodes. It was cool though. I got high five Dustin. So I was like,
What a lovely guy.
comfortably in my 20s.
So was he
by this
like,
stage, just
"Yeah, that's right. I'm the favorite. I'm the best." Oh, hey, man.
Yeah, no, he's walking off, just starts
Really, so he
high-
sets the scene.
And in my mind at that point, I thought to Dustin Rhodes, I must have looked like a 12-year-old, just like, yeah, yay, high five me, Dustin. Yeah. But I got to high five Dustin Rhodes. So I mean,
Yeah.
I was 12 years old at that moment.
Oh,
Yay.
bless you.
Not that. I didn't do that.
Okay. Backstage, Kenny Omega says he knows Hangman's insecurities. If the fans knew Hangman like he does, there's no way they'd pick him to win at Full Gear.
I'm scared for the go-home show, or maybe sometimes they do the big angle like 2 shows before the big pay-per-view, and then the real go-home show's got like a B storyline going on in it. Like, I'm scared for whenever they have the final segment building up to Hangman Omega, because they're going to be brutal to Hangman to really beat him down before that, and I think it's going to be uncomfortable because they're going to like, you're nothing, like you've never been. I'm just going to be like, no, it'll work, it'll be effective, but I'm bracing myself for them to be horrible to my boy.
Oh,
I know. Our boy, everyone's boy.
You're going to rub the TV, kind of high five.
Leave him alone.
I'm looking forward to that. They're going to push him even further down. So his rise up is even greater. I'm cool with that.
I am, but
the line's going to be though, you're not cowboy poo, you're just poo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, no, I'm a cowboy.
Yeah. What's his entrance going to be? Oh my god.
How great though, right? That we're at this point with Hangman Adam Page, because when AEW was conceptualized, that's 3 times we used that word today. And like Adam Page was like going to be the man. Like they all said, oh, Adam Page is going to be the guy, and it slowly dawned on everybody that no,
not yet.
No.
Yeah.
And we've just watched this character dip back a bit, find the voice.
Yeah.
You know, get a little bit of story, some pathos in there as well, and they've just wove this story for a year, and it's just, and I get that, you know, some people very much come down the tribalistic route of wrestling. It's WWE, it's AEW, but you know what? The one thing I want good wrestling, but here's the thing: consistently, whenever I've had the honor of being on here, you know, and trying to get my own jokes over, which I'm trying not to do today. I don't know whether anybody's noticed. But one thing I've always loved and called for is a year-long feud, like a year-long slow build feud. We are so quick to go, do that match now, quick, give the belt to Braun Breaker. We're so quick to do that. I love a year-long thing, and this has just been so beautifully woven and told, taken away, given, snatched away, pushed forward, and I do believe that if Adam Page becomes AEW champion at the pay-per-view next month, it might be one of the greatest stories of the past 10 years.
Yeah, he's
if he does. I mean, they could completely.
I hope they don't
screw the.
They're not going to screw it up because Tony Khan's doing it now.
Yeah.
He actually knows how to do it. It's not all of them giving their own submissions and ideas.
Kenny Omega gets a really slow 3 count on Adam Page. Then Bret Hart comes around and goes, I don't want to see Montreal again.
I think
Nick Patrick, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I think as a very human and sympathetic character, he's one of the best written or developed characters I can ever think of in wrestling, Hangman.
Like, I'm gonna say this, when he started, I'm like, oh, it's the guy who's the crappy headbutt off the apron, whatever.
That was a sick headbutt. It was a sick headbutt.
It made me sick. And now it's, oh, God, I love you. It just shows you can improve people so much with the right writing, the right build.
I love that they went the other way with it, because he betrayed the Young Bucks. Remember, it looked like he was going to be the heel, and that was such the wrong decision because people didn't like the Young Bucks because they're meant to be heel. They're the Young Bucks, and people do like Hangman. And
the elite are heels, they just don't know it. So Tony Schiavone brings out Sting.
Mm? They are.
All the elite are heels.
Yeah.
Oh no, not all of them. No.
Shush, you know what I mean. Tony Schiavone brings out Sting for an update on Darby Allin, but then updated by MJF. MJF says that Sting isn't a good guy. He's part of the elite. He left all his fans, just like he left Lex Luger in a wheelchair.
Yeah, what the hell, man, Max?
Sting attacks, but the rest of the stable arrive to beat him down, sending a message to Darby. MJF KOs him with a dynamite diamond ring. Later, Wardlow confronts MJF about pushing him in front of Sting last week. MJF says Wardlow's been under a lot of stress recently, so has assigned Sean Spears to be his accountability buddy.
Nice. What's that going to lead to then?
Accountability shirts on PWTs. It's once again MJF comes out and gets heat so cheap. It's that little for 3 for 1.
Yeah, he's gone for the obvious there. And you know what? That's what MJF does. Like that thing is he goes, hey, here's a controversial thing.
But he didn't used to. He used to be like, I'm better than you because this blah blah blah.
What was his
blah.
first
And now he's
promo
like,
in AEW? Look out, Brett, there's a fan.
Yeah, but that's just that just happened. It wasn't like the worst thing that ever. Actually, no, I don't want to think about what MJF would say to Brett right now. But yeah, it's like okay, whatever. It's has its place. It's working. People boo him. He's become a meme on TikTok.
Was he?
Yeah, because he did that promo about something mid. It's been people like like posting stuff that's mid.
Right.
That's the dream now, to become a meme on TikTok.
That's it.
That's
And Jeff's got those TikTok dollars to go over his Doge coins. Backstage, Britt Baker is fuming that Tay Conti put her hands on her belt. She says she's going to kick Conti's ass and that she loves showing everyone so much.
That Conti loves showing everyone so much. Not my words, the words of Dr. Britt Baker. DMD.
Oh, the Battle of the... Right.
So
Sorry,
Britt Baker went, I'm
well.
going to kick your ass, that you show off to everyone, you
butt-showing person.
Showing woman.
Yes. Afterwards, Ruby Soho beats Penelope Ford in the first round of the TBS tournament, despite interference from the Bunny. They look to attack Ruby afterwards, but Red Velvet makes the save.
Red Velvet, giving on.
Thank you, Jack.
Sorry.
Bobby Fish beats Anthony Green and beats him down after the match. So CM Punk...
Green?
Anthony Green.
Oh.
Anthony Green.
Is that...
Anthony Green, I'll go with Anthony June.
Is that June, yeah?
Down at the IMAX, being down after the match, so CM Punk runs out to chase Fish out the ring from his lifelong friend, Anthony Jean.
Yeah, he loves Anthony Green, apparently.
Yeah, that's...
He didn't save Sting earlier.
Yeah.
But he saves Anthony Green. Fair enough.
Yeah, all right. Eddie Kingston beats Lance Archer in the tournament, rolling him off after a terrifying miss moonsault from Archer.
Yeah.
And Tony's just showing in the crowd going, yeah.
But the next day, Lance went on Twitter and said, look, these things happen. AEW, look after me. It's fine. I'll be back. So he's all right. It looked worse than it was, thankfully. It wasn't great, but he walked out on his own steam and he was able to tweet the next day.
Yeah.
And
it's a good job that the AEW referees now are like, let me just test. Nah, just get pinned.
Yeah.
Like, it's only wrestling, pal. Don't worry about it. Like they've learned from the Matt Hardy thing.
Yeah.
So that's good to see.
That's the second. What was it, Reg? Didn't we have the G1 Climax on Monday where we had that incident with Ibushi? I don't know whether it was on Monday or not.
I think it might have been a little bit longer ago, yeah.
Might have been. Sorry, time is a construct in my head. And I was just drawn to that, how Red Shoes was able to go, right, that's it, you're done, call it. And then, we want the AEW refs to be in a similar place. They go, yeah, okay, that's it, we're done. I'm just going to call time there.
Yeah, it's not like in the olden days. Like, let's cut up.
Yeah.
Like, I have to finish the match. It's like, no,
on the classic Raw review,
they know it's fake.
That's it. But you don't need to push yourself as much as you did. But I remember on the classic Raw review, we did a thing and we talked about a set of tapings where in the first match, Bob Holly got a concussion, but he had 2 more matches to work that night, so he worked them. That would never happen. Now, thankfully. I'm glad of it. Let's look after people.
Yeah, and not give the crowd 3 Bob Holly matches. Dan Lambert is in the ring with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, who run down the inner circle. Sammy Guevara interrupts and Lambert says he's proud of him for actually doing well on the mic.
Dan Lambert's just a smarky internet man. So even when Sammy Guevara's got in a promo, he's like, that's better than your normal promos, you.
It's a good way to you may have gone over me, but I'm just going to insult you for being good.
He's a massive wrestling fan.
Yeah.
He's got a wide selection of classic championship belts, is Dan Lambert.
Yeah. Lambert reveals the stipulations for the big 10-man tag match to go ahead. Sammy has to defend the TNT title against Ethan Page, but if he loses, he'll leave the inner circle forever. Sammy agrees on the condition that if he beats Page, he gets to pick the members of American Top Team in the tag match.
These forever stipulations ruin it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Like,
they do too many of them.
The worst one was when the Bucks said they'd never challenge for the belts.
You could tell the storyline's better now because Tony Khan's got control because we're not getting silly situations like that.
Maffew, you seem to think that Tony Khan is Gado in 2010.
Compared to, let's just have the Elite write everything.
Yeah.
Nothing bad can happen. This won't look like a dog's dinner.
Gotta tell you, Sour Boy is tearing the upstairs office apart. So, Carl Anderson's character, right, on being... I'm not too clued up on being the Elite, but Carl Anderson, for some... I don't really get it. I don't know if you're meant to, but he's always like
people live on Twitter, and I think it's just because everyone else can't stop laughing around it.
But everyone else, the Bucks are always like, you got something sour in your mouth there, Sour Boy? And Anderson's like, yeah. And I don't understand. Why is it funny?
I don't get a lot of the AW, being the Elite humor.
It's that sort of abstract anti-humor that all the kids are doing these days.
It's got to be something...
It's not funny.
It's got to be an in-joke.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Everything is an in-joke.
But some of the lads upstairs find it funny.
It's funny because I think it's funny because it's not funny.
And then... we showed it to Triple Jump, specifically the members of Triple Jump, so not Ben, basically, who have no idea about wrestling, like they don't understand. And Ashton was like, I hate those guys in the tassels. And I was like, good, that's the very point of the young bucks.
I like them. The bad guys look ready to take Sammy down, but Hager, Santana, and Ortiz chase them away. again, Dan Lambert's talking, he's good in his role, but again, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, they don't need a manager. It's a bit weird casting.
I think it's more just so they've got some wrestling chops in the top team.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jungle Boy easily beats Brandon Cutler and keeps him in submission while calling out the Elite. Adam Cole appears and Jungle Boy attacks him, but turns into super kicks from the Bucks. The Elite beat down Jungle Boy and throw him off the stage through a table, but not before giving him a big kiss.
That was cool.
That was going through. Cody faces Malachi Black. Midway through the match, Andrade heads out and taunts Arn Anderson. Andrade's
Why
assistant.
did he do that first of all? Oh, because he did it on Rampage to him. Got you.
Andrade's assistant Jose tries to blindside Arn, but is hit with a classic Glock.
The good bit first, the spine buster.
I'm listening.
He didn't
It's almost-
imagine. Jose comes in.
Malachi missed Arn.
Stop looking at me.
While Pac attacked Andrade, and they brawl on the ramp. Cody ends up winning. I don't want to talk about it, it says.
Put that in the notes,
So,
yeah.
Jack, talk about it.
Why did he? Why? Why? Why, man? Why couldn't they just leave it? Cody is the heel who doesn't know he's a heel. Maybe he's still doing that after the promo on Dynamite 2 that we're going to talk about in a bit.
Yeah.
But he didn't need to do this, man. Go on then, Tom.
Saving the day. Saving the day.
No.
I came back by Christmas Eve.
Why did he? Why did he have to save the day this time? Why couldn't he?
Because I'm
the face.
Cody Rhodes and I'm the best
No,
one.
I have seen people.
Everybody likes me.
Do you like Homeland? So do I. It's brilliant. Do you
No, I
like
have-
my outfit? I'm like from
No,
Homeland.
he's not. He's Homelander from
Yeah.
The Boys.
Homeland's a different show completely.
I also like Homeland.
Hi, I'm Homelander from the show Homeland.
Now,
For Halloween,
And
I'm
this is-
dressing as Homeland.
And this is Chris Jericho from the show Jericho.
now,
Is he not from Jericho?
now.
Imagine my shock when I watched Oz.
When's
Kevin Nash was nowhere to be found.
Homer never talks about his distant relative, OJ.
Now, why?
Anyway, back to Jack.
Go on, Jack. Look miserable.
Why did he do this?
I've been saying that for months.
But I thought they'd learned, and I thought he was.
Because
And
I
he
am
might-
awesome. Everybody thinks that I am a team.
Is he a bit like the guy in the office who thinks they're a brilliant laugh?
No,
The Office comedian.
Cody
oh.
is a brilliant laugh.
Do you think I'm funny?
Cody's not Brent, okay?
Is Cody Rhodes the David Brent of AEW? walks into the meetings. Hello.
You're
Why did he win? Because he doesn't do bad jobs.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're WWE lot, little slugs.
Yeah. Have you had your ear pierced, Cody? Oh yeah. Since when? Too long, baby.
Cody wears that jacket. Sergio Giorgini. Cody's not David Brent. I think this story still has legs. I think something else is going to happen. Maybe not with Malachi Black involved. I think Cody will still
Save the day.
turn heel, but think he's saving the day. They were onto something so good after the last one.
Do you know what?
And this feels like a reversion.
I will be the better obscure company. I will do a little reversion of my own. Alistair Black, Malachi Black, apologies, put on Twitter like the whole thing about the match, saying, "Yeah, you won, but at what cost?"
Oh no, but he talks about this. I was going to say that
Yeah.
for Dynamite too.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that.
because he cut a
Yeah.
promo about that along those lines.
Part 2 of Jack's opinion coming next.
Put a pin in that.
Monday Night
That
Raw.
was not my. But how dare you?
Jack's
it was you
opinion.
It was
two.
a great
mocking me.
opinion, Jack. I agree with
Yeah.
everything you just
Jack's
said.
great opinion.
Jack's great opinion
That was
of the
funny
week.
I wonder who got the power.
Big E opens the show and thanks Drew McIntyre for pushing him hard at Crown Jewel, but now he needs a new challenger. Seth Rollins interrupts, as does Rey Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens. Owens points out that Seth was the man he beat for the Universal title, so Seth attacks. Owens goes for the stunner, and Seth bails. Sonya Deville arrives and books a 4-way #1 contenders ladder match. But out of nowhere,
Yeah,
to
but
say the least. Oh, wait, it's the season premiere! Yay!
it reminded me of that Raw after the WrestleMania 32, where Roman had just beaten Triple H, and then out of nowhere they had a 4-way match the next night on Raw, and AJ Styles won it, and Cesaro
Even
came
after
back
he'd lost
for
to
it.
Jericho, yeah.
Yeah, you never should have lost to Jericho. But it reminded me of that, like, right, this is the new thing. here comes the new story. I wasn't against it, but I just hate promo parades.
Well, we get them every single Raw, so yeah, it's just they're here to stay. But at least Kevin Owens was like, I'll add a match anyway. Yay!
I like the bit where Owens was like, I remember pinning you for the Universal title. You were lying about here. He didn't mention that Triple H had won the match for him.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it's like, wait, haven't we just had the draft?
Yeah.
But we're seeing Seth versus Ray.
Oh, no.
And Owens. And I'm like, haven't we all seen this
There was
to
another
death
one.
anyway?
There was another one later on where I was like, not this match
Wait,
again.
it's like,
I
hang
haven't
on.
seen it on Raw though.
Now it's red in Pog form.
I'm like,
in Pog form.
the Street Profits take on Alpha Academy, the Dirty Dogs, with the winning team getting a title shot later tonight.
We haven't seen it on Raw though.
But come on.
Omos interferes and knocks out Dawkins, allowing the Dogs to pick up the win.
Yes, the Dirty Dogs.
Very rare to see him get
I know they're my favorite. Like, then I was about to say crap team. They're both excellent wrestlers, but like they're booked rubbish. But they're my favorite crap tag team.
We had nothing little to do, really.
I just love how they call the Dirty Dogs for no reason.
And no merch.
Yeah.
Still.
Despite that, I mean, look at this, right? Dirty Dogs, Alpha Academy, Street Profits,
Yeah.
AJ and Omos, Riddle and Orton,
Wait.
the Mysterios. Cut to that meme of a man holding a butterfly. Is this a tag team division?
I've never understood that meme. I'm gonna be old now and say that I've never understood that butterfly meme.
What, you mean you don't understand it?
Is this a whatever?
It's because it's someone...
What's being said there? Is he saying like, is the thing meant to be really obvious or really silly? Or
the person's like getting it wrong.
Oh, got you. That's what I didn't.
this-
That's the bit I didn't understand.
Yeah, like... Oh, what's the rest? I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head for one that was not nerdy and one that you'll get. Help me out here,
I
Tom.
know some memes.
I think initially
I know
it
the
was,
gopher
I'm trying
that
to think of an
turns around
example.
and looks at the
Yeah,
camera.
I'm trying to think of something that would actually
I think
work to fit.
initially it was meant to be.
I remember Boxy.
For nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
I think
I know, like, the Young Bucks super kicking a referee backstage. Is this being a face?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I've got you
Yeah.
now. Yeah. There's an element of obliviousness to it.
Yes, that's the idea.
Right.
But I think it's also been taken touch out of context, hence the reason I did it, where I'm actually like, oh, this is actually a tag team division.
Right. Like, oh wow, I can't believe.
No, wait, yeah, you've not done it right.
Oh no.
It is a tag team division.
Isn't it ironic?
No, you've messed up, Tom.
It's like Ray
No, Tom.
on your wedding day.
That was so,
Yeah, you're
that
right.
was like-
I didn't even realize
Wait,
that until you pointed out.
wait,
Tom. Yeah, that's
that
not
was-
how the meme
that
works.
was
Is
so-
this a tag team division? Yeah, it is.
That was so like Chris Morris scolding Peter O'Hanrahan. No, you've messed up.
I didn't like it,
You've lost
but
the
I'm going to go
news.
along with it.
Yeah.
You've upset quite a few people in the comments who were marching to tell me the butterfly meme was wrong, and now you've told me.
Yeah.
They don't need to.
Like this week, bless him, Jay from OSW was in a chat, and he posted, apparently Family Guy did the, hey, let's do a to be continued meme, and he was what puts out a rocket launcher and he fires it, and it's the Joe do 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 do.
Yeah.
But they don't do it right. They get the meme wrong.
Oh,
where
Family Guy.
he gets hit and he's exploding, and mid-explosion do the to be continued. It's like, no, that it's before it happens. It's like do 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 do.
Maybe that was
Tom,
on-
do,
maybe
do,
that was
do,
on
do.
purpose.
Yeah. But that's what people are saying. Have they got it wrong, or are they doing it deliberately wrong? And no one can tell, but people just edited straight away to make it right.
maybe I did that deliberately.
Maybe you are Family Guy in
do you know what?
2021.
I'm pretty sure I probably would be Family Guy.
Ugh.
In 2021, I'm zombie Family Guy.
Anyway, I love like Alan Partridge full on. Stop getting memes wrong to show that we're still cool with
Yeah,
the kids.
we're young.
So yes, this is a tag team division, and I thought this was a nice match just to see the Alpha Academy busting out their cool stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. It was a good match. Almost without AJ Styles, which was a bit of a news thing this week. AJ wasn't there. We don't know what's
Well,
going
hang on, wait a minute. When Randy Orton missed a week on Raw, people were like, what's happened? And he showed up, it's like, a week off, sorry.
Yeah, he might have just had a week off.
I went to the zoo.
Yeah.
Went to Long Stanton Spice Museum. For the day.
Ooh. I want to see a
petted a
vignette of
goat.
that next week.
Butterfly of a meme. Is this a spice museum?
I would. He's saved it. He's brought it back.
Now, someone's going to do you doing that and going, is this the butterfly meme?
No one's going to do me.
Oh. Xena Vega has her official coronation as queen. She faces Doudrop again and wins for a second time, this time with the use of her royal scepter. As we get the full-on, I'm a bad person now.
I'm a tyrant.
Yes.
Evil Queen type. It's, you know what? I'm glad they're fixing the Zelina Vega thing. You know, they brought her back with little to no fanfare, had her lose a bunch of matches, kind of just lost in the shuffle, and it's like, oh, by the way, you're now Queen of the Ring in a tournament that lasted roughly the length of an episode of Frasier.
Yeah. It was like under 20 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about the same length as Jack's rant on Cody.
I like how they've. This is like a weird punishment rib, one of them ones, like Perry Saturn having stupid gimmicks and that, because they've gone, you want a union, do you? We'll make you a monarch. Then you'll see.
I thought last week, like, you either become pro-union or you become a monarch.
That's great.
I don't think they actually have. That would be weird.
Becky Lynch is here to remind us that she never lost the Raw Women's title and isn't planning on starting now. Bianca Belair interrupts and wants a rematch. They brawl and Becky hits a Russian leg sweep with the kendo stick.
A white Russian
like Sandman himself. I was about to say, Sandman called it the white Russian leg sweep. She agreed. What was this other moves? The Heineken Rana.
The Rolling Rock.
The Rolling Rock, that's right.
Off the top rope.
Yeah. And that was it. She agrees to give Belair a title shot, but not tonight. Womp womp.
Boo.
Boo. Boo. We're still cheering you, Becky. Boo.
Yeah. She's so cool. How can you not?
Yeah. Damien Priest faces T-Bar, who gets himself DQ'd by throwing the announcer's chair at Priest. Priest snaps and beats down T-Bar.
Poor T-Bar.
Poor T-Bar.
Donovan Dijakovic. I can't remember what his names have been. Yeah, but his other one, Dominic.
Dijak.
Yeah, what was his first name then?
Donovan
Dijak. Yeah, poor guy. He was putting on 5-star matches on the Indies with Keith Lee. Bearcat Lee.
Grr.
And now he's getting battered by Priest.
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of a heel turn for Priest?
Could be. It was weird, wasn't it?
He wasn't going to do it.
No, it's T-Bar.
No, it could be.
He messed with him, so he messed with him back.
I'm seeing.
No.
I'm seeing shades of Moxley in AEW, who's also battering people and just walking off.
Yeah.
I thought it might be maybe sort of giving a little twist to the dark.
You know the expression, Tom. If you mess with the horns, you get horny.
You get an announcer's chair to the guts. Yeah. And new theme music.
I can see a little twisteroo.
I didn't notice.
See a little twisteroo, maybe.
They're dropping all the Archer stuff with Priest as well.
That's cool. That's what makes me want to cheer him. Yeah, I like the
but he never did any twanging.
He always twanged.
Dude, if a chit went, right, no DQ is it, right? No, put it down.
When I was a teenager and I was starting to get into like the rock music, my mum used to like say like, oh, what's that rubbish you're listening to? Like parents do. All that twanging and banging.
Twanging and banging.
And she meant the guitars and the drums.
Twanging and banging.
But I just remember thinking like, oh, don't say that.
Oh, that's great. That Gangrel.
Go and listen to Erasure, ma'am. Go on. She's like, great band, to be fair. She's got good music.
She's like, yeah, I will, Jack.
She's a child of the 80s. She's got great music.
I know. Yeah. That's when you realise you're an adult, when all the music your parents listen to, you listen yourself willingly like, oh, it's actually good.
It's actually class, yeah.
It's quality.
Maybe we should have a little respect.
Stop. Na 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 na.
Carmella beats Liv Morgan again.
With a radio DJ in a battle of songs.
Yeah. And then Beer Cat Lee.
Beer Cat! You called him this last week as well.
Beer Cat!
Beer Cat. Oh.
He's a bear.
A beer cat!
He's a bear.
I'm more used to saying Beer Cat. As in, don't give any beer. No, he's acting. He's acting.
I thought he was so convincing.
Is this a beer cat?
Wow.
Is this a beer cat?
I'm so used to saying, like, don't give any beer to that cat. Then I ever said bear cat. That's in my head. That doesn't sound right.
You also, I feel like
is that a weird amalgamation?
This is like a quirk of yours because you also, when it was her ring name, used to call her Beer Priestley as well. When there's an E and an A, you say beer.
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 How do you say beer?
Wait, how do I say BEA?
Yeah.
Bear. Bear cat. If there's an
you
R
call it
after
Bear
it.
Priestley.
If there's an R after it, I say bear. B Priestley, like the animal.
Like the animal.
It's weird calling it bee an animal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, technically it's an insect.
But it is.
But insects are animals.
Yeah. Is this a bee?
Is this a bee?
These are terrible.
Richard loved that one.
So,
look at him.
There we go. Take it on.
I don't want to let this slide. You said, I've more often said, stop feeding beer to that cat than I said bear cat.
Yeah, I'm from Bishop.
Carry on.
Anyway,
you'll come around my house
the
again.
artist formerly known as Keith beat Cedric Alexander easily.
I like how this week Keith was on character of Ryan Satin, and he said Vince is very, very much hands-on with his character in particular. Like Vince is very.
You don't want that.
That's
What, the character from the 60s is hands-on with, is he? Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
he is. He's very much he's controlling like the stuff that he's doing, and it's like, why would you hire someone like Keith Lee and go, can you just come in and do none of the things that got you noticed in the first place? And then when he does that, they go, I can't figure out why it's not clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make him a
When I saw you
bear
on
or a cat.
PWG, I liked your work.
Yeah.
I read I think it was possibly, is it Ryan Hall? One of the Formula 1 Mania writers did the recap for Raw this week. And as I was watching it, I also, in case I missed anything, was reading the recap as well. And in his recap of this match, he said, yeah, Keith Lee didn't do any of the cool stuff that makes him cool. And then I watched it and I was like, why have they done this? But now that you've said that Vince is really hands-on, I'm like...
Vince would never have
Vince
a
thinks
big lad
Vince
doing moonsaults.
Vince thinks he knows better, does he?
Well, Vince just knows a big lad should do big lad things.
But he's turned him into a generic big lad. Yeah, it's not cool. Just because he's called Bearcat doesn't mean he's as interesting as he
I like
was.
he's like, okay, that's his frame of reference. There could be words like, I see you in a fatty orbital role.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been much worse.
Yeah. Have you seen that new film, Gone with the Wind? Where we go? Austin Theory interrupts the Mysterios backstage and wants Dominic to take a photo of him and Ray. Dominic instead wants a match, with Ray offering to be at ringside. Dom declines. Theory wins and takes a selfie with the ref.
The kids these days call normal photos selfies even.
Yeah, I've heard a few people saying selfies when it turns to just photo with them in. And
Selfie now just means photo of a person.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that.
look at this
you think
selfie.
Yeah. Do you think?
Is this a
selfie?
photograph?
Do you think a selfie? Do you think a normal photo is a reverse selfie?
And illiths.
Yes. Yes. Dom and Ray, are they going to feud?
No.
They don't want to, do they?
The two of the great team splits in the wrestling world. They've both gone nah. So there you go. Which is why I think every other team around them is being split up instead.
Yeah. No, when it happens, it'll be good, I think. RK Bro successfully defend the tag titles against those dirty, dirty dogs. The beer dogs. Yep,
I'm sad, but it was never on the cards for the Dirty Dogs to win this match, unfortunately. But they were screwed because they'd been through a strenuous triple threat tag team match earlier in the night.
So now they've got reason for a rematch.
They do, and I'm telling them now, I would love it if they beat them.
Yeah. Be a good match. Seth Rollins wins the main event ladder match to become the next #1 contender. Big E arrives for a stare down on the ramp. Seth wants a handshake, but Big E just smiles. Seth heads to the back for an interview and says that Raw is his show. He's back and more annoying than ever. The ladder match was the expected crazy from...
Yeah, it was
a lot
a
of lads who know how to
really
do it.
solid main event on Raw. Really enjoyed what they did there. Like a season premiere, they want to build to a big match in the third hour. So that's what
Kevin
that's
Owens,
about.
Kevin Owens taking all the bumps.
Everyone came away from this match going, Kevin Owens is so good. And then Kevin Owens went on Twitter and went, Rey Mysterio is so good. I was like, oh, what a guy.
Kevin Owens is like me at like Charlie Chalks or Wacky Warehouse. It's like, yeah, diving on all the stuff.
Going for it.
Yeah, so it was a nice ladder match.
Yeah.
Surprising that they do this the day before. NXT 2.0, Toxic Attraction, win a scary three-way tag team ladder
NXT
match.
Halloween Havoc.
That's right. And they played Havoc with themselves in this three-way ladder match, become the new NXT Tag Team Women's Champions. Right.
Io Shirai nearly died.
So I read on Twitter, and the way people looked like it was going to be like the worst match of all time, where they didn't know how to climb up a ladder or something. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some moments here. The Phoenix Splash, which was all Phoenix in their splash, and then Io Shirai taking that bump. It's weird, isn't it? Because Kevin Owens just got destroyed as he always does in these ladder matches, and it's like, it's fine. Big lad, he can take it. Because Io Shirai's smaller, people look at her and go, oh, God, she just bounced off that ladder like she was a fly against a van's windshield.
I took it more as like she kind of, because she's so like agile in that, she saved herself from a much worse landing because she kind of rolls and lands properly. But I think at least
takes a bump.
I took it as everyone reacting like, whoa, because it could have gone really, like the way the ladder like springs off the ropes and stuff. It could have gone really bad.
But at the same time, it's funny because it's like, yeah, you know, they're all doing Yoshi wrestling, right? Have you seen what they're doing to each other? She's fine.
No, I don't watch that. That crap.
course you
No, I'm
don't, yes.
joking. No, I'm not gonna.
No, why
I'm not
have you
gonna-
said it so
I'm
people
not
can
gonna-
clip it?
I know. I'm not gonna. You know,
Picture Star in the corner, Jack going, is this crap?
I'm not gonna taunt Joshi Twitter again.
Good.
Bunch of white dudes defending something. I've done it again. Oh no.
What were your thoughts on this
What's
match,
that?
Tom?
1 million notifications. This hasn't even gone out yet. No, I'm joking.
Big shout out to Lulu Pencil, who's agreed to come on Desert Island Graps in the forthcoming
I don't
future.
actually think Joshi Wrestling's bad. Oh no. What have I done? In fact,
Jax, I don't think Yoshi Wrestling's that bad T-shirt is
fact,
making more questions than answering.
No. Stardom have been one of the best promotions of this year. Just saying.
What's a match you liked out of Stardom this week?
Suri, any of Suri's matches. You weren't bloody expecting that way. Hey.
Good.
Sorry, anyway.
No, it's good. I'm glad that you've actually
Cheers.
said it.
No, it's been, yeah, she's been sick.
Wonderful. Go on, Tom.
I thought it was a good ladder match.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from all that.
Good.
Noise.
Yeah.
I like
No, it was
wrestling, mate.
way better than I thought it was going to be according to Twitter.
Yeah, very much so. I think it was. They were set up as like this is they're not experienced enough for this, but they're fine. They clearly are, and they were great. And again, a women's tag team division in NXT. There's at least 3 teams now.
Yeah.
At least
So
3.
it's already the best women's
It's
tag
already
division
the
in all of
best
WWE.
division.
Yeah.
Already the best division. Toxic Attraction, the right choice as well. I think they are one of the best acts in this new NXT. I think all 3 are great.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I like it. I just like the energy. I like it. It feels vibrant. It feels a little bit almost attitude-esque.
Okay.
Not quite, I'm not full fat attitude. Sort of like
you're reading HBK's script then. Huh?
yeah, I've got it right here. He DM'd me before we started. Can you say the following about Toxic Attraction? Because otherwise Triple H will be cross.
Yeah. Oh, you won't get any more interviews with people. All right.
Fine.
LA Knight isn't here for some reason, despite winning the right to host the party. Yeah, what was that about?
Car trouble.
Car trouble later on, it's revealed. Who could have caused that? It's your boy, Grayson. Anyway.
Grayson Waller is a stand-in. Oh, joy.
Lots of stuff happens in this party segment, so I've lumped them all together.
Good. And talks about women wearing revealing outfits.
The girls are going to be... Do you remember when Jericho said that about the cruise and everyone went, Jericho, man? He's like, the girls will be in bikinis, boys. Buy your tickets for the cruise. And everyone was like, Chris, come on.
Wow, I can't believe Jericho would be saying something like that on the mic.
Yeah.
every
No,
week
it was on
Dynamite.
Twitter.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Joe Gacy interrupts and complains about the overtly sexual nature of Halloween. He faces Malik Blade and wins after talking Haaland of attacking Blade on the outside. Yeah, the weekly Joe Gacy thing.
I like how every Wednesday morning I wake up to messages on Twitter from people going,
Oh, God, yeah.
has anyone noticed? God, look, my mate Tony Blobby Williams, I love him. And he put, I don't know whether anyone's noticed. Yeah, Tony, loads have.
Noticed what?
That I look like Joe Gacy. I nearly wore my grey shirt today as my Halloween costume.
Your Halloween
Joe
outfit.
Gacy. I find it a microaggression that I forgot.
There you go. Just
Is this a microaggression?
Joe Gacy.
nice.
Thank you.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, aren't we?
No,
That's it.
Tom. I don't think you know Joe
There's a
Gacy.
picture that my mate Tony put on his Twitter, which is like me in a grey suit next to grey shirted Joe Gacy, and
right.
everyone's gone, actually. So, by the way,
And nothing against Joe Gacy. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to look like Joe Gacy.
It is right now. You're
I just-
kidding.
Well, look like what he's doing. What
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, okay. But I don't think Tom's
Yeah.
much sunnier.
thanks, mate.
He's all right.
Yeah. CCW Joe Gacy.
I look like him. I'd like to look like him after a death match at
Yeah.
some point. That'd be fine.
A lot of stuff happens in Grayson's Halloween party, which includes Waller explained the concept of Halloween to Kushida and Ikeman Jiro. Why are we still doing bits in 2021 where it's like, hello, Japanese people, here's Halloween, and they're like, whoa. Like,
Crazy Western
like
thing.
JBL teaching Takumi Chinoku how to drink in 98. Like,
So,
what the hell?
Chinese people know how to train. Like, I think they're probably more like British people than Americans at
Didn't
drinking.
Kushida wrestle the last Halloween Havoc?
So, did he?
Maybe.
So he knows what Halloween is.
He knows.
Of course he knows what Halloween is.
Everyone
But-
knows.
but,
Why do we? Why? Oh,
I learned what this was for because
Ah.
I was like, after I'd written these notes, I was like, hang on, we never found out what the payoff for this was. Like, why did they run off? Because he went, it's like cosplay, guys. And they went, oh, and then they ran off. And I was like, the payoff was never there.
Oh, no, I thought that was the thing because he said cosplay and he's dressed up as Back to the Future
But
again.
there was payoff.
That's been the soggy toilet from
There was a
last
payoff
week.
later on
Was
because
there?
they decided to make it's like a web exclusive on YouTube. It's
Well, there's
their-
more 2.0.
No, well, it's like one of those extra bits, and they put it on YouTube. It's them two, Gyro and Kushida, dressed as like amateur wrestlers with like the ear things.
Oh,
and
they
stuff.
did the lumberjack thing.
And they went.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they went like, our costume is the Creed brothers from the Diamond Mine. We don't like the Creed brothers. And then they just pretended to do that thing like the warm up thing that wrestlers do. It was bad.
Oh,
I feel bad for.
I missed that. Did I?
I feel bad for former ace of the New Japan Junior Heavyweight Division.
No.
Kushida, one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Get out while you can, Kushida. Get out while you can.
Oh, it's like that.
Do you remember when everyone was like, Kushida's coming to WWE, Triple H will treat him right, and now it's like, oh.
Look at us isn't Halloween a wacky concept?
Halloween? Because it gets next month. It's like,
Wait a minute.
Christmas.
Can I actually, if I can, because it's not long at all. I'd like to play a snippet from that promo to show you how bad the dialogue is. It's bad.
Please do.
Kushida.
Shrove Tuesday. What is that?
I'll play it.
Is this Shrove Tuesday?
Well, I get it at the end of the.
Next Tuesday, eat pancakes.
I'll play it at the end of the party segment. So while I just get it.
Why are you doing that? Are you
By
alright,
the
Tom?
way, I was gonna mention this. By the way, if anybody's watching on the YouTube channel and sees my wrist rapidly shaking,
Ready to do the spin-a-rooney?
I'm dying. No, I'm basically full disclosure. I started wearing my Fitbit again this week, and I've got a completely clean streak of 12 out of 12 perfect hours of steps.
Oh,
and so today it's under threat because obviously we're sat in here doing this.
Oh, right.
So
Isn't that cheating?
it is, but I've done like 20,000 steps per day. But I just want to make sure I clear this hour.
Sorry.
Because it's done for the wait a minute. We meet 12 consecutive hours.
Yeah, so
You've not gone to bed yet.
No. From 6 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I have to do 250 steps an hour.
Yeah.
And it tells you like
It's
how
per
well
hour.
you've done. Yeah,
that doesn't seem very seem very helpful for someone who does
Has a job.
Yeah.
So like it'll show you there how many
Yeah.
how many times you complete it, and it's literally because I've completed so far 4 days straight of complete 12 hours. So
Okay.
I'm keen to get a full 7 days, just because I've never done it before. And
I mean,
I'm very
I can see where you're
close.
coming from.
In fact, what I'll do,
But it is humorous going, well, look how fit I am, guys.
Do you know what? Since we've had full disclosure, keep talking about NXT Halloween Havoc, and I'm just going to circle the room.
Okay.
I'm just going to circle the room and get me steps in. I'll be right. I'm not. Carry on talking.
Oh, he's
I'm
actually
listening.
leaving. Are you?
I'm listening. Keep it in.
No, he's
Are you
doing
going to walk
it
around?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen all the wires around here? This is not going to end
It's
well,
fine. It's
Tom.
fine. I'll just play something down here. Keep talking about it. I'll shout
Tom.
over you.
Do you want me to play this
Go
dialogue?
ahead over
Play the
tit.
dialogue.
Play the dialogue.
I've closed
People
it by
tuning
accident.
in and seeing Jack on his phone, Tom
I know,
walking
I'm trying my
around.
best. Here we go.
No, that's all great. Save us, Ross 222. Oh, God, you know what? I don't care, Joe.
No.
This year's our Halloween costume is Creed Brothers. Creed Brothers. We really don't like Diamond Mine, especially Creed. Creed and Creed.
They're just yelling Creed.
Creed.
Creed. Like,
Your ass.
Kick your ass.
Kick your ass. And
all right, enough, please.
kiss my ass.
Can WWE DMCA this
Former-
podcast? I'd have to hear that ever again.
In Creed.
Former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion and WCPW World Cup winner.
Ike Manjiro.
Yes, the Jacket Man.
Did he win the Pro Wrestling World Cup?
Kushida did.
He did because allegedly. Well, no, never mind.
Any opportunity to spit on the corpse of WCW.
No, you know what? You
Maffew.
guys could do that. Your people are right. Like I've no dog in the
No,
fight.
come on. We come on. It was Kushida.
Yeah.
Come on now. They asked for Kushida to win.
Yeah. Yes. That's the story I've been. Allegedly, they were
Now, in fairness,
trying to go. Do you really want?
I-
Are we not okay having how a British person in Osprey having the win? And it was something on the lines of, "You would better have Kushida win."
I still think he was a viable winner, though. Like, I don't think it was.
But
too
I
bad.
forget how, and it's always great when I get reminded how seriously wins and losses are taken over in
Bloody
Japan.
hell.
So it's like we can't just like change the book on the fly. Oh, he's doing so well. It's like, excuse me, no. This isn't. Oh, yeah, we'll pay you back. No. We're winning this.
I can't believe that WWE let us have Connors for his return.
Well, they weren't doing anything with him
Elgin couldn't
for the
make
next 3
it,
years.
and then we needed someone like another person in like the quarterfinals, and Pop
The
was
heroes welcome.
insane, bro.
Sorry, we're not here to talk about good wrestling memories. 2.0. Grayson, what this is Grayson show? Trying to talk to two women, only for Cameron Grimes to show up and annoy them into leaving. Grimes later agrees to see Duke Hudson next week in the poker room. Be still my beating heart. Lash Legend agreeing to have Tony D'Angelo on a show next week. Okay, there we go. That's actually reason to watch. Robert Stone dresses Elvis, getting an argument with Zion Quinn, dressed as Freddie Mercury. Quinn puts Stone through a table. Okay.
The Quinn character is... it's just
Zion
like...
Queen.
Zion Quinn.
Zion Queen because of Freddie Mercury.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow, God, there's just so many layers.
The whole idea that he's
Can't walk out of the room now.
I am a gentleman, and if you're not a gentleman, I'll beat you up. And scene.
It's weird, isn't it?
They're all very much one note gimmicks.
Hey, buddy, chivalry's not dead.
Yeah. But you are.
Yeah.
Again, this show is so rubbish. It's so Moorish. And then I complain about watching it, but I'm not missing any episodes of it.
It's not all bad.
Yes, it is. Malcolm Bivens announces an open challenge for any member of the Diamond Mine, which I like because that's cool. It could be a tag team, it could be singles, it could be a women's match. What's it going to be? Odyssey Jones accepts and wants to face Roderick Strong. Strong wins after interference from the Creed brothers. Obviously, get ready for the big Ike Enduro match. It was an all right match. Seemed to be Strong gets one move in and wins, but I don't know in my head that'll be a good match later on down the road.
Yeah. But I like Odyssey Joe. I like Roddy Strong, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, the women's title match is Chucky's choice because Chucky, who is now voiced again by Brad Dourif, who the voice been before for Matt Hamill for some reason. Brad Dourif is making his TV debut.
So,
it's just, to me, that's amazing because I'm a big fan of them.
It's great.
Was Chucky the host or was Grayson Waller / LA Knight the host? Who was the host?
Chucky was the advertising opportunity from the network.
I want,
Check out Chucky now on TNT.
I'm all about
TNT.
in this world, who was the host? There's a conflict for me here.
Grayson Waller was the host, but Chucky was presumably the keeper of the wheel.
Yeah. Okay. They spun the wheel and it landed on Chucky's choice, so he just chose the Street Fighter. It feels weird.
Could have chose anything.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed it, but last week we were laughing so much at the fact that Io Shirai won a match to win the right to spin the wheel for the stipulation. She didn't get to pick the stipulation.
And is it bad? This is why Ross is such a professional. I didn't even think about that because I would be wanting to spin the wheel because it's fun. But you're right, you have no choice over it. I'm the one who gets around to decide the match.
I get to press stop at random.
Yeah.
Damn it! I can't believe I lost the chance to be number 1 in the Royal Rumble. Now I'll have to be number 2. The same thing.
We did get a little bit between Chucky and Bron Breakker though.
Later on,
Kind of, and a little homage. And again, just to remind everybody, for the last 20 years, WWE has made fun of the Chucky appearance on Nitro.
And here they are.
And now they're like, hey, remember that moment? Wasn't that great? Now that we're doing it, I love it.
Can't wait for RoboCop to show.
Oh, that'll
Me neither.
Oh.
Bring that on.
Oh.
I'm up for that.
Yeah.
I'm up for RoboCop getting in there. Do it.
Saved Sting.
RoboCop wins
And
the match in
JR.
order to spin the wheel.
JR called that, and I'm sorry, JR, he gets angry. Oh, that dive didn't look very good. Mate, you were there going, RoboCop is saving Sting!
Guy,
And you have the
amazing.
gall.
That's exciting.
You have the gall to say, well, I don't know if that wrestling was that realistic.
Aww.
Anyway, here's a video of me talking about RoboCop saving Sting. I see you, JR. Get well soon, mate. You're a treasure.
Yeah, of course. I believe the RoboCop was really friends with Sting. I think it was. I can see that.
I think he
happening.
still is.
Yeah.
This is proof. Anytime
He's going to
someone goes to
batter
JR,
MJF for RoboCop.
How am I having a brilliant?
JR, how could you wait? He goes, did you hear how passionate I was when RoboCop came down the aisle at Capital Combat? All right. Cool, I'll take 3. Chucky chooses a trick or street fight, which ends when a hooded figure attacks Raquel Gonzalez with a shovel, allowing Mandy Rose to become the new NXT Women's Champion.
Her first ever title in WWE.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
No, it is.
Oh, yeah, it would be. Well, yeah. The figure is revealed to be Dakota Kai, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she was going to get a call up, and it looks like they changed their mind and put her back onto NXT to finish up her time with Raquel
I
Gonzalez.
don't know where's best for her now. I'm a huge fan. I think she's class, and I don't know where's best for her.
There's so many that are just adrift now.
Yeah.
Now that NXT has very much changed what it is, and Raw's changed what it is. There's just a lot of stars adrift.
I feel like the NXT champion's adrift.
Yeah,
he's one of the
big
ones who's
style.
like, it's like, where's he gonna like? What's gonna
I
happen?
feel like we need like a division between NXT and WWE.
Yeah,
because
The Shadow Realm.
We need another.
we need like Undertale, like where all the NXT guys can go.
Yeah.
that aren't quite ready to be on the main roster.
A purgatory situation.
Yeah. Too old to be NXT 2.0 and too young to be Raw. I'm at that difficult age.
Yeah. So it's like, hi. So I'm on a legacy hire, I guess, from Triple H, and like, oh, you're one of them.
To the left, please.
Carmelo Hayes takes Trick Williams and goes in search of Johnny Gargano. And I skipped all these bits, so I can't wait to read about
took so long.
who has stolen his North American title. They search through Dexter Loomis's haunted house. And after many, many wacky hijinks,
Is that what I wrote?
they
I couldn't be-
recover
I clearly couldn't be
Carmelo's
bothered.
belt.
After many wacky hijinks.
Loomis and Gargano appear and attack before scaring them away. This took a long time.
It bloody did. And Andre Chase was there for some reason.
And Andre Chase was
Why
there.
was he not in the party bit if they needed Andre Chase in?
This I think they wanted this to be Haunted House. It became very much that bit from Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, where they're going, okay, now do the funny prank.
Yeah.
I didn't vibe with this at all.
No.
I didn't. I wanted to like this. I thought this would be a great chance for Carmelo and Trick to show their
Yeah.
chops. I just
I
thought
find
they were-
Gargano funny usually when he's being funny.
I don't think Gargano seems a bit half-hearted in this as well.
You think?
A bit
Maybe.
half-hearted. He's off to Undertale, isn't he?
Yeah.
A promotion between the promotions.
I can't believe Gargano would be in a segment that ran too long.
It was weird. I'll defend Gargano to the death. I love him, but I think
Is
that
this a good match? Have I done it now?
he has done it.
Yes!
Matthew
Just
loved
like
that
10
one.
clocks.
I think that the tone was off because the tone was meant to be the material was comedy, but the tone, the way it was shot, was really serious horror and all like. And I just thought it was bad. And when they finally, Loomis and Gargano finally appeared in front of them and hit them with one punch, and then they ran away, and then Gargano went, "Your house is weird, Dexter. Next year we'll do it at my house." And then they all him and all of the horror characters all went, and I was just like, oh.
And then it said,
You have been
executive
watching
producer.
NXT 2.0.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, God.
I love a party with a happy atmosphere plays. They're wrapping up.
Also, I really like Hayes and Trick because they're so cool, and they weren't cool here.
Yeah. This wasn't in their wheelhouse.
No.
And it wasn't on my TV. Grayson Waller hits the ring and promotes his own social media because he hasn't been on the show enough. And LA Knight finally arrives. They're both dressed as Dracula. How embarrassing. But what? I remember this bit. Did I just get out?
Yeah, you
Well,
got-
that's-
Oh, this bit's good, actually. This is exciting.
So I don't think I wrote it in the notes, but it's now explained why LA Knight wasn't there.
Oh,
Because he goes
right.
like, "I'm finally here now. Get out of the ring, kid," and all that sort of stuff. And Grayson Waller's like, "This isn't my fault. I didn't know you had car problems." And LA Knight's like, "Who told you? How do you know I had car problems?" So it's like Waller's done it.
Wasn't this a thing from WCW?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
Might have
completely
even been
derail it, yeah.
Might have even been a Halloween Havoc.
Oh,
Where they
really?
went,
It might have.
how did you know how many tires
It was
were burst?
DDP and Johnny B. Bad, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know you had 4 flat tires. Wait a minute.
I didn't say I had 4 flat tires.
Well, it was like that.
I know
but-
that your red Chevrolet that got nailed by a whatever.
It was like that, but not quite as funny. But that was why LA Knight wasn't there, because Grayson Waller wanted to be the host.
Which Draculas were they dressed up as? Was it the same Dracula?
It was exactly the same costume, which I thought was quite funny.
No, but one of them could be, Bela Lugosi. The one could be Christopher Lee.
It was like they bought the same budget.
They were
Dracula
literally the same
It was-
costume, same
Which I think
colour
was the-
scheme,
I think that was
same
the right
outfit.
choice.
Well, how else can you do Dracula?
You could do longer collar.
It was literally the same. Like they bought the same off Amazon.
Yeah,
like
because
the
he's
same-
only got one outfit.
What?
There's not there's not one where he's wearing,
The detail on the outfit.
Hawaiian
was,
shirt Dracula.
The detail on the outfit was it was
Desert
the same.
Assault Dracula comes with
I'm
tank.
dying on this hill. It was funny because it was the same.
It was
spot
Space-
everywhere.
Space Dracula.
Right, let's make a
laser
picture.
guns.
They
Young
went to
Jamie.
the party shop on Northumberland
Jamie.
Street and said,
Please.
I'll have that. Actually make
Smithy's
it too.
Dracula.
Please
They went
find.
to Smithy's.
Please Google Grayson Knight Dracula, and we'll see what happens.
There's so many different Draculas.
They
You'll
were dressed
see.
exactly the same
I know, I'm just feeling
Dracula. Oh no, it's not.
Put
come up.
NXT in there, I think,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
'Cause look, Grayson Knight looks like one word.
And you might
Oh
get...
man, there's not even a bloody.
Switch it over, so keep talking.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not even on Google. Google's like, I don't want anything to do with this nonsense. Shut
Did I
up.
dream this?
Okay, no, you didn't. Because I saw it
It did
too.
actually happen.
No, because I saw it too. Because I made it the album art for the podcast, for the news podcast that comes out every morning.
Google hates you.
So I made it the news podcast artwork.
Right.
So don't worry, you
We're
did
not
see
gonna.
it.
It's fine, Richard.
But what this led to was
Yes.
the debut of somebody who I think is going to be a thing.
Yes.
In this new version of NXT,
And that is
Solo Sikoa,
I
the
can
brother
see.
of Jey Uso, who got Uso chance,
and also Jimmy Uso.
and Jimmy as
Oh,
well.
of course, yeah.
It's also Jimmy.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Just Jay. Is this my brother? It's just the younger brother of the Usos. Like, I'd like to think maybe WWE have thought a bit ahead and thought we'll get a spare Uso just in case. And I think he's got a great look. He walks the ring with a lot of presence. He battered Grayson Waller, which has made a lot of people happy. He looked like he was going to batter LA Knight, but LA Knight took a powder and gave the old thumbs up. So we're not sure on his alliance quite
He's
yet.
got Dracula's thumb of approval.
Dracula's thumb of approval.
Oh, that's good. If Dracula likes you.
I've called it. I've called the match. I'm putting it out there in the world. When takeovers come back, which will be at some point, main event at the first takeover, I think is going to be Bron Breakker defending the NXT title against Solo Sikoa. I think that will be the main event. I think that's what they'll do. I feel like they are going to strap the rocket to a similar rocket to Sikoa as they are strapped to Bron Breakker.
Well, then I think if that was the case, they wouldn't have that match yet.
No, they won't do it yet, but they'll do it at the first takeover.
Right, got you.
Which we don't know when the next takeover is going to be. Which will give them months to kind of
That makes sense.
season.
Yeah.
And then
Well, can I tell you about my dream I had the other night, please? Because I said, did I dream this? And then it made me remember my actual dream the other night.
Go on.
So Owen, who I live with, obviously, I went to No.
Sorry.
I went to visit him in the dream, and he lived in this there was like a block of flats carved into the side of a cliff, overlooking like a bit of a futuristic sort of steampunky kind of town. And I went to visit him in his cliffside flat, and then we were just chilling, and then he was like, "Can you just go out on the balcony and summon my eagle, please?" And then I was like, "What do you mean?" He went, "Just go and summon the eagle." I went, "I don't know how to summon the eagle." And with mild annoyance, Owen was like, "Fine, I'll get the eagle myself." And he just went out the balcony and was like, and the eagle went like, and just landed on his arm, and I woke up, and I was like, "What does that mean?"
Wow.
What on earth is that?
It means someone's going to draw that and it's going to look amazing.
Maybe it's my insecurity about not being able to edit, and Owen can.
do you know what? It would suggest
yeah.
that it's something that Owen does that you want to be able to do, or you're frustrated. So maybe editing.
He just functions as a human better than I do, so it could be any number of things.
Oh,
really.
you're always blaming yourself.
He's
That's what other
way
people
better
do.
at cooking than I am, and I would love to just be able to effortlessly.
But have you started?
Yeah, but I'm
trying to
crap,
cook?
man.
Anyone could.
The first step of being good at something is being crap at it for a
You're
bit.
right, you're
When was
right.
last time you did some proper cooking or try to make an effort?
It was was it last weekend or the one before? Me and Bethany did a Sunday roast, but she was in charge. I was the helper.
A Sunday roast is a big ask.
Oh yeah, but it worked out all right. It was fine.
Yeah.
But
So
she
there you
got
go.
an air fryer. Made things so much easier.
Okay.
make- do you
but
not
that's her that you said
I
you
was
were
helping, yeah.
You know that. So when was the last time you did it?
Well, like just pasta and that I can do.
Okay,
When did I do something
cool.
like that I was actually impressed with myself
Yeah.
for? Oh man, I don't know. I don't even know.
There you go. Well,
got
you
it,
know
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
Owen and everybody else, Jamie Oliver,
Try
and
something proper.
Big
Okay.
Mama Tom Campbell's pick.
Oh, yes.
I thought to start
Mama
off being
G-
crap.
Mama Gina.
Yeah, G Unit.
Unit.
She
You find me in the club.
Bottle full of olive oil.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, she started off being crap. She'd probably make really wet bolognese. And it's like, oh, no. And then she made it too dry and they went, Mamma Mia. And then she got it sorted out. So you haven't started yet. You can be this
I can
big
do the
chef.
basic dishes.
Can you make a burger
well-
from scratch?
No.
Dead easy.
Oh, I can. I've done
Dead
that.
easy.
Never tried.
Mincemeat, onion in it,
Yep. Scrunch it up.
seasons, scrunch, whack it in the pan,
enough.
make it burger shaped,
Oh.
done.
I didn't realize that's what burgers were all this time.
I know, right?
I'm like, it's just
Is this a
scrammed
burger?
together. Yeah. I'm like, shut up.
Oh, a bit
You'll
of-
be good at something.
A bit of Monster Energy.
Bless
went in the
you.
back of my- But
You,
then
you keep on looking at other people what they're doing and you forget your own
I can
accomplishments.
summon the eagle as well.
Yeah.
Not
I
yet-
just need
not
to-
yet you
I
can't,
just need to
but you will be
practice.
able
Yeah.
to.
Maybe hawks and falcons at first.
Or pigeon.
Progress-
How about that?
Yeah, and then
The
progress
Hawks
with-
and Eagles, mate.
Yeah.
The tag team match has a lumberjack stipulation. Although the lumberjacks, we should make each other food for like some occasion we're doing.
No.
The culties.
Fraser keeps on really pushing this idea for a cookery program. I know why Fraser's doing it Because
'Cause he can cook.
Because
He's
he's
a really
class.
good cook.
And he
Yeah.
wants to look cool on camera in front of all the fans.
Of course it does. Why else are we doing the show?
The bitterness came out.
Yeah. So what would you do then if Fraser Porter goes, all right, mate?
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't want to talk about cooking anymore.
Why not?
Because I'm bad at it.
Yeah, but what would you cook if Fraser Porter said, all right,
It's
me and
just
you,
Fraser.
square down in the kitchen.
Don't know.
Square down. Square go in the kitchen.
Square go.
Something relatively easy. Curry. A curry.
What type of curry?
Chicken jalfrezi. I've never tried to make jalfrezi. That would be my challenge for myself.
Nice.
I'd make a chicken
Okay.
jalfrezi.
Why don't you try it this weekend?
I might do.
Just in your own time, in
Make
your
a
own
chicken
pace.
jalfrezi.
And then, and do you know what? There's two options. You either make a bad chicken jalfrezi or you make no chicken jalfrezi. And I'd argue the former is far better than the latter.
As long as
Yeah.
it doesn't poison me. Then
Yeah. Make sure you cook the chicken first. Make sure the juices run dry and
That's
it's
right,
not
yeah.
red
Cool.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Check it, get one of those little sticks and put it in, make sure the temperature's all right.
Cheers.
You don't need to tell anyone on the internet that you're doing it apart from this. Just do it for yourself.
Yeah. Sorry, no one's paying attention.
We put a lot of pressure on ourselves when we go, I'm going to do this.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So just do it in your own pace.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks.
You miss
Awesome.
100% of all the shots you
Yeah.
don't take.
All the chicken jalfrezis you don't
All the
make.
eagles you don't summon.
All the Eagles.
Yes. Every step you take, I'll be watching. The tag team title match has a lumberjack stipulation. Although the lumberjacks are ejected midway through, Imperium end up beating MSK to become the new tag champions. This match should have been better than it was, bless them, but the lumberjack stipulation was because it's Halloween, silly bollocks. And also the fact that they weren't very good lumberjacks, were they, Jack? Proper Jack.
No, they weren't.
Well, bless him. Carter went for a... Was it going to be an RKO, I guess?
It was
or
a
stunner?
cutter off the top to the
okay,
floor.
cutter. And obviously Dieter Jr. went with him, and they parted like the
Dieter
Red
Jr..
Sea.
Dub X dub.
Yeah. But like the Red Sea, and no one caught them.
Yeah.
They look brutal. And they're going to roasting the NXT lot, the Lumberjacks, for doing this. To the point where the USA Network account, whatever, deleted the tweet, highlighting it. As many of the people going, why would you show this? This doesn't look good.
Riddle tweeted it, saying
Riddle and
all the
Cedric
people
Alexander,
in
I
this should be
believe.
beaten with
I think.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Riddle
If Riddler's
said.
calling someone annoying, by God.
It's one of them things where it feels like a lack of. Again, this is the joys of a relatively green roster. I know not everybody on that roster is green, but there's a lot of greenhorns on that roster now. And I guess it's simple just to go, we'll do a spot and you catch us. But if you don't have like the organic training of that, you go, okay, I guess they'll know how to do it. And then the person next to you is going, I guess they'll know how to do it. I guess that, and then no one knows. And then you have what happened there with everybody partying like the Red Sea. I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Or they're all cowards. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I.
Stinking
Because
cowards.
everything's black or white, and I want to hate them for it.
Yeah, you know what?
No,
Hate,
Tom's
hate, hate.
view was much more balanced.
Yeah. So, yeah, Imperium the champs, and they were, of course, dressing up, or as cosplays they call it, as Ring Camp, which is why they won.
Ring Camp doesn't exist anymore.
Volta,
Get over it.
Volta's hitting the UK.
Come on, get over it.
And he's not coming to Newcastle, so who cares? In the main event, Bron Breakker kicks out the fairy tale ending. Ha ha, how appropriate. To Tommaso Ciampa, who was dressed as Kratos from the God of War,
One
the
of
PS4.
three.
Yeah,
One of three wrestlers plus Andrew.
Yeah.
who did a Kratos thing. Yeah.
So we got the PS4 version with Tommaso Ciampa, which helps some way because, yeah, a lot of people, including myself, were ready for Bron Breakker to take it, win it, take it to Steiner's and go, made it, dads, top of the world. And it just didn't happen.
There was another fairy tale ending, and this one worked.
Give it time. This is his.
Yeah.
This is his destiny.
Yeah.
He'll get there. I like they didn't give it straight away. I reckon have Bron get a little bit of an edge to him, and then just batter Ciampa and take.
Yeah, it's like Rocky 3.
Okay.
That's where we go.
This was the first bit of Rocky 3.
yeah.
Oh, just, wait, Rocky 1, really? Isn't it?
Well,
You
in
just wanted
Rocky-
to fight, just want to see if we can go the distance.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I just meant Rocky 3. Rocky gets battered at the start by Mr. T, and then beats him in the rematch. You ain't so bad. Oh.
I'm not against Ciampa having a few more title matches against like some of the newer names in NXT, like because some of them are green, and being in there with someone like Ciampa is gonna do great numbers for their stock.
Yeah.
So like to have a workhorse like that at the top, I think is great for the brand.
Yeah.
I think Bron Breakker will get there. I don't know, like, is Bron Breakker... I haven't seen enough of Bron Breakker to determine whether or not he could carry a match with, say, an Andre Chase. Although Harlan Bravado, I know, is very equipped. But, like, somebody... Okay, maybe he's a bad example. Somebody who's come from a non-wrestling background who is now doing stuff.
Von Wagner.
Von Wagner.
Is he from a... I don't know if he's...
No, his dad's Wayne Bloom. He's the Bo Beverly.
Okay, someone...
But I
get
don't know
what you mean, yeah.
So I don't know whether he's at that point yet where he could carry these longer matches. So until this roster is a bit more seasoned, have someone like Ciampa and tag champs like Imperium who can do some of the heavy lifting and guide some of these younger guys. So then when the time comes, it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they're strong enough, proficient enough to stand against all the odds, win all the titles, and put up against Izzy's parents.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Allegedly,
apparently.
apparently.
Just before we finish talking about Halloween Havoc, I was meant to do this in the Hall of Fame segment, but I want to give a shout out to my mate Gilly, who was going to do on Halloween. I'm going to a gig for that band Home Truths that he's in that I was mentioning.
Oh, yeah.
Check out Home Truths, everybody. All one word, if you like pop punk. But Gilly was going to play a gig on Halloween in the Head of Steam before the special Sunday night edition of Stay Gold. I've booked Monday off, don't worry. But they were going to play a gig and then it was going to be Stay Gold. They're still playing the gig, but Gilly's ill now, so he can't. He's apparently on the mend and stuff, but I just thought I'd give him a shout out because he's a lovely lad. And check out his band, Home
nice,
Truths. And yeah, I just hope he's doing all right. I messaged him saying, hope you're all right. And he was like, thanks, man, and stuff. So I think he's okay. But he's missing the first bit of their tour they're going on. And I'm just like, oh, it's very annoying.
That does suck.
And he was going to dress up as his real first name is Ross. He was going to dress up as Ross Exotic for the gig as well. He's good at Halloween. He's been Zoidberg a few times. It's always good. He's also been Bob Ross. If you know what Gilly's... Yeah, Gilly could pull off Bob Ross.
Yeah, that's just...
He's got lots of hair.
It's him with an easel.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite Part 2. CM Punk beats Bobby Fish after taking a long time to make a cover, so Fish kicks out just after 3, which is always good because it's something they used to do a while ago, but they brought it back, so people are like, did he mean to do it? Did Fish shootingly kick out of the GTS? Is he the stupidest man in wrestling?
If you squint, he looks a bit like Austin Aries, so he might have done it on purpose.
What happened to him? Oh, that's right, no one cares. But yeah, it was good. Bobby Fish, I love his theme song. He's looked great in AEW. I didn't really care about him, to be honest with you, towards the last 2 years of his run in NXT.
He got injured a lot.
He was just injured, yeah. But now I
He's
love
good,
that.
man.
I'll give you the reader. I like that. Malachi Black is out following his loss to Cody Rhodes. He says that this isn't about pinfalls, and he actually succeeded by turning everyone against Cody. He tells Cody that the house always wins. Hey!
Now.
Should we wait to have your comments when we get the Cody promo?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's a
Be
Cody,
all-
there's
be
a
all
Cody
right.
promo on the horizon, everybody. Hold yourself.
MJF is out for a promo and insults the disgusting woman of Boston. Wasn't he?
That sentence, right? When I was writing the notes the day before, yesterday, I said to the guys upstairs when I was writing them, I was like, lads, this sentence makes it sound like it's fact. Like,
Yeah,
MJF insults the as we all know, the disgusting women of Boston.
Well, you said to us that's the point you wanted to get across.
I know Maffew didn't read it as... he didn't hammer them as much as I wanted him to. And he
Sorry.
The
MJF is out for a promo and insults the disgusting
There we
women
go.
of Boston.
I thought that in my head, that's how you were going to read it.
So do you not think that the women of Boston are disgusting?
I love the women of Boston.
Good answer.
Good. Going with a double negative, I saw you. He laughs about that. Someone, I forget who it was who tweeted, goes, hang on. MJF says he doesn't want to hang out with the fat women of Boston, but then he says he's been with everyone's mums. Hang on, MJF, you can't have it both ways. Which is it? He laughs about Darby Allin's absence and being up Sting last week. The lights go down, and Sting is in the ring. He attacks Wardlow and spears with his bat, while Darby Allin is disguised as a fan. MJF runs away as Darby takes out Wardlow with his thumbtack-covered skateboard. Darby wants MJF at full gear. Wardlow showed photos of himself after he got hit by that bloody thing.
Yeah.
It's not gimmicked a lot, is it?
No.
Anyway, Darby Allin was disguised as a fan, right next to the other fan disguised as Chun-Li.
yeah.
Great shout.
What a cosplay. I love that. I'm still loving the nerds.
That's
People
like
are going to
Halloween.
AEW shows, not because of the wrestling or anything like that, just so they can go, do you not think... Go on, Tom, we got this. Go on, let's go with this. Do you not think Fantastic Dizzy should be re-released or something?
On the Amiga? No.
No, that was a...
Fantastic
Commodore.
Dizzy was on the Sega Mega Drive.
I'm
one
thinking
of
of...
those,
Oh, one of them
Dizzy
was,
the,
yeah.
Dizzy the Egg.
Yeah.
Dizzy is the egg.
The first game I ever remember playing was a Dizzy game. And I can't remember which one it was. Magic Land Dizzy or something.
Yeah.
Spellbound Dizzy.
Wow.
That was the first
I was not
game
expecting you. Then again, I forget Jack sometimes, like, just out of nowhere.
I'm a nerd.
Well, Maffew, about the, the the Emperor of Mankind, Warhammer 40k. I'm like, what? Oh, no.
I know basic Warhammer lore.
Yeah.
My enjoyment of reading plot synopses
Yeah.
extends to other things. But just brush over it one. I go through phases where I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Was it like last week? It was like, someone's like, can we have a Warhammer 40k bit every segment? Ross like, no.
Yeah.
I'd like to put a request to any...
Ross is more a fan of like old Warhammer, like the medieval style Warhammer. He doesn't like 40k.
He's like, I hate this model crap. It's disgusting. Should be elves.
Yeah.
orcs.
Ross just busts out his army of skinks or lizard men. They're lizard men. Skaven, I was thinking of. Skinks are the little lizard men, aren't they?
Skinks was that Channel 4 show about the kids who do drugs.
Ross busts out his Skaven army. There we go.
Cool. What were you going to say, Tom?
This is my Rat King.
Is he into that then?
Ross, nah, I'm making that up.
No, we'll make it with kayfabe. It is.
Totally making that up. Ross is into football and beer.
He's very much a football man. isn't he?
Warhammer.
It's a miracle that he's into wrestling at all.
Yeah, really.
I'll get back to it later. Carry on.
No problem. Sammy Guevara
Sorry,
successfully
cut you
retains the TNT title
I
against
do it all
Ethan
the
Page.
time, so it's fine. So I'm told.
And I thought this was a lovely match between the two of you, having a lovely hug. Sorry. Are you all right?
I would quietly apologise for cutting each other off, and I thought,
Oh, that's nice.
little cuddle.
I didn't see it, so I cut off your cutting off segment. Sammy Guevara successfully retains the TNT title
We
against...
cut off you.
You did. Don't worry, I'm talking about this. They did the... He's going to go for the...
Sorry for cutting you off just now.
Very funny. The border toss of the top, turning Frankensteiner. Like that. Shades of easy money, Kid Cash back in the day. Tony Nese is showing the crowd once again, having a great time. After the
I
match...
saw a tweet that was like, got quite a lot of disposable income, Tony, for going all these shows.
Scorpio's guy attacks Sammy, but the Inner Circle run to chase Sky and Paige away. Jericho gets on the mic, sadly, and reveals that Tony Khan has made the big 5-on-5 tag match a Minneapolis street fight. It
Famous
sounds
for-
cool when you put
famous
the
for
name of
its-
the name of the place, then the street fight.
Depends on the place.
You think?
Philadelphia street fight, Chicago street.
Yeah.
Is Minneapolis famous for its street? Maybe.
It will be
I know,
next week.
All I know about it is like it's cold and it's a twin city. Or Minnesota and Minneapolis and St. Paul. It's like twin city. It's like Newcastle Gateshead.
Yeah. Gateshead street fight.
A Gateshead street fight sounds proper.
You're going to get your gated
A
kicked in.
Scotswood street fight. That's a bit too
Yeah.
much. It's a bit too much for me. That.
Northumberland street fight.
A Northumberland street
in between the
fight.
Christmas market and Dewey Smiths.
A lot of names of the streets in Newcastle don't work. A Pilgrim street fight. It's a bit weird. A Dean street fight. Sorry.
Both men are named Dean.
A Grey street fight.
Both men are great.
August Grey and another Grey.
And Lance Storm. Yeah, so that'll be good. Ethan Page looking good and get a chance to go. No, I am good. I don't
He is
need
good.
I don't need a tag dude and a manager dude and a MMA dude.
I forgot that Ethan Page was good in matches against people other than Darby Allin, but he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's got great chemistry with them. Darby Allin takes all the bumps and Ethan Page gives him all the bumps.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone interviews Danielson and Kingston backstage. Oh, this is good. Who will face each other in the next round of the tournament? Eddie gets angry and says that Danielson knows nothing about hard work. He takes his Zol off every day, gets up and does this hard work before storming off. Brian says, awesome. I'm very excited to see this version of Eddie Kingston.
I would love Eddie
It's
Kingston.
exactly what I want
I would
you to
love
do.
it if Eddie Kingston beat
I
Daniel.
love
He
when a
won't.
plan comes together.
I'm excited for this match. Oh,
I'm not sure if they've wrestled before.
I don't know.
Maybe they have. I'll have to check.
Was
but-
Danielson never? Did he never make a Chikara appearance?
He did in 09.
Okay.
But-
Was it him or was it DM?
Oh, Team Uppercut.
DM Branielson.
Yeah, right.
I'm just a
Brian
CP
Dragonson.
monk. Yeah.
Yes.
He's just a big dragon. It looks like Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for teaching me about Dragon many years ago, Matt.
Oh, no problem, pal.
It's one of the. It was
Oh,
one
a
of the
huge
It was one
dragon.
of the funniest things. When his head falls off, and they're like, "Oh no!"
He's not Ultimate or Ultimo. Oh, such a good dude.
Who was Dragon?
I can't remember. It was. They change it.
I
to be a
thought,
different dude.
honestly, thought there you were going to go. It was a dragon. It was real.
It's a real dragon because, as Eddie Kingston points out in the commentary, he's a dragon because both his parents are dragons. Oh, the best. Hikaru Shida beats Serena Deeb in the TBS tournament. She resists the temptation to use a weapon and wins
It
clean.
was that like glass plaque.
Yeah, the one that she didn't win last week.
Aye.
Because of for 50 wins, but she's not. She's 49 wins.
So they're just keeping it around until she gets
Yeah,
it.
because you're like, well, you broke me trophy, so it's a plaque that she had to travel with. She had to get to the airport, and Go, anything to declare? I didn't win last week, I guess. All right. She brought that with her.
Yeah.
And that helped. Great match. Serena Deeb is like, oh yeah, I remember her vaguely. Oh yeah, you're really good.
She's so good. Great head of hair, as CM Punk said on commentary once.
You got it, yeah. John Moxley faces number 10 in the tournament. They do a lovely little promo with him about the mask and everything given with Brody Lee. He was like, oh, wow, he might have a chance. Might have seen it. John Moxley obliterated him. Battered him, ripped his mask off, bled him, beat him up,
Moxley's
pinned him, left.
Heel, turning heel.
He's not.
Moxley's turning heel.
You want me to boo that?
He's gonna.
That's amazing.
Not when it's press 10 Vans. It's sad.
Nah.
I think Moxley's turning heel. He did it to Wheeler Yuta the other week as well. Yeah, and then just walked out.
He's not wheeling no more.
And Brandy tweeted saying, like, I understand this. He wants to be with his baby. And he's just sad when he's not there.
Good to see Brandy justifying somebody's heel turn.
No.
Not yet. Now, Tom.
The next segment.
Now, Tom.
Brandy doesn't know anything.
Are you ready? We're revving up the engine. Vroom, vroom. Cody Rhodes is out for a promo, where he acknowledges the crowd booing him, and my God, are they booing him? But asks us to see what it's like in his shoes. He then throws his shoes into the crowd because all wrestlers do now in America is shoes.
That's not a babyface move.
He throws
That's
his
oblivious heel.
expensive shoes
to the peasants.
He earns so much money. He's going to throw his expensive shoes in the crowd. He's so likable.
What a weird thing to do.
The shoes kick a kid in the head. He says he won't turn his back on us, and is interrupted by Andrade, who says he doesn't care what the fans think. Also, that Cody's neck tattoo is stupid. Getting a crowd.
I love how
pop.
Cody's all poetic and like metaphysical, and then Andrade comes out and goes, I don't care what anyone thinks, and your neck tattoo's rubbish.
Tattoo's stupid. The lights go down, and Malachi Black is in the ring. They attack Cody while Arn attacks Andrade's assistant, but the bad guys get the advantage. Pac runs in and makes the save before seeing Black's taunt and flipping off the heels. Nice little bit there, obviously setting up some multi-men stuff, but go on. I'm going to see if Danielson and Kingston had a match. What do you think about this, Jack?
I thought that it depends whether it was deliberate or not. Because if this was Cody trying to be a good guy, then I'm really worried. Because throwing your shoes to the crowd to demonstrate that they need to walk in your shoes is so bad as a babyface move. But it gives me hope because it was so bad, it can't have been deliberate. Tom, what do you think?
He's going to be the greatest bad guy in the history of AEW.
I hope so.
He's going to, and I appreciate this. If this becomes a heel turn, I appreciate the Cody character on a level that I never thought I could.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if this has been meticulously woven in kayfabe and in media calls and all around it, then my hat is off. Excellent work. If he just becomes, because I think there is something magic in having this guy who just it's a bit of a throwback. Like Honky Tonk Man was. Thank you very much. You're a beautiful audience. Like he had no idea.
The original Honky Tonk Man. Thank you very much. Boo.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. Thank you. No, I'm booing you. You prick. Boo.
Oblivious to being a baddie.
It's like
I want that for Cody
because
it's different.
This sounds like such a weird comparison, but do you remember when Joe Henry was first in ICW?
Yes.
And he was like upstanding and he was playing his guitar for everyone. All these Glaswegians are just like, boo! Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to clean up ICW, guys. It's just,
it's back on TV. Oh, so good.
Or like Angle being like, oh, I'm an American hero, everybody. And just boo with Austin and Rocker here. But it's more deep than that, isn't it? Like it's more.
I think it may end up being so beautifully woven.
Yeah,
I hope. See, I'm hopeful it is, but at the same time, it's funny because again, the elite they think that they're.
Oh, but Cody's not the elite, really, is he?
Here's a secret: they're playing themselves.
No.
So we don't want to admit it because he's been the first 2 years of AEW was a magnificent face, and now it's like.
They were all faces, and they realised, actually, I don't think people like us that much. There's money in them. Their heels are being heel. Oh, well, let's.
It took a while to get to that point with the books.
It took a while, but they're clever enough to go. All right, let's just be here.
Just as shorthand for whether this is a deliberate gimmick or not. Can we say is this Joe Gacy or no Gacy? Because we want to know if it's deliberately. Oh, Maffew, don't scrunch your face at me.
Is this a heel turn?
No, because I could see that, and then I could see bloody Tom's hand going over your head. Like, no, Tom, no, no, Gacy. I like that.
Imagine if Hangman does it and beats Kenny, and then Cody goes back on his word that he'll never challenge for the title again because everybody wants him to.
That'll be the reason for him. Yeah.
Hangman, you're great. I love you so much. I'm so proud of where you've come from. But the fans need a real champion. Boo! Like, that was so good.
No, don't boo Hangman. No, come on.
Oh, we need to ring Tony. We've got a brilliant idea, Tony.
I'm going to go against my word because I think it's right. I want to challenge you.
And I know.
I need that title.
Yeah.
And it's
Blup,
like,
blup, blup.
like, I'm going to go
I'm
against
not Triple H.
the
Blup,
one
blup,
thing
blup.
I've got that's truly honoured is my word. I'm going to go against
Yeah.
it for these amazing
Yeah.
fans. Boo, you bastard!
So good.
I'll lob shoes at all of you. Blup, blup, blup.
It'd be so perfect.
And do you know what? And then I'll take back.
fire shoes.
I will. Do you know what? If that happens, I will eat the xylophone.
No, don't say that.
No, I won't eat the xylophone, but I'll burn it or something. I'll throw it in the bin. Like I think this
Wrestling
is
has more than one xylophone.
because then
That's his entrance.
because then he's
Tony.
got
Ding, 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 ding.
he's got me. If that's the case, he's got me. He's made me hate him.
Yeah.
And you know, not hate. Obviously, I don't hate Cody as a person. I hate the character Cody.
Oh,
as a
I
person.
do.
Yeah.
Like I hate. He's your
He
best
was,
mate. What are
he
you
was
talking
so
about?
mean to me.
But that's made me like go, oh my god, I can't bear this guy's a bad guy. You've got me in a non-kayfabe sense. And how often?
I really hope.
How often, as wrestling fans doing what we do we get a chance to truly suspend our disbelief in
You know
that
what?
way?
If anyone,
It's great.
I'm still hopeful because the signs are still there that it's deliberate, that it's no Gacy, and also I think that if anyone was going to come up with this idea, the son of Dusty Rhodes, who knows about NWA storylines and knows about gimmicks and has grown up on that, hopefully anyway,
Has found a way to make the crowd boo a Rhodes
Yeah.
by leaning into it so much that he falls out the other side.
yeah, hopefully.
Brilliant.
I hope we're not reading too much.
I
into
like
it.
the fact that we're all speculating, is he or isn't he? It's
Great.
because all of the elite in AEW have done those promos where they go,
Cody's not
hey,
really-
look, I'm just saying, not for nothing, but we really did make this company. And it's like, they keep on doing that stuff that actually happened in real life. And I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, okay. But, you know, thanks for that. Yay, but boo your character. So then I was like, all right, where are we?
But surely if they
Is this Cody? Or is this real?
But surely if they've seen, is this real life or is this just fantasy?
Yeah.
But
Caught in a landslide.
No escape from reality. But if they've seen your eyes, if they've seen like Kenny get organically booed and lean into that,
Well,
and they've
that took
seen,
a lot, didn't it?
And they've seen the Young Bucks get organically booed and
Again,
and
yeah, that
lean
took a
into
week.
that.
Why
but the fact
would
they've
they-
seen it 3 times
would they
now,
not?
they wouldn't. They
Yeah.
would go, okay, maybe there's lesson to be learned here.
I think it'd be funny if they play along with it and like they have like Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall and crowd like QT. And crowd's like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, just don't put him against the face. Just keep putting him against heels.
But again, one more thing. We're really going into wax lyrical about this, but the idea of like again, completely oblivious Cody is amazing.
It's great, actually. Yeah, and I would take back a lot that I said.
Not
about it.
I'm evil. It's just him going.
No.
Why?
Why would you boo me? I'm Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the best. And you know what? Don't worry, because I'm going to become the AEW World Champion. And it'll all be fine.
10 you'll cheer for me. Yeah, that'd be great.
Incredible.
Meanwhile, the Dark Order take on Kenny
I really
Cole
want that
and the
now.
Bucks.
Yeah, I really want that.
Really want that now.
It's like DDP almost. Like,
Yeah. I want Adam Page and Cody.
I'll make you like me. Yeah. We'll do yoga. I'll whiten my teeth. The ref gets knocked down, and the Elite, dressed as the Ghostbusters, use their proton packs as weapons. God, JR was good in this match. Oh, the proton packs. Oh, okay, of course, the proton packs. Thank you.
RoboCop, remember?
Robocop. The rest of the Dark Order try to help, but are repelled. Well, that's what those packs do. And the Elite hit a BTE trigger on a man in a horse head, who they suspect to be the Hangman.
This was clunky,
Because
but the payoff was
he's
worth
a
it.
cowboy, and
Yeah.
cowboys ride people with horse
I
heads.
thought this was contrived.
We've all seen that film, right?
But the payoff was probably
Yeah,
worth it. I've read
they
the plot
unmask
synopsis.
him. Yeah, to reveal that it's Brandon Cutler, bound and gagged. He's
Fair play to-
boned and rolled, Brandon Cutler. So they like, hey, but if you're here, and then everyone else gets dragged out, then who? And it's
great.
Stay Puft Man takes off his head to reveal a smaller, more realistic looking Stay Puft Man. No, it is in fact Hangman,
Imagine.
who then takes him and then allows.
Big
He does
pop.
not get the
Yeah,
pin.
huge pop, yeah.
He allows.
He wasn't in the match.
Oh yeah.
If he got the pin, that'd be quite a heel move.
He got so caught up. He wasn't in the match, was he?
No. Imagine he's just on the apron the whole time, just this big marshmallow.
Yeah,
Tag me.
Yeah, that's right. Steve Puft just end himself in the match.
I was just imagining
Maffew, you
his
idiot.
teammates like crawling. He's like, He just puts his hand over.
And he goes through like most of the fabric instead.
Tries
Just fluff.
Tries to get through the ropes to get in. Just like, it's so funny.
There was something deeply enjoyable about watching after Hangman hit that lariat on to
Matt Jackson? Yeah.
And then he's just like giving it socks and they're going, yeah, come on, but he's still in the stay puffed
Yeah,
outfit.
yeah.
He's bouncing around the ring. It's beautiful.
So funny.
And I saw somebody on Twitter complaining about the whole like, there's your champion that dressed as Ghostbusters. Oh god,
Halloween.
And somebody,
It's Halloween.
Somebody replied with that saying, it looks like they're having fun." And then there was a response to that saying, "It shouldn't be about the wrestlers having fun. It should be about the audience and the people watching having fun."
Well, I mean,
they were all having
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Crowd hated this
Crowd
so
went
much.
mental.
Crowd were like, they make a noise, did they? They were just absolutely
We are
silent.
loving talking about it.
Yeah, no, they cheered the balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not just dislike AEW for the sake of disliking AEW. For the same reason we
Come on
shouldn't
now,
dislike
guys.
WWE for the sake of disliking WWE. Here's a crazy idea. Let's just like the things that we like regardless of what promotion they're on. Thank you very much.
But Tom, what if I want to dislike something?
Well, you can. You're allowed to.
Yay!
This is like but just don't just go, oh well, this mug is a triple jump white ceramic mug, and I don't like that mug, so whatever drink comes out of it is going to be rubbish. But it's the best cup of coffee I've ever made you. Yeah, but I don't like the mug.
Oh, that's a
it's
good.
in.
Ooh.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, but I don't like the mug it's in. Yeah, but I just don't like coffee anymore. You drank one the other day. Yeah, but I don't like that.
Tony
one.
Khan did
See
a
what I'm
thing this
saying?
week. He's obviously on the Twitter machine quite a lot, but he did say, look, tribalism in wrestling has been around forever.
It has.
He's an old message boy poster like myself, so me and TK got a lot in common. And wait, no, that's it. And yeah, it's always been this
both
way.
wild-
The people who knew like
wildly
you were
rich.
thinking, God, that there's the AW versus WWE things and fans going, rah, 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 HOA. This is nothing new.
Yeah,
No, but it's
social
this
media-
has always
you
existed.
you have
It's
to
not. It's only
realize.
existed in the social media world for the first time in a long
Social
time.
media
But
has
it's
made
more
it more
prominent. It's
Yeah.
more
because of
prominent.
social media,
In
yeah.
Tony Khan's day, he'd go into the spare room in the Khan household where he'd have a Windows 95 laptop. He'd dick about on Encarta for a bit, and then he'd post on a message board. I can have people tell me how much they dislike everything I say. That's something I carry in my pocket every day. That's the difference now.
Yeah.
Is that all three of us have devices very close to our proximity.
That's right. And they tell me that Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston have had one singles match ever.
There it is.
It's in 2010 in Chikara. We must eat Michigan's brain. Oh, no. But before that, yes, they did do Team Uppercut, which is Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Dave Taylor.
Wow.
Defeating the Roughnecks, Brody Lee, Eddie Kingston, and Grizzly Redwood.
Grizzly Redwood,
wow.
mini Brody Lee.
That's
What
right.
a match. That sounds like.
Yeah. And also before that, the other time was,
That
the
was
opposite ends of
was
the
that
Ring
the
of
King
Honor
of Trios
too.
that was like a banger King, like was just amazing. King
Yeah,
of
that was when, I think it was a while ago, someone said, this is the great age of Chikara. Why they couldn't it last? And someone from Chikara probably because it costs so much money to have all those people together at once. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
You know what else makes sense? Talk about wrestling and having a break.
God, we've done it.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Having a little look in the mailbag after that lovely rest. Number 1. Hi all. The Poet Laureate sections these past few weeks have made me think back to a short-lived show, I think just a single series, that was broadcast on ITV late at night 1 year in the 2000s, maybe early 2010s, called Chokeslam. There was a British poet, apologies for not remembering his name, who was also a wrestling fan that travelled around the UK talking about wrestling and also composing poems about wrestling. I've tried Googling and YouTube searching but can't find any records of this anywhere. Does anyone else remember the show or who the poet was? He would for sure be a strong contender for the actual Poet Laureate. All the best, Adam from Leeds.
I just need to know if this is true.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
But if you're watching,
But I'm hoping that if someone knows of this or remembers it, or the person himself.
That's weird if it did happen and all three of us are mighty brains combined. Can't remember this.
I don't remember it at all.
Nah, no
But I
idea.
wasn't watching wrestling at the time.
On ITV, a show called Chokeslam about a poet.
Maybe
writing-
like ITV4.
No.
But I'm
was it like a short show, like a 5-minute, like one of those things they have on before teletext
You know what?
starts?
We'll have to see. Next week, if you can let us know.
I'm hoping that by putting this out there, I'm hoping that someone can remember it.
I'm so glad the Poet Laureate thing got over.
Oh, it did.
I'm
People have
really-
Some of the
people
poems have been sent to
people
me
have been-
mint.
People have been submitting beautiful poems.
Oh, I'm so happy.
No.
So I think I was on the show where we
Yeah,
curated
I think so.
Poet Laureate.
Yeah. I
I'm
was
so
like,
happy about that.
I always thought of this as a name, but Poet Laureate, and a guy could be a poet or something. You're like, that's a great idea. People should send in our poems. I went, no one's going to send in any poems. And of course they did. Some people are like, finally.
We got a full AQA guide, like
Yeah, right.
AQA recommended syllabus.
You're the best. Thank you.
So thank you, Adam. We'll let you know. Number 2, Ari Maras, watching your
Sunderland.
recent
Sounds Sunderland, I don't know.
watching your recent upload about the TWC, the wrestling channel. I was overcome with nostalgia. Staying up until the early hours watching obscure wrestling content from around the world, as well as the International Showdown DVD and TWC shirt I received for Christmas one year. Which prompted my question. With the internet still in its relative infancy, what was your first exposure to the wider world of wrestling? TWC, Tape Trading Cool Uncles, Power Slam magazine. Until I was around 10 years old, I'd only been aware of WF/WA, WCW and TNA being broadcast on Free Sky TV, Challenge/Bravo, I believe. Insert Dynamite Kids Sky Card joke here. I love that people like that bit.
I've been called out for making this too much like the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review. So I'm
You've been a lot more lenient this week.
I'm reining
Cool.
that in. We haven't got a new episode this week, but next week, hell for leather.
Yeah, Tom's been a bit busy.
Is this
You'll see
Kane?
why.
Hey! Look at you!
Yeah, I'm getting involved. I'm getting
Look at
involved.
you getting in on it.
Oh.
No.
That's gotta be Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you for the years of entertainment and everything you do. It helps more people than you'll ever know. I hope you're all doing all right. Big love, Maffew Hughes. Oh, big love to you, Maffew Hughes, as well.
So the question was, how did you first get it? Like the
wider
wider world of
world.
it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
mine would have had to been Power Slam.
yeah.
I started buying it in 1999.
No, World of Wrestling magazine.
See, I never got that.
Short-lived.
You
It only lasted a year. And it was glossy and had lovely photos and interviewed mid-carders. So I was like, now I talk to Balls Mahoney. I'm like, oh,
That's cool.
okay. Never wins a match every time I watch him on the VHSs I get from HMV or MVC. But yeah, that'd be cool. It went in depth of it, and it went in and out because it went like, these matches were good, these matches were bad, or whatever. And there was lovely photos. And yeah, they would talk about the bit at the end, the Declaration of Independence. And that's how I discovered CZ Dub and stuff like that. And 2000.
So I like that. It's something special about magazines back then. It did feel like a little insight into the wider wrestling world. Like it was, I know with Power Slam it would have the first 4 pages were what's going down, and it will break down things happening in WWF, in WCW,
Right.
other New Japan around the world and stuff like that. And it was just like you just drank all this in. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like everything's happening everywhere all the time, and it's really cool. And there was always a bit on which gave results for a lot of house shows, and there was a bit of love for British wrestling in there as well, which I think piqued my interest in the British scene, which at that point was kind of slowly.
FWA, really.
It was FWA, wasn't it?
I'm just imagining an advert in Power Slam that says, a huge show planned in Wigan. Commentators wanted. And somebody like,
Chris Sproul's versus Cage Tyler, you say? Wow.
Yeah. What about yourself, Jack?
Well, this is something that I know that me and Tom share. So I thought it would be an interesting question to include because
Trousers.
one of the first things that I remember getting me back into wrestling when I was in my teens rather than a kid was forums online and stuff. But specifically, the discussions about wrestling that they'd have on the Extreme Warfare Revenge forums. He's buzzing. And I was never I was never one of I was a lurker rather than an active member of the forums.
Lurker.
I was a lurker.
Were you not active on? I did loads.
Did you?
Yeah.
Your diaries and that. And maybe I read your diary and thought, this is sick.
I did do a couple of diaries.
Oh.
Did you? So diaries. So you
It was the nerdiest thing. It was,
So you had EWR and you would put together wrestling promotions.
and then you'd write it in a dramatic fashion on the
in a
forums.
dramatic fashion.
Hell yeah.
I remember
That was it. There were some really good ones as well.
And I remember reading them and thinking, these guys are super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Top shout
Hey.
to there was a guy who did one that always there's 2 that stay with me, and there was the Intergalactic Wrestling League, which is where wrestlers got abducted by aliens.
I remember
and
reading
they're
that in the Hall of Fame bit.
Yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame. It's in the Hall of Fame. And
And I remember reading that and thinking, who's CM Punk? That's genuinely how I first heard of
he
CM
was
Punk.
nobody at that point.
Yeah.
And there was another
He
one.
was no one, he was crap.
There was no one at that point. What a pittance. And there was one called the Last Alliance of Wrestling, and it was this.
That was in the Hall of Fame also.
It was.
That was very
brilliant.
serious, that one, I remember.
It was.
I can't believe we've read the same things,
Yeah,
man.
it's great, man. But it's another alternative universe thing where the NWA has a stronghold and you're this one independent.
WWF
company.
never happened.
It's what if WWF never happened? Yeah, that's it. And it's
Yeah, NWA's got the monopoly.
Yeah.
All these separate companies, and the last alliance is the last independent one fighting.
And you had all these great characters that you really bought into.
Yeah.
You know, there was one story that he wrote in this, and it was that there was a comedy character who started in the promotion as the Flying Armadillo, and the whole thing was he was like this sort of wacky character in a silly costume, always
This
lost.
is bringing back so much stuff.
And he
It's
got
just like,
more serious
He
and more
did.
serious.
He
To
did.
the end, he was fighting Frankiano, and then there was this big thing where they made him the champion.
is this when you suddenly go, and I wrote that? Because that'll be like, what?
That was me.
That'll be
No,
the
I
biggest
was-
reveal. I'd be like, what?
Nah, I was a lurker.
Well, I think I came along slightly later than you perhaps on the forums, because the one I remember was Fuse, Florida Ultimate Sports Entertainment, which was also in the Hall of Fame, but was like a later one, I think, a few years later.
Oh, nice.
So we might never have been on the forums at the same
We
time.
might have just like our paths may have crossed. I know there's a lot of people who
Shout out to the Battleground.
Oh,
God.
EW Battleground. Big shout to you. What a lovely time
You're
that
going
was.
to find out that, like, to link it to the first start of this podcast, it was Zena Zion writing all these.
My biggest fear around this time was that girls from school would know that if someone caught me on these forums, I was like, that would be the biggest, like, that would be the worst thing for my social standing. But man, it was good.
It was because of EW Battleground that the Big and Wigan became a thing.
Are you joking?
No, it's because the EW Battleground. Because somebody posted that match in the ring, which was the wrestling chat bit. And that was where I ripped it. I downloaded it. I played it through Windows Media Player. I got a little rubbish £5 microphone and my computer downstairs in the study, recorded commentary, and then just uploaded it just for the laugh with me mates on the forum.
And that popularised it.
And it went everywhere.
Right.
So it was on that
And then they went to every other wrestling forum, including the UK fan
Yeah.
forum.
And
And
honestly,
they loved it.
That was my internet back then. EWR
That's amazing.
and a Green Day forum arguing about whether Green Day was still good.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
what,
me.
what year was that?
I don't know. It would have been in the 2000s somewhere.
Oh, okay, no,
No, they weren't. It was
no.
post American Idiot. Yeah.
Were you never
Oh,
tempted
pre-American Idiot is where they
to get involved with writing a diary?
I don't know.
No?
At the time, I had like schoolwork and stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. No. Should we do it now?
Shall we do it now? Should we do an EWR diary now? That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
all the hits.
Wow.
3 of them.
When we were talking about Power Slam there before, at Wrestling Media Con, after Wrestling Media Con, I should say, in like 2017, was it? I got
18.
really drunk and chewed Finley Martin's ear off about All In, because All In had just happened, I think, and maybe Double or Nothing. No, All In. And like just talked him to death. And then the next day woke up and was like, oh no. Like I ruined Finley Martin's night. He might want to talk to other people and stuff. And then got down to the second day of the convention. Finley Martin comes over and goes, really sorry if I annoyed you last night and chewed your ear off. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. He's a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
Really nice guy, yeah.
Ah.
But Mankind did lie to the fans. But saying he was
Okay, it's like we're talking like when Power Slam passed away, it was the same thing as like, well, Ring of Honor passed away. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I used to like that. I haven't read it in years, but it's a shame. It's like one of those, yeah, okay. But
No, I picked up the last issue. I remember
I got the
it
last
being
issue, but
devastated.
I'm not gonna lie and say I had the ones previous to that.
I had I collected it month to month. There was a newsagent at the bottom of the road that only ever had, that used to get 3 copies in, and eventually it just became 1 because they just knew it was just me that bought it.
Aw.
I know, right? Sad times.
Anyway, number 3. Hey, Nightmares on Diddler Street. I'd like to share a story. I had gotten to my house late one night, threw my keys on the counter, and was settling down to relax when I got a call from my mum, who needed some help with something. I didn't live far, so I grabbed my keys and went back out. I helped her with her problem, but when I tried to get into my car to go home, I couldn't unlock it. Upon further inspection, I realized that it was an entirely different set of keys. No car keys were even on the keychain. I had to call my fiancée at the time to pick me up. To this day, I don't know how I managed to get to my mum's house or even start my car with an incompatible set of keys. My question is, are you guys superstitious? Or have you experienced any paranormal or unexplained occurrences?
Okay.
I appreciate and enjoy all your content, and please, if it's not uncomfortable, do not shave your face, Ross. I live vicariously through your facial hair.
I promise I won't.
Thanks, Jacob. Thank you. Agony from Sacramento, CA. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I think Jacob's experiencing a bit of a Tyler Durden situation where he's a figment of his mum's imagination. And he's not real. With your feet on the air and your head.
Now I'm trying to think. Any paranormal... No, since the last time to me has been
Are you
explained.
superstitious?
I don't want to say no because I'm sure there's something it is, but I just haven't thought about it in a while. Because
I don't think I am
am I superstitious?
at all. I don't think I'm superstitious.
No, you know what? I go into ladders. I cross black cats. Smash mirrors.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I'm still in Saigon. Yeah. Damn it. Do you have any?
No, I'm not. It's. I know a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people who do like shows and stage and stuff, and radio people and TV people. They all do like this superstition. They have to do this, otherwise something goes wrong. And I don't have that at all. I think no. I mean, I believe in karma and like good karma, and I kind of measure everything I do by karma. But I don't know if that's the same thing. I often believe that if good things happen to you, like you've got a set amount of karma, and if good things happen to you, then it lowers your karma. So you have to do good things in order to.
Or you've got to pay it back.
You've got to pay it back.
See, I don't believe in karma because that almost says you should be nice to someone. Why? Because it's a good thing to do? No, because something good might happen to you.
No, I think it's more just keeping it topped up in the event that I need it. To be honest with you, for example, when on 2 occasions I've lost my keys.
Yeah.
And
Were they in Jacob's car?
No, they weren't in Jacob's car. So, the one time they turned up in a taxi, just happened to be. The other time, I assumed they were lost forever, and I was visiting Sunderland University, and I walked past the reception desk, and I saw them sat on the desk,
right?
Because I'd been there the week before and dropped them, and I was like, how has that happened? And I believe stuff like that is where my good karma comes in.
That's fair
as
enough.
opposed to it being like, I'm going to do nice things because I want nice things. It's more a case of it covers me because I'm a bit crap as a human. So I feel like by doing that.
Oh, do you mean like organizationally?
Yeah,
I was about to
that's
say,
it.
Tom, you're not a crap as you, but okay, right.
Yeah.
But and Alex finds it hilarious the fact that like you lose so many things, you always seem to land on your feet with stuff. Like if you always seem to
If
fall.
he fell in the tide, he'd come out with a fish in his mouth.
Basically, yeah, that's the.
Is that? I think it's just a regional.
I've heard it before.
Yeah.
But also I do good things because it's nice to do good things more than anything else. It's just nice to be a good person.
I have realised though, it's not quite a superstition.
It's not, no. So I mean, that's the closest I've come
Yeah.
to like having a superstition about anything. I guess is just being nice.
It does count if I think that I am in the Matrix.
Oh,
Yeah, probably counts.
Does
Yeah.
that count as a superstition?
Yeah.
Because there have been times when I've just been wrong and the wrong noise is played. Like it's almost like
Like the wind. Do-do-do-do.
yeah, I'll hear something.
In the middle of Northumberland
I'm
Street,
like,
you're like,
no, but it's usually when I've been alone and I've heard a noise that that noise shouldn't have happened. That noise couldn't have emanated from this position right now. And I have once or twice when I've heard something or something that happens like that. Not quite the deja vu thing, the Matrix, but quite like. Yeah, you're just like, and then I'm like, look around, going, well, right? I've gone, yeah, I know it was a glitch. I know I'm in the Matrix. It's fine. Carried on.
I know I'm hooked up to that. Thing.
Yeah, I know it's BS. I'm
phone.
looking at whoever's controlling this.
if you were given the option to get out of the Matrix, would you take it?
Ooh.
If you're very aware that you're in it, were you not intrigued as to what's beyond it?
Hang on, guys.
What would you do, Jack?
I don't know.
Damn, I wasn't ready for that question.
I always used to think that because like I was never like really this is so Matrix. Do you believe in fate, Neil? Like I didn't really believe in fate because I thought so much happens day to day in our lives and we live so long that weird things are just coincidence because the chances of a coincidence not happening at some point are smaller than the chances of a weird coincidence happening to us on any given day. But like I don't know, like it's weird. I feel like there is a certain truth now to like we end up where we are in life for a reason, I suppose. I don't know. It's a weird one. I don't know.
What do you think about how we've all come together?
Mate, like
these
that's
things
part
like
of
that,
part of
yeah.
it. Like I feel like so many lucky things happen to me to get into this position that
I get
like
you.
and I know that to a degree you make your own luck and
But is
did
it
well at
because
school
like
and
the
stuff,
the end is sort of definite, but all the stuff in the middle is kind of it's a movable
Yeah,
map.
I guess so.
That idea that you're always going to get here, but
Just-
you
I
don't
just-
necessarily go from here
I
to
just think
here.
of
You
stuff
kind
like,
of go left.
I just think of stuff sometimes like, what are the chances that like for a while the media hub of wrestling in Britain would be in Newcastle of all places? It's just like, why would that? Like, how's that happen? There's so many weird things. But again, it could just be coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah, why would it be of all
I
places?
remember thinking like, oh, Botchamania is really funny when I was like younger. We're like some American guy, and he's like, he's from Newcastle. What the hell? It's just weird. I don't quite get it. Maybe we're on the Matrix, Matthew.
Yeah.
But then
And if it is though, that's weird because I'm like, this is my fate. It's like, wait, the universe needs this, or it's just like, oh no, Matthew, you're just an NPC in the Matrix. Oh, okay.
So not only are you,
I'm the main character of my story, but that's it.
Not
Like,
only are you in a
okay.
simulation, but you're an NPC. In the
Yeah,
simulation.
if this keeps me from getting an ego.
Are you often giving people directions to the mill or something? Something strange has happened at the barn. grab all the skate letters.
Do you find that sometimes somebody can't pass any further into town because they have to stop and talk to you about something?
Yeah.
Are you holding a key for someone?
Sometimes I go up to someone on the bus and press A. One of the words they said is bold in yellow. And I'm like, thought about.
Matthew's one of the guards that stops you from getting into the palace at the start of Ocarina of Time.
Do you know where the train station is? No.
Yeah. If they get past you, you blow a whistle and then they fade out and then they wake up in the village again.
So yeah.
You didn't answer my question.
This is a very Bo Dallas.
You didn't answer
conversation.
my question.
Oh, go on. Yeah, I know I didn't. I don't have an answer for you. I
you
needed to-
should have an answer.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
Will I come out with this?
Would you wake up? Even though, I mean, like, if life is assured, if you're always going to be
If I
happy
say
and
no,
healthy
it's a
until
bit
the
grim in a
end.
podcast. It's like, stay tuned for next week. I might not be here.
Well, no. Well, I mean, that's true. You may
find a-
Hey,
we-
do you know
we
what?
found
If
a-
you unplug, then none of us will be here. Oh no! Or are we all in it?
Oh, I'm not ready for this.
Next week we're doing the
God.
podcast.
No, sorry. I
Sorry.
mistook that for us being a figment of his imagination.
No, he's in the Matrix.
No, we're all in the Matrix.
Yeah, but it would be to me.
We're all NPCs.
Yeah,
We would-
but
yeah.
we're all.
Oh,
But to you guys,
no, because in the Matrix.
But then to you guys, you are really good fictional characters to me.
okay.
So I would feel bad about because you're very well written and you've got developed personality. It's not like Cody Rhodes. You've got developed personality. So if you guys find out, we found this big puddle of Matthew's skin, and I actually don't know what show
I was
happens in the
thinking
universe.
next week on the podcast, we'll all be sat. You haven't turned up, so there's three of us here. You just burst in, start dodging bullets. Like, he did. We know which job.
Matthew
he took the red pill.
Matthew does this, and it's like Matthew was just talking crap about wrestling, and he just died. Like it just
Don't
did.
say that, Matthew. Jesus.
Hey, I found something. And that's it.
But I like the idea. That we're
is
all sort of well-written characters in Matthew's
Yeah, I
show.
love that. Yeah.
I think it's.
I don't even care about you. If it's not like
Matthew's
a crap work, it's like,
Matthew's
would you leave the Matrix? Like, mate, I'm trying to leave the Matrix now.
When Matthew wakes up to start his day, the opening of SmackDown plays like with one of us doing each of our little jokes, like it's the start of Botchamania. That's how he.
I really want to.
That's not how I wake up. It's how I go to bed.
You're right.
Stop it.
Open up SmackDown.
Is this the
I
most?
really want to think that's how you start your day.
Pachiti. Oh, very good. Pachiti knocks on the door and goes, Matthew, there's some men in suits out here who'd like to have a word with you. I'm like,
Before Matthew enters a room, we're all actors preparing our scripts for how we talk to Matthew.
Yeah.
Jack and Tom like this.
Sometimes,
Check
if
it
you
out
walk
there
into a
now.
room we don't talk to you, try leaving the room and coming back in
Turn
again.
this off and on again.
You know what? Because there have been times, this is getting way too deep, but there's have been times I've spoken to people and I've said, I have just had this conversation with you. And part of me used to go, it's just thick as pig poo, really, aren't they? They go, wait, are they just, hang on, wake up.
So you think deja
Let me
vu
just
is
say it again.
maybe them stuck in a loop somewhere?
Yeah, or maybe they're just loading.
Oh.
I feel really weird talking about all this stuff.
This is very
It's like-
existential.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't answer the question anyway?
No, I know I haven't.
Would you unplug or plug it?
No.
No.
So I remember the simile of the cave.
Jack, what would you do?
Probably would want to. Yeah, probably would want to
You probably wanna
see what
go?
the real world was like.
You probably want to see the real
You
world?
also get a sweet trench coat and loads of guns and that.
Yeah, where's my trench coat?
Yeah.
You
As
get
long
it-
as
you get it
bloody
at the side.
Cypher's not knocking around. What's he like?
Yeah, and I made the
With
dude
his
from The
steak.
Sopranos. Yeah.
Anyway, you didn't answer the question.
I probably would, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Let's
And then immediately regret it.
Let's all save the world, guys. Come on. Let's follow
go.
the white rabbit.
Yeah.
Follow it to the end.
I'm not going to see the new film, though.
Okay.
Anyway, you didn't answer the question.
He did. He said he would. He said he would.
Funny individual
Anyway, you didn't answer the
there,
question.
Tom.
Sorry,
Reese,
sorry, two pages are stuck together.
Wait, Tom, you're all,
What's the next
you're,
question?
you're all green and glitchy. Oh. And that, thankfully, is all the stuff in the mailbag this week.
But you didn't answer the question.
If you have any existential crises, any thoughts, any poet laureate, any things that's on your mind, to
I'm
be
doing
honest
well,
with you,
Matthew. How are you?
then please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Did you answer the question?
Well, from one crisis to another, Reese's Pieces. Hi, guys.
This one's quite a simple one, but I thought,
Oh, thankfully. Long-time listener and was wondering. Me and my friends will talk about wrestling finishes and how important they are because you know they could finish the match. We got talking, was deciding who has the best finisher. So I pose this question to you.
Jim
Compulsory
Neidhart.
thank you to all you guys and for the podcast. Adam Cole, no, not that one, but yes, that is my legal name. Ooh. So thank you, Adam Cole. There we go. So, fastest thought first, go Jack, Tom,
So it's
me.
just finishes one, lads. It's just back to basics.
Just finish.
Yeah,
Nothing
like
wrong
it.
with that. Sometimes
I like
that'd be
it.
a bit weird, complicated. Number 1, sweet chin music or pedigree?
Sweet your music because it's more versatile.
Sweet Chin Music.
Pedigree, because you know if it gets hit, it's actually going to end a match. Number 2, Tombstone Power Driver or RKO?
RKO because it's more versatile. You can hit from anywhere.
Tombstone Power Driver.
That's it, Tombstone, yeah. Stone Cold Stunner or People's Elbow?
Stone Cold Stunner. The People's Elbow is really entertaining, but you can't beat the Stunner.
Stunner.
Stunner. GTS or F5?
Kenta's GCS.
Oh.
What a hipster, what a hipster.
Matt Morgan's F5. What a hipster.
Dominic Djokovic's GTS, or whatever he calls it.
Oh, Feast Your Eyes.
That's right.
Feast Your Eyes.
And fantasize. Figure 4 leg lock or sharpshooter?
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, cause Brett. Carly Chop or the Worm?
Oh, the Worm.
Carly Chop. Devastating.
Carly Chop. Carly Chop.
What is it? Really funny. No, it's Carly Chop.
Carly Chop.
Oh, Carly Chop.
Carly Chop. The Worm. Hogan leg drop or Warrior Splash?
Oh, the leg drop, I suppose.
Warrior Splash.
Nah, the Atomic Leg Drop of Doom. I never thought much of Warrior Splash, to be honest with you. 5-star Frog Splash or the Claymore?
Oh, the 5-star frog splash for me.
Claymore.
It is good.
I like the Claymore, but 5-star. 5-star wrestling.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox's Northern Lights suplex.
Oh, the best move in the history of the world.
Or Kurt Angle's moonsault.
Kurt Angle's he's pulled out the bag there. I was like, what can top Alicia Fox's? But Kurt Angle's moonsault's a thing of beauty.
How many times has Alicia Fox hurt herself doing the Northern Lights
No,
suplex?
she's got the best Northern Lights suplex in the business.
Has she broken Hulk or Holly's arm with a Northern Lights suplex?
It's the best. It's the best.
Then Northern Lights suplex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
I
the
see.
exact-
Yeah,
The
right.
exact reasons that Tom was going to say yes.
But
for
Angle's
Northern Lights.
moonsault's something though.
It certainly
He
is.
soars.
Did you know, and I didn't notice this until Kurt pointed out, he can't go backwards over the ring, like do a 180. He has to always turn around and go forwards. But he's got no issues moonsaulting off
Who's
the
that
cage.
Angle?
Yeah.
He can't go forwards out the ring.
Yeah, he
You
can't go
do that-
backwards out the ring,
Right.
like over his head. He has to go turn and then turn and go
Oh, when he
forwards.
takes like a
Yeah,
gets
yeah, he
clotheslined
gets like
over.
clotheslined out the ring or whatever. He has to turn
doesn't
around.
I'm
He
thinking
never
of-
goes like
I'm thinking
over.
of Triple H eliminating him at the end of the Royal
Right,
Rumble.
right.
Yeah.
But like,
But that looks brutal, that
Because
one.
Conrad was mocking him, going, "You've done all these moves
Yeah.
off of cages, off of balconies, off of stages, everything,
Some of
and
the
you
stuff didn't impact, like jumping off steps.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Surely at Moonsault, you've got more time to sort it out if it's gone a bit awry.
It's
Whereas
also
with
this-
that, it's so quick.
It's also
Yeah.
the same motion though,
I guess.
but from not the air.
Right.
I don't know.
It's just funny. He's like, no, I can't do that.
Triple H talked about how he is mentally unable to. You know when someone like Strowman charges at someone and they move and he hits his shoulder and he goes through the turnbuckles and hits. Triple H can't. It's a mental block. He can't make himself go through the two turnbuckles, but he can do the flare bump where he gets like Irish whipped and bloody or Harley Race bump.
Yeah,
But not that. It's weird. Yeah.
that's funny then.
I liked when Triple H was in the Shield and they all did dives and he just got out of the ring.
Yes.
That was funny.
Stars Clash or Crossroads?
The Crossroads.
Styles Clash.
Stars Clash, because I don't call the Crossroads.
Roll the dice.
Printer.
Oh, it's the printer. I couldn't tell, so I thought
doesn't-
someone scratching the door like a cat.
It was the simulation boot.
He got. I'm like, haha, example, poor example.
We're talking about that's just young Jamie drinking his coffee.
Yeah, it's
Why not the
Christopher Daniels
Crossroads?
did that with the Angel Wings. No, not Angel Wings.
Didn't was it Roll the
Damn it,
Dice
what do you call it?
beforehand?
No.
Didn't.
No, it was. But what did?
Did Reno do Roll the
Yeah,
Dice?
Reno. Yeah.
No, but
That's right.
that's right.
That's
Thank
right.
you, young Jamie.
Right.
So that's the first time. Again, it's the first time I saw it do it. It's like that's Daniel's move, or Reno,
Reno Roll the
Cool.
Dice.
world famous Reno.
But Cody did Ibushi off the apron. That was cool.
He did. We
That
had that
looked
sexy
nice.
off.
Yeah, the handsome match.
Yeah.
The handsome.
Because I'm so
match.
my dashing. I'm going to take your boyfriend. What we got? I don't.
Last one was a crossroads.
Walls of Jericho, or crossface, or ankle lock.
Ankle lock for me. There's so many like variations on the struggle that can happen.
Yeah, I like the ankle lock, particularly Kurt Angle's one.
Yes.
Because when he grapevines that Mother Hubbard, that's it, you're done. And that was one of the more protected moves, wasn't it, really? Because as soon as Angle locks the grapevine, it's curtains for everybody.
Don't ask why he doesn't just every time grapevine.
Yeah, I mean, there is that question. Like, he pulls it out only when absolutely necessary.
Like he forgets, and then he's like, "Oh, this
do
wins the
this."
match." Yeah.
Crossface, because Benoit used to be so good at putting that, and just his I know his like facial like because the rest of the time he's like, I'm cutting a promo. It would be bad, but he, in the ring stretching someone, you could tell he was on the time of his life. So One Winged Angel or Attitude Adjustment. Yeah.
Oh, now it's just a Death Valley Driver and not a good one. Yeah, the One Winged Angel.
I'm going to go Attitude Adjustment.
Okay.
I think, because again, it's one of those moves, it's very versatile.
Yeah.
It can be hit from lots of
It's a
places.
quick one. Whoa.
And you know what? It's a real nice, simple move that gets a big pop, does
true.
well. I like it when he sometimes rolls it into two.
Yes, that is class.
That's very cool. One Winged Angel always seems a little bit...
it's a lot of setup.
A little bit clunky. A little bit of admin before you properly
Yes.
land a One Winged Angel.
But I like the protection of it because you know that if he hits it, it's over until Hangman kicks out in a few weeks' time.
I'll say the AA because John C didn't take the AA from Damo. Young Bucks double super kick or the Usos double super kick.
The Usos is better when they hit it.
I think the Bucks won, probably.
I think the tassels and the fur on their boots takes away from the move.
But I think
I thought they were doing finishes. Like,
Right.
when was the last time that bloody finished a match? But the Usos have won matches with a double super kick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go for the splashes now.
Yeah. So there, the Usos.
Okay.
3D or heart attack. Heart attack has been spelled an actual heart attack, by the way, not the HART.
I really like the 3D.
I love the 3D.
Yeah.
I'm going 3D as well.
Always love the 3D. Cobra Strike.
The proper one, sorry, not the back suplex.
Yeah, the one that would confuse JR and go, the 3D. It's
yeah.
not.
The one.
Don't ask us why they have a very similar neckbreaker move. They set up the 3D.
It just looks cool, doesn't it? There's the whip,
It
and
does
then
look
there's
cool.
like three people moving at once, and then
Yeah.
And it's that expected crowd pop as it happens. All the crowd starts saying 3D.
Yeah.
When they
When
always
he hits
realize
the
it's
ropes,
at
yeah.
different times as
Yeah,
well. It's
yeah.
coming towards this Mexican way with 3D.
Yeah.
You see the crowd go 3D.
And if they're heels, JR will, because he hated them when they were heels, he'd be like, "Oh damn, Dudley!"
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Cobra Strike or Road Dogg's Pump Handle Slam, hump included.
Remind me what the Cobra Strike
Santino
is.
Morella's, I
Oh,
think.
the Cobra
Yeah.
Strike. Oh, that.
Just purely, that as well. Just purely for the one where it looked like he was going to beat Daniel Bryan when he was going to win the Rumble.
Yeah,
the
and
Rumble.
he
That's what I was
set it
gonna
up
say.
really seriously and all that. And
In a bit of a hindsight, he might as well have won that Rumble.
yeah,
That bit. Oh, I love that. And the crowd are just with him.
And then the
he
roll up on
stands
Bryan.
He looks emotional. And
Yeah.
you just see the face. And he's just going, like, praying to
Yeah.
God that it's going to work.
This is it.
It was so
Tap
good.
in the vein.
Yeah, in
So
hindsight,
good.
in hindsight, I get why they didn't, but in hindsight, wish he'd won.
Oh yeah, people who don't realize Santino was over for a long period of time.
He was in the Elimination Chamber the month after because he was so
my
popular in that
God.
bit.
One of
They
the-
put him in the chamber.
One of the funniest things is when
One,
he's having
two.
somehow him and
Santino Mania.
him and Cena are having an interaction. It made me laugh so much. He just goes like, "Now listen here, Mr. Chainer."
Mr. Chainer?
Yeah,
Tried to make me watch The Condemned, and I said no, no, no. It's a fact. Stone Cold can't act. Road Dogg's hump handle slam. I'm gonna go with.
no.
Because at least he won. At least he won something with that.
Okay, fair enough.
Cesaro swing or Orton's draping DDT.
Oh, I think the swing had a big effect, didn't it? Because he hadn't used it that much on the main roster, but I'd seen him do it before. Orton's driving DDT. He looks brutal.
Swing. swings over
He did it
like
in the
Rover.
Carly.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Pinned him
did.
with a swing.
And he didn't do it for years, and then it really worked when he did it at Rollins.
He'll never really win a title with it, but he'll always get a big, a lot of love.
'Cause it's so impressive to be able to do it. Walter's chops or Flair's chops?
Walter's chops.
Yeah, Walter's chops. I saw him chop Mark Davis at Defiant in Sheffield, and it made my teeth rattle. And I was 5 rows back. I was like, that was the first time seeing Walter live. And I was like, this guy is amazing.
Was that during the defined IPW war? Sorry.
Could have been. That was.
What a mistake that was.
For any Defiant history nerds.
Yeah.
That was my one and only appearance for Defiant.
What did you do?
I turned up. So I was.
You chopped Davis.
I was coming along for the show. And somebody put me tickets by. I think it might have been Dragon Izu. He put tickets by for me, and so I went to see him and get them. And he went, "Do you want to do something this evening?" I was like, "What do you mean?" So I just need someone to interview Joe Hendry for a bit. I was like, "Yeah, go on then." So there is if you can find it. There's a clip of me and in my suit jacket, which I just wore for the thing, and like a random white shirt, interviewing Joe Hendry as he's arriving in the building.
Nice.
As like a Defiant announcer, and I'm never seen again.
Wow.
It's my one appearance for Defiant Wrestling.
We asked to do anything for them, or?
I was just, I don't know why.
It's just because you were there. They didn't say like, "Oh, you did such a good job. We want you back."
No, they never
It was
invited
just
them.
for one night.
It's like when Kim Kardashian showed up at WrestleMania backstage.
Yeah, I'm basically Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Or like Andy Warhol showing up at the MTV special they did, WF.
Oh,
all the celebrities are here. Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol's like, what? Why? I'm just chilling with mates. Like, oh, what a spectacle.
No, they never asked me to do anything else. There was, you know what? It's weird because like I feel like I'm sort of winding down on doing stuff, sort of in the independent stuff, in the independent British wrestling because I'm not bitter about it because I had a lovely time. I always kind of hoped I could have done a bit more than I did, and go to.
Well, you will always have that attitude though, about everything,
there's
Tom. It's why you're so hungry.
There's a few promotions I always wanted to work for, and I never got the vibe that my face fit. Or like my
NXT 2.0.
Oh, go on. So I'm a bit sad about that, but I'm cool with what I did. North Wrestling's my final night ring announcement.
You should be very happy with what you've
Oh
accomplished.
God,
definitely.
yeah. Oh God, no regrets, no regrets, Rumble.
The Defiant Wrestling.
But there's always a few places I thought I'd love to have done something there.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I just didn't fit the profile.
You're very good. If I was running a wrestling promotion, I'd book you as the ring announcer.
Bless you, mate.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very good.
Thank you very much. I was put down to
And
maybe
if you-
being a bit fat.
Oh no, shut
and
up.
a bit
No,
old.
stop
shut
it.
up.
No, not in like a. I'm not like woe is me, pour me more wine. No, I mean like generally like there's an aesthetic that I don't think I really fit. And that's all right. And that's all right.
But-
That's the nature of things. I had a lovely time, and I'm very blessed to work where I've worked.
Fair enough.
You know.
Fair enough.
Good.
Anyway,
Good. Focus
sorry,
on the positives.
distracted there.
Focus on the positives, like, you know, the IPW UK expansion where
That was a
they
great
had no
time.
identity outside the Southeast. So, of course, if you do with Defiant. What was that about?
Well, they were trying to take.
Hang on,
over.
lads. Let's run New York during the WrestleMania weekend and draw maybe 10 people.
Oh, bless
allegedly. Still want to copy that show. Paradigm shift or curb stomp?
Curb stomp.
I'll go paradigm shift.
I'll say paradigm. They're both good. Trouble in Paradise or big ending?
The Trouble in Paradise, mainly for the one at the end of the Survivor Series match when he kicks Orton. He's just rolled up CM Punk, and then it's perfectly. He stumbles
Yeah.
a bit, and then he nails it. And I'm like,
Fantastic,
oh,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Trouble in Paradise as well.
And Orton goes down. He goes down like, oh no.
It's a really good sell by him.
Goes, oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna
bugger.
lose. I always win at Survivor Series.
Blub, blub, blub. Yeah, Trouble in Paradise. Or WMD or Brogue Kick?
The bro kick. I don't like the WMD because just do that at the start. Big Show.
Yeah.
I get why
Maybe he's got to nail it perfectly or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
He'll charge up his fist.
yeah,
Go
Yeah.
for XP.
he's got to get a game breaker. That's
Right, yeah, Brogue Kick.
Bro
for the
kick.
reason
Bro
you said.
kick.
Lovely. Thank you for a nice, simple one. Doesn't have to always be weird and wonderful or doing questions on a certain news writer or anything like that. Thank you very much for sending that magnificent Reese's Pieces. If you have any Reese's Pieces to send us, be finishes, could be, if you think, be which existential crises you're going through. What's your favourite god? It could be Norse or Greek or Egyptian, perhaps. Anything that's on your mind, please send it to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
Wow, what a not terribly drawn out podcast this week.
I genuinely thought
hey.
we'd be going for about 17 hours today.
No,
I genuinely did.
we have been going, but like, I think we hit a time we'll go, okay, we've dragged this out long enough.
Considering how much stuff happened this week, it's been all right.
For those who've stuck around since the beginning, by the way, I was saying whether the interview will be confirmed or denied. It got confirmed. By now you'll know what it was because I'd have probably shared a clip of it.
Will it already be
Oh no, I'll put a little clip online.
today before the podcast goes out?
Yeah.
You might as well bloody say then, Tom. Unless it doesn't happen. I don't know.
You have to check my
You will
Twitter.
tempt fate.
Yeah, don't.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute,
tempting
hang on.
fate.
Do you believe in any superstitions?
Yeah, I
Hang
believe in
on.
not tempting with fate by saying who I interviewed on the podcast
Yeah.
right now, just
Yeah.
in case it doesn't happen.
Okay, maybe.
Because then what I can do is I can just put another interview on and claim that was the one I was going to do all along.
I'd be like someone really unremarkable.
just rings me.
Yeah.
Hi, Jack.
This will make sense later.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Yeah, you know what? No, leave it as it is,
Okay.
just in case.
Yes.
So until then, given the fact that there's surprisingly not a lot happening next week for the big companies, why don't we take this time to think about our favorite Ring of Honor memories? Because apparently, even though not a lot of people have been watching it this past few years, sorry, not being a dick, it's just, yeah. But whenever we talk about Ring of Honor or put Ring of Honor in the video titles, it tends to do well in the hits. So talking about Ring of Honor, moreover than actual Ring of Honor.
Like Ring of Honor.
So let's start. How did you get introduced to Ring of Honor, Jack?
Around that time that I said in the mailbag when I was like learning through internet forums that there was other wrestling out there.
Right.
I've mentioned to Tom before actually that a big part of it was also people would make like compilations of Chikara events on YouTube set to usually a punk song, and I'd be like, oh, wicked! He's dressed as a pumpkin. Look at him. He wasn't a pumpkin. He was a Halloween creature. But Ring of Honor was like, because it was harder to find footage of online than Chikara, and that was like this mythical otherworldly thing to me. Like, it's pure wrestling, and it's what all the older members on the forums are talking about, and they must be super cool. So I should like what they like. Who's CM Punk? Although by this point he probably had already was in developmental, I think, judging by how old I would have been. But yeah, that's how I first heard of it. But what about you guys?
I remember CM Punk and Raven having just wars
Oh, no, 3, yeah.
across Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was sort of the first place they kicked open the Forbidden Door. Long before even the concept of a Forbidden Door was a thing. I am referring to Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. And what a sensational match that was. Just two guys that battered each other, and it felt like the biggest night in Ring of Honor when that happened.
I remember when I first heard about that match, like years after it actually happened, and thinking, oh, that's nice, Samoa Joe wrestled Kenta. And then reading it again and being like, oh no, Kenta Kobashi. And thinking, would he still have it? Like, yes, he did, yeah.
He certainly did. And then...
in fact, would it have happened while he was still tearing it up in Noah anyway, or was it later when he was a bit older?
Who?
When he's still-
Smo-
When he was still in Noah.
Samoa Joe or
No,
Kobashi?
Kenta Kobashi.
Oh, yeah, Kobashi was still in
And you had Takeshi...
But was he like past his prime? I don't
No,
know.
5? Nah.
No.
No,
Okay,
he
fair
permanently in his prime.
Yeah,
he came out of
yeah.
the womb in prime.
Fair enough.
We also had like Takeshi Morishima was Ring of Honor champion for a while and had a belter of a series of matches with Bryan Danielson.
Broke his eye, broke
And
his
the-
orbital
Yeah.
bone.
That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
And it was and I remember the story of that and how it was like Bryan Danielson just couldn't quite beat him.
Yeah.
And was that when Bryan said, I'm not going to shave until I beat him? I might be mixing things up with another story.
Okay.
But I remember definitely there was like a real desperation for Bryan Danielson to wrest the Ring of Honor title away from him and stuff like that. And the one thing I always loved about Ring of Honor is that they made wins, losses, championships feel so important.
Yeah.
So important. Like, everything was life or death. Even if it was a number 3 contenders match, the significance was incredible. I'll give another shout out to a Ring of Honor memory. Ring of Honor in Liverpool.
Oh, were you there?
No, I was at a Liverpool a Worlds Collide in Liverpool.
Okay.
When it was there's nobody that jumps out of my head that was there, but I'm talking about the night where it was Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson for both the
Title,
ROH
the pure
and
title,
the pure
wasn't it?
title.
Oh, is it that match with that spot? Where he
I forget which one is.
pulls
I know
his
the
head
one you're
into
referring to.
But that's the one with... yeah.
It's the one that ends with Danielson basically caving
Yeah.
Nigel McGuinness' head in with repeated elbows. And
Those
there's
matches
just-
are the reason
oh.
why McGuinness hasn't been able to wrestle for WWE.
I love
Yes.
I know, yeah, but I love the atmosphere. It's like when Cena went to ECW. It's like the away crowd. Like they all want the British lad to win, and Danielson comes out and it's just boo, and it's like quite scary. It's like quite like wow, It's quite a rough crowd, yeah.
Great though, it's just so good. I've always, and we're talking about memories from ROH from so long ago, and I feel like we'll do a great disservice to stuff that's happened like relatively recently from Ring of Honor.
It is funny though as well. Like we are talking about, this is how we get introduced to a lot of the people that I'm sure the people going, oh, okay, so you knew like, Daniel Bryan, Christopher Daniels, I guess, and maybe McGuinness, all these other people when they're still going.
Yeah.
All these years later, the big names now.
Christopher Daniels is like a freak. I can't believe
he's 50.
He's not aged in like 20 years.
Yeah, he's just permanently old. And my memory was reading Power Slam magazine and all those photos from the Murphy Rec Center, which is just a hall. But with those photos, the way the guys looked and the brightness and the settings and everything, and the crappy guardrails and everything, God, it looked cool.
Why are British indies usually in like smaller indies? Why are the British ones usually in quite cool bars or like music venues? And Americans are just on a basketball court.
Because they don't have the drinking culture in America that we do, I don't think. Right. So I don't think you've got sort of bars that, in the sense that we do over here.
Although from what I've heard at PWG, people get drunk. Like,
they're actually blood. Yeah, it was funny because on the stream, I saw like someone talk about a drinking song. I was like we like to drink with Tom because Tom is our friend. Or come on, you Zulu warrior. And I said, well, Americans, what are your favorite drinking songs? And they said stuff like Sweet Caroline.
How did you drink
Free Bird was an answer. I went, oh.
That's
you don't have that over there?
The most American. What's your favorite drinking song? Something to do with freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's such a good answer.
Yeah. So
sitting on the porch having a beer while Freebird blast in the back.
That's a drinking song.
Yeah.
It's a different. I'm sure there are wrestling shows in America that do fight out of bars and stuff like that, and I think I can think of a couple. But it's
right. It's my reaction as well. Bless him.
If I
But
we need songs that you get aggressively drunk to. On that.
Yeah, the VHS from the back end of Power Slam magazine as well, when it was 2002. Like it's just, I mean, so we got the Eddie Guerrero versus
Low-key.
I was gonna say the Super Crazy.
Oh, I thought was it not? I was thinking the first Ring of Honor title match, which is that 4-way.
Yeah, the 4-way. Yeah, so the first tape they did though was
that
the main event
when he was billed as American Dragon rather than Brian Danielson?
It's like American Dad, Brian Danielson versus Low-Key.
Good morning, USA.
Versus Christopher Daniels. And at the time, I really loved Low-Key. He was flashy. He was brilliant. He was a mega athletic.
Yeah, he was cool then.
He was cool as hell. And then I got older, and then I appreciated Christopher Daniels' character work. Like, I love what he's doing. It's like, all right. And then got even older, it's like, oh, Danielson's good with the graps. So it's great how that match itself, I've watched about 3 times, and each time I've gone, oh, they're the standout. And how my wrestling tastes have changed over the years. But then, they had the 4-way Iron Man match. Because I had the tournament, which had Doug Williams and Jody Fleisch and Johnny Storm coming over. They went to CZ Dub as well. And the 4-way Iron Man match, Doug Williams, Spanky, Low-Key, and Daniels.
That's the one.
Yeah. And Doug Williams was asked, how was it? Because he was stifling. It was very hot that night. And then Low-Key won, lost to Xavier in a weird angle that didn't really quite work. Trying to be clever.
Well, the whole thing was
R.I.P. Xavier.
It was, and this is where wrestling. It was simple wrestling booking, like the Ring of Honor. The whole idea of it was built around like handshakes and fair play. Yeah. So, how do you become a heel in Ring of Honor?
Break the rules.
Don't do handshakes.
I remember not.
And the video pack's like Christopher Daniels denies the handshake.
I remember not getting it at first because I thought, well, if it's all about just being wrestlers and not being characters, and I remember not getting it and thinking, well, that's really boring if there's no storylines. It's all just about the wrestling. But then I realized, well, exactly what you said. Like the strong code of rules is a device to make
for them to be broken.
And then when something happens like the Kevin Steen thing, where he leaves and then comes back, and it didn't go that well because him and Cornette actually hated each other, I think.
Yeah, that was a whole mess, but
that
was the last thing on Watch.
Blanking his name out on their website, just XXXXX, and it was like, who's that?
Yeah, he was on Twitter ragging on Cornette. Oh, that was great. Because I remember saying that was the year going, Steen's used internet better than anybody in wrestling. And people were like, I feel this guy's called Zack Ryder. And I went, all right, fair enough. But Kevin Steen and El Generico at Final Battle, that was the last thing at Ring of Honor I watched.
Right.
Like with friends and everything, and just like down like a proper wrestling event. And that still gets me chills. And it was what's his name? Because it was one again like the Zima Zion thing. You revealed it was him who did it. Was it Jeff Jones from ECW referee?
Judge Jeff Jones.
He put that video package together.
No way. way.
He said on Twitter a while ago.
And designed the Ring of Honor logo. No,
Yeah.
It's
And he starts off with like, ask an alcoholic why he drinks, and he can't give you the reason why. Oh, it
I've
goes on.
seen that,
That's
yeah.
spine tingling.
Yeah.
It's great when you watch, like when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn got to do their feud in WWE, and they had some stunning matches. But then you get to tell people like this goes back much further, and do check out the Ring of Honor stuff because it's up there. Like the stuff that they did and the emotion wrapped within it as well as the physicality. It was just the Kevin Steen, El Generico stuff was incredible.
Probably should mention the Summer of Punk as well. The original Summer of
The
Punk.
original Summer
There
of
we
Punk.
can.
'Cause it was
And
Punk that-
Jamie Noble, Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah, he saved the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Because that was when CM Punk won the ROH title
I suppose it last night.
on his last night, and it was like, well, aren't you?
I love you, Punk.
Isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and I like that diversion.
Crowd still cheering.
That was
like, no, idiot.
Yeah.
There was a few missed it. I know, like Jamie Noble became the champion, and it was a bit like, ooh.
Well, it wasn't.
And then Tyler.
Oh
Black,
no, it was
the
really good. It was like
wasn't the
MVP of the year.
It wasn't
It
the Jamie Noble that we know, like the hey, how did
I know,
they?
that's funny. It's like Jamie Noble, Ring of Honor champion. He's like, wait, what? I don't understand the words and you've just said to me. But like, no, he had that great run. It was so good. Then he went back to WWE.
Maybe
Look,
I'm more
I can
thinking.
wrestle. Bye.
Maybe I'm more thinking Tyler Black. And I just remember there was a lot of when he became Ring of Honor champion, there wasn't a lot of love for him becoming ROH champion. Like whether or not
There were times when they
felt
seemed
too
to
soon or
right. It was either like Goldilocks, too soon or too hot, never just right. And also by that time, Ring of Honor. This must have been before Fat Battle then. I guess some of that stuff that I watched, and Davey Richards just turned into what Ken Steen called him, Jiu-Jitsu jack-off. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought of him. His style from PWG had turned so boring. It's like sometimes good wrestlers go to places and turn into bad wrestlers. And I think Ring of Honor rubbed that man the wrong way because suddenly the cool, vibrant, hard-hitting, impactful Davey Richards was replaced by, well, this match is going 45 minutes because it's Ring of Honor. And I was like, okay, I think I'm done with this nerd wrestling company.
But was that the moment when you went, I'm done with you're done with Ring of Honor?
Because there wasn't anything else on the show apart from Steen Generico that I wasn't getting from anywhere
Was
else,
this when
like
it was
PWG.
like Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards and Elgin and that started to like
Just
become
clones
the
of
main
each other,
event?
really. Yeah, that style of wrestling became very prevalent around that time in Ring of Honor. I'll say Ring of Honor, but that became like the poster child for me because of just, well, we're going to hit the moves and it's going to be like Japan,
think
but it's
people
not
like-
Japan,
people
but
like-
pretend it's Japan, and
people
then
like-
we'll get stars from
People like
the
Cole
melters.
and Strong saved, like good heels saved, like characters saved it a little bit.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
they didn't have, so exactly.
Well,
and then Ring of Honor
Like
almost became...
pre-Bullet Club Adam Cole, I mean.
Right. Sorry, I didn't
But
get
yeah.
called them.
But no, I mean, there's loads of good. The Dragon Gate match.
Oh,
one that, like, popularised
they
that style.
created not only that, but also the WrestleMania weekend.
The idea of the WrestleMania
Hey,
weekend.
why don't we
yeah.
run a big event during WrestleMania weekend? There's going to be thousands upon thousands of wrestlers there. Some of them are going to see Ring of Honor, and every other company went, yes, we'll all do it. They went, no, now no one's seen some of these shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that.
They've left so many things in the business.
I think that the winner will be whoever, if they end up selling the library, whoever gets it, because you've just got you've got an Aladdin's
Do
cave
you think we could,
of
if we all
wrestling.
pitch in and 50 quid, do you think we'll get it?
It's payday today. So
Yeah.
I'll sell the whole thing as NFTs.
Just a grainy still image of Punk retiring. One thing I will say is that I know that not a lot of love has been given here in this question to late Ring of Honor because the early stuff was so good.
Yeah.
But the only Ring of Honor show I've been to was a WrestleMania weekend one. It was Supercard of Honor in Lakeland, Florida. Ooh. And the year that the Hardys
2017.
the Hardys main evented, and then the next night we're at WrestleMania and that. And I imagine like people from WWE watching that match with the Bucks, just like, oh my god, don't die.
It's nuts, isn't it? They did
Yeah.
that, then did a match very
Yeah.
similar.
But the bit I liked the most from that event was the just to try and round off how effective a heel he can be if he's aware of it. Cody Rhodes versus Jay Lethal in a strap match, and Cody came out Lethal sucks eggs on his t-shirt, and it was all deliberately old school and stuff, and it was a great match. And trying to bring some like a cyclical nature to this and say like if he does it, it'll work really well.
Do you know what I'd like? Do you know what I'd like if he
so
brought it
aware.
back? If he brought back when he was in Ring of Honor, he got rid of the championship and had a ring.
What a dick.
I quite like that. I like that as a bit. He just went, I'm the Ring of Honor champion, and here's the ring.
MJF's got the ring now.
Oh, they do the ring thing, don't they?
Maybe that's where I got it from.
Maybe.
To be fair.
I like that. So, and again, as you say, it's the clinical. It's proof that Cody can be a
I feel
brilliant
like
heel.
I feel like it's wrong to end a Ring of Honor talking point by saying Cody Rhodes was good.
It's very you, Jack.
Yeah.
To end up talking about your favourite.
You Jack. 187. Yeah. Ring of Honor. Lots
Best
of good memories,
Ring of
but
Honor champion. Let's end on that then. Best Ring of Honor champion that there ever
What, in like
was.
all the divisions?
In best world champion. Best Ring of Honor world champion that there ever was. I'm going to say Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, there we go.
Nearly
Well,
2
that's that
years.
conversation. I
Nearly
mean,
2 years.
he was regarded as like the
consistently.
best in all the dirt sheets and the power slams
Yeah.
and the walls.
I remember being gutted when he lost
Yeah.
the title. So my desire for somebody to hold a belt for multiple years transcends working at Cultaholic.
My dad, because of the wrestling channel, he watched.
dad's Samoa Joe.
Wait, there was a 4-way, and Ring of Honor was really good for this in the mid 2000s. Of like, well, we've got these other matches sorted out. Let's just put these other lads in a 4-way or 3-way, and they were always great. Everyone got to do their little thing and got in. They were like really random matchups. Samoa Joe, I want to say Jack Evans, somebody else, and Eberson. You know, the guy with the mask.
Yeah.
And Ebbers, that was on the wrestling channel. My dad's just like, what? You know, watching it like dad's, you know, that dad sit down like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like he's got
This
his
wrestling
hands
thing.
reaching for a remote, like John Wayne going for his gun. But then Eberson was doing this thing where he's coming up right to the camera, almost like a dog. I mean, my dad was like, what? And he really enjoyed Samoa Joe just wrapping Jack Evans into a present. I wish I remember the other one, but it was a really fun 4-way that's happened to be shown like midday on the wrestling channel. So yeah, I'm saying Samoa Joe because of that famous match he had against Eberson.
It is Joe, so I'll say my favorite Ring of Honor match.
Yeah,
Which
go on.
probably Danielson versus Kenta, maybe. A very good one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's not got that bigger story.
It needs.
Doesn't have to
It
be.
needs
Maybe
a
it's
wrestler.
one of Steen Generico's one.
It needs a wrestler being jump started by a car. So you want PCO versus Rush.
Yeah.
God, and the
selling
car didn't work.
No selling a powerbomb to the outside.
That's amazing they did. I mean, I didn't watch it. Again, it sounds weird, I guess, but like, because all the people I knew who would follow Ring of Honor, all they did was complain about how Ring of Honor wasn't very good these last few years. Roosh was probably the last memory of him winning the Ring of Honor title and then going to, like, by the way, I quit CMLL.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then he lost it to PCO.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Nice to give PCO the belt.
yeah, but it
felt like a Hall of Fame type thing.
that
There you
it's
go.
like, oh,
I listened
well
to-
done.
I listened to Janela's episode of the Steve Austin podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Where Austin's trying to just understand Janela and trying to like understand. There's such different wrestlers, and he's saying stuff like, "Why did you jump off a building through the back of a truck and stuff like that?" And Janela's like, "For attention, I suppose." And then Austin's
Work.
like, "Well, fair enough, kid," and all this. And then he's like, "So what's going on the indies at the minute?" And Janela's like, "You know, PCO, like he's like the hottest thing on the indie scene right now." And Austin's like, "Oolay." He's like, yeah. And Austin's like, he thinks he's joking. He's like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's the hottest thing in indie wrestling right
Yeah.
now." And he was for a bit.
Yeah, he was massive.
Yeah.
Massive. Good lad.
I don't know if any Ring of Honor title runs that were as good as, you know, I'll just do a match.
Danielson's story was good.
yeah.
Wasn't always with the belt, but it was a good story.
It became almost being expected that you're going to get a great match out of him, though. It's like, oh, Danielson was a great match that he has. Yeah. Damn. Steen Erico's tag run.
Ooh.
When they beat,
The Briscoes, the other series
Yeah.
of them, they were great.
who did they beat when they won the belt? And the crowd reaction is like absolutely insane. It might be the Briscoes. I'm not sure. Gonna find out.
19,000 times they won it. Oh, I know. Nigel McGuinness versus Kevin Steen in, I think it was a Canadian show. That's why he was getting the title shot. He blocks the clothesline that Moxie does now, that Nigel McGuinness used to throw like 15 of every match. But Kevin just walks away.
That's nice. That close, the Nigel McGuinness clothesline. I remember reading about this, and he called it the Les Kellett clothesline. Of
course.
Inspired by World of Sport Les Kellett, who used to do that thing where he bounces into the ropes. You see John Moxley do it now. He bounces into the ropes, falls back into the middle rope, then bounces back into the ring and hits a lariat. But Les Kellett from World of Sport used to do that. So McGuinness started calling it the Les Kellett
Yeah.
clothesline, Les
Right,
Kellett lariat.
right.
But the problem is it was a bit lost in translation. So people started calling it the Let's Kill It. lariat. I was
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I've not
so
heard
calling
that.
it the Let's Kill It lariat. I said, no, it's not. It's called the
Oh,
Let's Kill
bless.
It. It's called the Les Kill It.
Oh, you know those wacky Brits, their wacky accents.
Let's kill it. No, it's Les
no,
Kill It.
Les would do the headbutt.
That was it. He did that. Was it?
Headbutt to the gut.
That was it.
Like
It
an
was
angry
the Les
cow
Keller headbutt.
because he was Les Keller and he was
Yes.
weird.
So the Steenerico have won the tag belts twice. One time they beat. Oh, where's it gone? They beat, I
Never heard
think,
of them.
BJ Whitmer and Dan Maff, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Oh, no, I
Did
can't
they
find
beat
it. I
the
can't find
Briscoes,
it.
or have I made that up?
They
No,
must
they
have
had
been-
that. They had the series where they had like every gimmick match possible with
I
the
can't
Briscoes.
find it anymore.
Oh no.
That's really sad.
And also, we said before, I'm going to very briefly say it, how great the CZW versus Ring of Honor feud was. Because it's hard to think of having that type of company
They beat
against
the
that
A-
other type of company.
They beat the Age of the Fall, sorry.
Oh, of course.
There
Was
it is.
What? Nana and...
Driven
No,
2008.
Prince of the Table wasn't that, you idiot. Age of Fall would have been Jacobs and...
It was Tyler
Black,
Black.
right?
Yeah, Seth Rollins. Yeah, Tyler Black.
I'm thinking of the Embassy.
Oh.
Yeah, Ring of Honor versus CW feud. We probably won't get anything like that ever again.
Yeah.
There's two completely separate, different fan
Entities.
base and audiences, styles of wrestling coming together for a feud where, how can we have this work? Oh, I know, just say what we really think of each other's company.
Beautiful, beautifully done. See, this is it. There's so many wonderful memories of Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
We'll not get to them all.
The companies may go, the talent may be signed, but the memories remain.
Hey, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, do you know what Ring of Honor is? What are your favorite memories? Have you seen any of it?
Here's some of your favorite Ring of Honor stuff in the comments, past, present, future.
And people are going, wait, why are people overreacting? They said they're coming back in April. I was like, yeah, but who knows what that's going to look like?
Yeah, we don't know.
It's gonna be very.
We're not
different.
we're not calling it dead yet,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a different time for it. Speaking of time, that's a thing we've ran out of. Jack, what have you got for us this week until next week?
We have just started, me and Owen, on Twitch, our 5th season with Cultaholic FC. We had our first few games last week. We've signed a new striker on loan called Super Stewart 64. We've named him. He's an amazing striker. He's way too good for us. So look forward to him bagging some more goals. That's every Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Nice.
Lovely. And I think I got rated by the lads. And they were like,
We
yeah,
really do, yeah.
we're doing really well. We're doing really well. We need to make you win this game, Maffew. And I'm like, what?
We,
That's how this works?
Owen raided you, and then he was waiting for the numbers to build up because everyone joins the raid. And then he accidentally just hit the button and ended our stream, and he was like, "Oh, we're off now." I was like, "Oh, well, what an ending to the stream there." So yeah, but what else have I got? Check out my article on the Charlotte Flair situation. I tried to offer a balanced view. I said it was possible to disapprove of her actions, but also sympathise with her at the same time. You can do both things at once. Yeah, Halloween and that. Hey. Tom.
No classic SmackDown review this week. Back next week as normal.
We'll see what soon.
We will do. But we have the classic Raw review on Monday and the classic Night with myself and Jackins, and the classic Nitro review with myself and Sam Driver on Tuesday. If you don't already do, please subscribe to the podcast feed because you get daily wrestling news. Give me 10 minutes. I will give you the wrestling world.
I forgot one thing just before Maffew. Because it was mentioned earlier on in one of the questions, the wrestling channel story on.
yes.
Check out that if you want to know about the wrestling channel or if you have fond memories of it. Shout out to Lewis House, one of our very talented writers who wrote that script. Shout out to Richard Tubman for the edit as well. I think it was you. It was. Very good videos. Do check it out. I was a little bit ill at the time. Sorry if my voiceover's a bit... But it's a good video, I promise. It's worth it. It's worth it, yeah.
Well, with the SmackDown thing off, I've got sod all this week, really. But I can't wait to watch the Pumpkin video and see this existential crisis that comes out of Jack's mouth.
Yeah.
Until then, patreon.com/Cultaholic for the three picks that are yours and yours alone. And also the mailbag at cultaholic.com. And I'm realizing that because we have such a lovely Patreon people, there are those lovely people that we name drop every single time, the producers.
Yeah.
How dare you think we'd forget? I'm just looking at my phone because I just feel like
For
I'll be
no
incredibly
particular-
rude.
Error.
Oh no, it must be a.
Whilst
what
you
is
find it,
What is it?
Whilst you find
Oh,
it,
okay.
interesting. If you would like to be part of our Patreon scheme, so basically, you get to watch video versions of the classic SmackDown, Raw, and Nitro review.
Ooh.
You get to watch video versions of Desert Island Graps. You also get to watch video versions of any other podcasts and random stuff that we do. Also, if you would like to be a guest on the classic Raw, SmackDown, or Nitro review, you can do that as a Patreon.
be our
You
guest.
can also be a guest on Straight to Hell with Ross or on Desert Island Graps with me. Patreon.com/Cultaholic for all the details. And also, we do monthly watch-along streams. It was just the other day that Adam Pacitti watched a classic King of the Ring with some of our wonderful Patreons, and it could be with you next time. Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
My God. Also, mailbagcultaholic.com, as I've said already, for your thoughts, needs, and Reese's Pieces. And the Patreon producers, Mark Leslie, Reno2200, Noah Anderson, Mike Staley, and Lewis Markham.
Thank you.
Beautiful bastards, a lot of them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This has been Jack. This has been Tom. This is my hand pointing at this. On the count of 3, we say the famous thing, which of course is 1, 2, 3.
Join us.
Is this a cultaholic?
Is this a join us?
Is this a join us?